What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the stream. We are here with the T5S2 Season 2 Pod 21 Finals, and this is the most exciting matchup, I think, that we've had all season. I'm so pumped for this game. We have, in the red, Doots returning to the stream, a T5S2 veteran of many a battle and many a finals game. Doots is playing Chaos Undivided, a mix of a couple different Chaos sub-factions, which is very exciting. Versus, in the blue, that's right, folks, it's Tyranids coming onto the 9th edition finals table, played by Mitch, who is a relative newcomer. I think this was actually his first event over on the Discord, and I'm psyched for this game to watch these two players duke it out. I'm here with Shuma. How's it going, Shuma?
Pretty good. I'm excited. The Pod 21. The pods can drink now. There's Tyranids. It's just like a party.
I know. Yeah, it's they're drinking their bug juice today because we get to do.
I guess if Pod 18 was in Europe, they could have drank already, but this is America right now.
That's true. Yeah. Finally, here in America, we're season 2 has come of age. But yeah, this game's gonna be sick. These are two like super unconventional lists that I don't think anybody really expected to get to the finals.
Well,
it kind of sounded like the players themselves weren't entirely expecting to get to the finals, but here we are.
Yeah, I got to imagine they have not been dojoing their lists to fight what they're facing right now.
Right. Yeah, this isn't exactly a particularly meta matchup that anybody's like super ready for. In some events, Tyranids have been doing pretty well and putting up some decent results, but in general, they are very much kind of a middle of the road faction, very much like a 50-50 style. Chaos is puts up some results every once in a while, but not as many as we would expect. So that's why we're
and not like
this. Yeah, not this particular version.
You see Thousand Suns. You don't usually see quite so many of them.
Yeah, an actual 1,000 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chat. This game's gonna be sick. Thanks everybody for joining us. Hope everyone had a good holiday. And, got all the presents that they wanted and is ready to watch some 40k because we're going to be ready. Wargaming Recon, spam in the chat with all the emojis. I appreciate it, man. How's it going? But yeah, speaking of these lists that we've previewed in our intro here way too much, let's talk about them. We'll start with Doots in the red. He's starting off his list pretty strong. He has a Supreme Command detachment from Thousand Suns, bringing Magnus the Red. The one and only, making it back to the table. We saw this guy every single game, it felt like, in the Season 1 finals. Right as 9th edition was coming out, Smite was really broken. Magnus could put an immense amount of damage down on the table, just spamming a billion smites. But now he has to do it normal way. But Doots has been having some success with him, regardless, post-nerf Magnus. And feels that he's powerful enough, just as using the actual rules as they're meant to, as they're meant to work.
Oh yeah.
Following him up, we have a Chaos Demons detachment, Chaos Undivided, led by the Changeling. This is a patrol detachment. Following up with interesting choice. Just bringing him in as a caster, I imagine. Yeah. Alongside 2 units of Nurglings, a unit of 3, and a unit of 4. 2 units of Flamers, 2 units of 5 Flamers, as well as a unit of Screamers and a Bloodletter Bomb. I think 20 Bloodletters, including their unit champion with the Banner of Blood, the relic instrument, as well as their Instrument of Chaos as well for the +1 to charge out of Deep Strike. Last but not least, we have a patrol detachment approximately 1,000 of the Suns. Magnus is here with all of his boys. He's going to show them a timeout on the town and tell them, teach them how to... He's going to throw a ball around. He's going to teach them how to be a man. And we have a unit of 5 Rubric Marines, a unit of 20 Rubric Marines with 2 Soul Reaper cannons, as well as 2 Sorcerers. We have Ahriman, the Great Man himself, as well as an Exalted Sorcerer on a disc. Shuma, what do you think of this list? As a Chaos player yourself, how psyched are you for this?
I'm psyched. I don't have opinions that I think I can form into words here. I do love his choice of Screamer model. He chose the most adorable Screamer to pick.
They're in the back.
Oh, they're in the back.
There they are. Aw,
the little tiny face. In general, I'm interested to see how this performs. There's a lot of strange attributes in here. Like there are elements that are very strong. Like Rubric Marines are very good into Marine stat lines. They're very resilient against specific forms of output. The Psychic Core is very strong. Nurglings are, I mean, I don't think anyone will dispute Nurglings are just good. The Bloodletter Bomb is seemingly like risen from the ashes and is holding the Chaos Guard Khorne up from the pit of despair he has found himself in for years as like the sole Khorne unit left standing. And they're quite good. So I'm interested to see it. This seems like a very, like, take what's good list.
Yeah, this is sort of a chaos good stuff thing going on.
but with different good different choices than you would normally see in that kind of list.
Yeah, players are currently going through their deployment. Looks like we have the Bloodletters, of course, in the warp, ready to come in and do their bomb. But also a unit of Flamers to drop in as well. They do have the 12-inch range Flamer attack. So they do get to fire that when they come out of Deep Strike, and having one on the table to fight this Tyranid list, I think, makes a lot of sense, as we'll talk about in a sec, because there's a lot of boys in this Tyranid list.
One CP strat out of Psychic Awakening for the Flamers really helped to bring them into their own, too. It makes any 6, I believe, to wound also proc an additional mortal wound, which really gives them a lot more lethality firing at vehicles or like heavy infantry, which really pulled them kind of like out of the dumpster.
Yeah, for sure. And then obvious. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it'd be an interesting play here because their obvious target for that unit is going to be these Hive Guard, which otherwise, or the Zoanthropes, both of which might be hard to target with the Bloodletter Bombs themselves, given how much these Hormagaunts are likely to be screening them. So you might see a turn 2 play where the Flamers drop and try and take out a screen in order to create space for these Bloodletters to then do their job.
S. Dykoff in chat, yeah, Lords of Skulls held up Khorne pretty well in 8th edition, that's true.
Well, he was a bit ashamed, though, because that was a shooting army.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't how this is supposed to work. And then Obliterators came in, he's like, get these guys out of here, what are they doing? Stop casting psychic powers on my Space Marines. What are you doing? What are you doing, Chaos players? One thing I really like about this list is the inclusion of the 20-man, or the 20 skeleton, Thousand Suns brick, the rubric brick.
That is dust, sir.
the 20 dust moat rubric brick. Obviously, with Risen Rubricae, you can forward deploy them and throw them up on the table. We also have Duplicitous Tactician on the Exalted Sorcerer, so it can potentially pull them back, depending on how the roll to go first goes, which means you get to play that very safe. That is one issue with that unit, is if you forward deploy it into a bad matchup and they just get shot off the table or hit by something that their 2+ invulnerable save can't protect against, they will go down pretty quickly. And they are, despite the amount of firepower they can put down, they are ridiculously expensive. Fortunately, between Weaver of Fates and their own stratagem, adding one to their saving throws, they can get down to a 2+ invulnerable save against damage 1 weapons. They, with the Risen Rubricae combo, if they go first, they can deploy in rapid fire range of your army and then just double tap immediately with their bolters and put out an immense amount of damage on the top of 1, using Veterans of the Long War and all those fun tricks that Chaos Space Marines have, prescience to buff their attacks. We do have an Exalted Sorcerer to reroll 1s. It's just like just so much damage that this unit can put down.
I foresee a problem here, though. And that is that they are teched entirely to be resilient against damage 1. And,
yeah, there's a couple...
I don't know if you've looked at the Tyranid army, but...
a couple not damage 1 weapons in here.
Not a lot of that over here.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
However...
It is going to be... Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much they do, because they are going to be able to scythe through a lot of this Tyranid infantry, but they gotta not get blown up by smites first.
A downside of this deployment, too... They're going to have a hard time really inflicting their will upon... Like, their prime target is obviously going to be these Gaunts. Like, between those Soul Reaper Cannons and the Bolters, they'll just wipe out an entire Gaunt squad in one go. But they're not going to be pushing up the board too fast. They're highly vulnerable to the Tyranid artillery. And the Tyranids don't really need to leave their deployment with these flimsier troops immediately.
That's true.
To give up those shots. So that'll be... tough.
Yeah. Now a trick we could see here. It looks like we haven't teched for it, but we do have Chaos Familiar available for Doots. This is a Cult of Duplicity detachment, so you could potentially see Sorcerer's Facade get swapped in onto that Exalted Sorcerer to deep strike or to jump these guys. So potentially, if their first turn goes badly, or if it goes well and they kill, everything in their side of the table, you could just potentially just pick them back up the next turn, drop them somewhere else on the table, and that is something that Tyranids do not like to see, given how much they rely on their Hive Guard to do a lot of their damage. If this Tyranid army gets caught out, off guard by the maneuverability of these like speed 5 like slow and purposeful Marines, could go very poorly for them. But speaking of Tyranids, let's talk about this list. I hope Mitch is ready, because I played basically nothing but Tyranids, so I'm hot on the judge calls today. So I'm ready.
We were playing a little bit of Tyranids earlier today.
I was playing a little bit of Tyranids, not very well, but I was playing them. So there you go. Yeah. So this is a very interesting Tyranid list, given that it's sort of a combination of it's a 2 high fleet list, and brings a lot more psychers in normally you'd see in Tyranids. Tyranids do bring a ton of them, but this is going to be a psychic heavy battle today, which I'm excited about. We have starting off the list with a patrol detachment of a custom high fleet using adaptive exoskeleton and hyper metabolic acceleration. Tripping over my words. That's going to give the entire detachment reroll advance rolls, which is very nice. It's sort of you get like kind of a Kraken light, if you will. You also, the adaptive exoskeleton gives any Gaunt unit a 6+ invulnerable save. So that's going to give all of these Hormagaunts a 6+ save, even against those Inferno bolters, which are normally coming in at AP2. They don't care about that. They're just going to take a 6 up. Get out of here. That's being led by 2 Broodlords, both of which have Catalyst, so a little bit of redundancy built into the list there in case we lose one, which you will, because they're Broodlords and they like to die. Following that up, we have 2 units of Zoanthropes. 2 of them. The old double zone, which is super exciting. I think this list has been seeing some play recently. It's been interesting. It's a little dicey to bring the 2 Zoanthrope units, but they are high resilience. If you have enough OBSEC bodies elsewhere in your list, it doesn't. The fact that they themselves are low model count and don't innately have OBSEC doesn't make that big of a deal. Isn't that big of a difference? But they can just sort of throw bodies on the table that are very difficult to deal with. We just talked about how high AP the bolt guns out of this Chaos Army is, and a lot of the army is swinging in at AP 2 and 3, and these Zoanthropes don't care. They got a 3+ invulnerable save all the time. Although the players were joking before the game that Magnus is ready. He's got Death Hex lined up. He's ready to kill that unit. Fortunately, that can be mitigated a little bit by the second detachment in this army, which is Highfleet Cronus, another patrol coming out of them with a Neurothrope with the Resonance Barb to get +1 to cast on your Symbiostorm. A unit of 13 Hormagaunts in that unit. A unit of 6 Hive Guard. Just the 1 unit of Hive Guard for this list, but that's sometimes all you need, as well as 2 Exocrines with Dermic Symbiosis, so a 5+ invulnerable save to keep them alive. I should mention in the first detachment as well, that's being supported by 2 units of 30 Hormagaunts to get that 6+ invulnerable save. And again, to try to stay alive as long as possible. We got Catalyst for those guys. We got a 6+ invulnerable save for them. They just get a lot of chances to roll out of damage, potentially, if they end up taking a lot of fire. So just about as difficult to kill Hormagaunts as you can get. We're just missing a -1 from a zone or a Venomthrope or something, but we do have the Horror available in one of these Zoanthrope units to -1 something as a targeted -1 to hit. There's also a Lictor in the Cronus detachment to come in and deploy some Scramblers, which it looks like we're taking. Not sure what Mitch's first secondary objective there is, but we'll get that worked out.
I think it's cut off. It's just cut off on the side that cut off the head.
Oh yes, I think so. Yeah, that's probably because Magnus is the Warlord, so you could just shoot him. I think that's the one time you would take cut off the head. He's also 18 wounds, so he is not blocked by any of this obscuring terrain. He's not affected by dense cover. He's just going to eat a couple Exocrine shots to the face and he's hoping he goes first.
Knights and Primarchs, they are the prime choice for cut off the head.
Yeah. If you're going to cut off a head, Magnus is the most interesting one. Yeah, that's interesting. The map designers didn't even think that anybody would ever take cut off the head, so they didn't even include it in the FTC score sheet, I guess.
It does provide Doots with some significant counterplay, though. I mean, like, Hive Guard and Exocrines are quite limited in their range, and like it doesn't feel good to keep Magnus off the table for the first 2, like effectively out of action for the first 2 turns. But if that's 15 points your opponent doesn't score, I mean that's
and
well be worth it.
And it's the cut off the head is a scaling secondary as well. The longer that Doots keeps Magnus out of the fight, the less points Mitch gets, even if he does kill him.
It's like what, 10 or 15, 10, 6?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, it's a quick cutoff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never played it or had anybody play it against me, so I have no idea what the rules are.
Yeah, I mean,
let's take a quick look here.
It and Titan Slayer are just you're not allowed to play Knights strats, and no one plays those, so you know.
Yeah. You
don't see the strat. Another wrinkle here is a little stratagem. I like to call it Deepest Shadow. I don't know what its official name is, but I think it's also Deepest Shadow because that's its name. And interestingly, into an army that is
13 points if you kill him top of 1 or during battle round 1, 10 points on 2, 6 on 3, and then 3 on 1 afterwards. So yeah, you're really looking at those first 2 turns. Yeah, you don't even max it.
Thanks.
Perfect design from Games Workshop here. You know, what a competitive strategy or secondary objective.
Keeping Magnus so far back does also aid him in being able to cast buff strats and keeping him out of Deepest Shadow, which I was mentioning a moment ago is a 1 CP strat. If you're within 24 inches of any Chronos unit, makes all of your casts cast on a single dice.
Well, it makes one of them. It makes one of them cast on a single dice.
Is it a single cast? It's not all casts.
Yeah, it's like a 4+ deny, but you use it before they cast instead of after, essentially. A couple things to keep in mind. I mean, the zone thropes is
still hard to cast though.
Yeah, fact. The zone thropes also have or any of the psychers, the synapse creatures on the Tyranid side of the table have an 18-inch bubble of -1 to cast, which is going to be a big deal. Magnus himself gets +1 or +2 to cast at his top profile, and +2 to deny as well. So interestingly, it's gonna be interesting to see whether the sheer volume of smites that this Tyranid list is going to put out can beat Magnus's kind of superlative control of the psychic phase. Looks like we are using a Risen Rubric off Doots here to drop these red Rubric Marines on Objective 6, where they could potentially double tap into the zone thropes, the orange zone thropes there, and kill them. If Doots goes first, he can clear a lot of the threats to Magnus off this side of the table immediately with just the sheer volume of Strength 4 shooting that these Rubric Marines can put out.
Can he reposition those if he does not go first?
Yes, he has that Duplicitous Tactician on the Exalted Sorcerer to just redeploy them if he needs to.
That's a pretty good little combo.
Nice little combo. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I think you mentioned earlier Magnus has the ability to strip the invulnerable save off these zone thropes, but I believe that ability has a 12-inch range or 18.
Yeah, it's really short. I think 12 sounds right with Death Hex.
Easily within the range of their -1 to cast and within range of Deepest Shadow, and I think that's cast on an 8, which makes it functionally uncastable.
Yeah, you just have to roll a 6. Just roll 6, easy.
Does a 6 go off? I mean, even with his +2, but it's still
with the
+2,
-1, with the
right?
-1, it's uncastable. You're right. Yep.
Which he would be within if he's casting on the zone thropes, who are the only viable target. So it's literally an impossible cast.
The players were mathing that out amongst themselves before the game, just to make sure they're on the same page. Kidakru in the chat. This is it's a chaos mixed list. It's 2 detachments of Thousand Suns as well as 1 detachment of Undivided Demons.
Yep, looks like majority TK Suns.
Yeah, with Magnus in there for sure. A bunch of Thousand Suns, but then also we got these demons in there. We got a little bit of forward presence from those Nurglings, as well as the Blood Litter Bomb to be a little bit more flexible, I guess, than these Thousand Suns who are normally pretty slow. I think good defensive positioning from Doots here. A lot of times, like especially with those Nurglings forward deploy, you want to just drop them right in the front of the table and push your opponent back as far as possible. But Doots recognizing that just means he would die to Hiveguard. And so as we're looking, we can basically see outside of these rubrics behind this, on Objective 3 here, we could basically see a 36-inch bubble around the Hiveguard where nothing is being placed. So makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, can Battlescript TDS make a 36-inch range bubble? Can they just leave that on the table?
Yeah, I've seen people just draw it. They just take the marker out and draw it on the table. This is the no-go zone where we don't get blown up by Hiveguard. Totally fair. Mitch looks like placing a unit of Hormigants on that side, hopefully to to engage those Rubric Marines if they go first and elect to dump everything into the zone thropes. At least those Hormagaunts are going to survive and be able to hold off Objective 6 and potentially contest Objective 5 because, I mean, this is Tyranids and they are so fast. Looks like
they also just
roll to go first. They both just tied on a 2. See, we get here Doots in with a 5, Mitch in with a 6. Oh man!
I've got to reposition those rubrics now.
Yep, gotta pull those guys back. I'm gonna throw it back to the players' mics real quick here.
I will decide to go first.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Mitch, understandably choosing first.
Advice.
Tyranids, I think as we're seeing, really rely on that first turn. And we'll see how Doots responds with his pregame.
I'm just gonna do my
40k's a lot like boxing. I mean, like, they do that coin flip at the beginning of the boxing match to determine who to punch the other guy in the face first. And, like, you almost never see the person elect to just get punched right in the face at the beginning of the match.
Plus the guy with the lower trait.
So where are these rubrics going to go back, you think? Do you think...
outside of 36 inches of the Hive Guard, and I would say near Magnus, but that's not looking like the case.
Could you, like, put them in your deployment zone and then redeploy, scout deploy them to the front?
Are you looking for a... Who is the source of their late game to jump at this point? That's
I'm wondering if they themselves have it. I don't think I see
off the sorcerer himself.
No, he has Firestorm.
Okay. I might have to move these somewhere else.
Is he a viable target for this strat to just swap out the power? He's just a Zinj Psyker, right?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Not character Psyker, is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the restrictions on the familiar are.
All right, we're gonna I guess we'll just have it over here. Really need to get better.
Just 1,000 Sun Psyker, yeah.
My worst
so you could pay a CP to drop it onto that Aspiring Sorcerer.
I mentioned that has to be the play, right? There's no... They're not threatening anything on this side of the table. I mean,
I think that guy was...
Especially
I think that's what we're setting up for here.
We
don't want you want to lose as few of them as possible.
Yeah.
And then drop them in to hit those zone thropes.
But at the moment, it does look like... Effectively, it's going to be bait. Oh, no. Well...
How's that?
I mean, the Hormagaunts are going to move up, and then the Hive Guard move up, and they're just hitting on 5s at that point, right?
That guy, I think, is in.
They'll still get at least 4 bottles in if they choose to elect to fire them at all.
I don't know if Doots needs to be super worried about that one guy getting shot. If he makes those Hive Guards split fire, he's probably okay.
That's the whole...
There you go. All right, well, everybody's outside 36.
All right, cool.
The bigger issue here is just going to be the buffed up Excrin.
You get to
walking a little bit to the right and taking that same shot.
Yeah, or just go in and tow that dense cover. There's not really any guns on that side of the table that he has to worry about anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, these guys.
Hive Guard probab't pick up the Screamers. Just take them right off of Objective 3.
Yeah, this is an interesting play. We're pulling a unit of Rubrics off of Objective 3 as well.
Easy.
So that they're out of range of the Hive Guard. I kind of like that. It's a little debate for. Oh, you can get these guys, right? You can get these guys on turn. Nope. Get out of here.
Fine.
I suppose that's okay too, because you can. Magnus can always just like reliably warp time himself onto Objective 3, or warp time a Nurgling unit maybe.
Yeah, this is. I mean, any of these 1,000 Sunless are going to be, especially Cult of Duplicity, is going to be ridiculously fast. A speed that belies its. It's
a good thing. It's a good thing the clock is not active in the.
Take your time when you're ready.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, usually we turn the clock off for deployment just because most people prepare their deployments while their opponents are moving, so it's just complicated to time it.
Movement phase.
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. Shots on there.
Oh, chat's saying all the 1,000 Suns have sorcerers facade all the time,
moving
as long as they're in the cult. Oh, there you go. That's good to know.
Here as such. Does your
Excrin just getting some hut feet?
Your +1 save thing on the rubrics, does that work against damage D3?
Narrow throat probably popping up and buffing him a bit.
It only gets damage 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Same thing with the Nurglings. They have similar.
This might be the most extreme I've ever seen a player deploy to avoid getting shot.
Yeah, so that was our mistake, chat. Looks like all of these 1,000 Sun Psykers outside of Ahriman and Magnus are going to know that.
For that.
Facade anyway.
One, re-rolling for the trait.
So,
what is that cast on?
I think it's a 7. It's a tough one.
Okay.
Yeah, Facade, Warp Charge 7.
I just gotta keep the CP open for it.
And that
And
should
they have any buff strats or anything to increase the roll?
I believe that if they get a bunch of Psychers together, they have a strat that can...
Brutal here
buff them up.
advancing. A 6, I'll take it. No, he didn't need to advance, he'll just come up here. Oh.
Magnus's base movement's 12, correct?
Yeah, if you have
so
1,000
with warp
Sunpsyker
time,
from your army within 6 inches of 2 other 1,000 Sunpsykers, you can add 2 to a Psychic
fit a
test
unit in
for
here?
1 CP.
Actually, Bob
That's a
can.
pretty good strat. I'm gonna be
That's pretty
honest. +2 to cast.
not affecting-
Ooh, boy.
Yeah,
not
small.
affecting
Just
these rubrics at all, but this like
Do it like
brick
that.
of
That's doing
Yeah,
calculus.
Casters
I
on the left.
I wonder if that's partly why, especially if you
Okay.
you can start to bleed some of these CP off of
red
the
Hormagaunts here are going to deploy a Scrambler.
off of the Tyranids just by forcing the sort of bad Deepest Shadows.
The guy here.
Some of these.
and a Deepest Shadow at plus. A Deepest Shadow doesn't do a lot if you're doing dice +4.
Yeah, 2/6 plus 4. 2+ it goes off. Here we go.
With these Hormagaunts.
Okay.
They don't get to
Magnus
reroll
is. I
5.
suppose he'll just get Deepest Shadowed if he tries to hop out and then double
So they
move
get
to
13.
contact the Hormagaunts and then move into the zones.
Yeah,
That's
I don't think
also
Magnus-
way too forward
Magnus
for a
is-
guy
yeah.
who's worth 15 points.
Magnus does not need to move forward, that far forward this game.
Yeah, not yet at least.
Yeah, the last thing he wants to do is get hit by Hive Guard before his defenses are up.
And then-
Once he's glamored and weavered, he
can
doesn't really
still
care about the
take
Tyranid
it.
shooting so much. It's just going to plink a couple wounds off of him every turn. But the -1 to hit gets through Symbiostorm, so they're not going to be buffed up
That's
quite
as
as much with
far
that
as they
outside of the Exocrines. No,
they
3 plus
don't
vulnerable
go
save
that far.
to fade most of the damage. He still doesn't want to get hit with it because it's a lot of fire coming in, but it's not the end
No,
of the
you
world.
don't often see two players both grind them down.
Yeah, that's true. That is interesting. Yeah,
Just
you should
Oh, that's.
should mention the.
I feel like no one's gonna score that this round either, because I get the feeling these screamers are just going to die, but so is this Hormagon squad.
Yeah.
Elsewhere. Could try and
interesting.
take off some stuff
So
by going up to
yeah,
the
it's very similar secondary objective picks from these players. Engaging off fronts from Doots. I bet he's a little upset that he's going second now with engaging off fronts on his
This Brood Lord is just going
list
move
there, but he does have those
maybe.
Deep Strikers in reserve to get that
there,
later.
slightly away from the wall.
Yeah,
an
that's
inch away.
usually a secondary
are
that's
close
much
to
easier to
advance.
score going second or going first
6, I'll
because
take
you
it.
just have free reign of the table and you get to set the battle line so far forward, especially with that forward deploy.
Not necessarily.
But he's really stuck in the back, although he does have Magnus, who is a
They
quick
will also be
guy
trying to be
to get right up
away
if he
from the
needs him to.
wall.
And Magnus could propel these flamers up directly into the faces of these Hormagons. Firing,
these
they can pick that up. I mean, the screamers can easily get
a 1
into
re-rolling. 2.
the other table corner. Like, he can score it fully out on his first turn, though doing so likely does begin to initiate a trade where he starts losing on grind them down.
Not gonna
Well,
be
he
doing
can't
much.
warp time the flamers. They're not Astartes.
What? They have, like, little shoulder pads.
But they look
I always
like
forget
it.
that you can't. I always forget that the giant Birdman can only warp time Space Marines for some reason.
Yeah, that's just a restriction of the psychic power.
Moved.
Yeah.
Not moving.
Which is good.
New Hope
The
here
more
will
restricted on that,
advance.
the better. But I think it'll probably be fine. What he may end up doing with it is
Move 8.
sending out one of these sorcerers to deal some damage and then pulling them back with warp time. I can't imagine that Doots wants to play
no, actually.
like too aggressively right this turn because even through his powerful
Just move
denies,
one spot a bit, I guess.
if we get a good psychic face off from Mitch, he
Yep,
could do
that's
an immense amount of damage to this relatively
Sykes.
elite Thousand Suns army.
We're gonna start with. I mean, do you deny
Not
from
psychic
the
powers
wizard
now. So are
model
we
here,
not moving the
or from
Hormagons
the
up to give
unit?
the Hive Guard the ability to fire?
I'm pretty sure it is from the unit. Let me double check.
That's a surprise. Or at least moving them out of the way. It's like there's not like a Bloodletter bomb coming
while
on
we do
first
that,
turn.
I'll cast some stuff elsewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I
Mytho
think what we're
pools,
just worried
Symbol,
about is
Storm,
the potential for this rubric bomb to
Exocrine
duplicity
moved
itself up the table and just kill that unit. The
I mean,
zone
if
throps
anything, you'd
are
want to move.
potentially
You'd want to move the Hive Guard up for that.
Yeah.
Because that shelters them further into the ruin.
Can reroll 1s and I get +1, so I'll reroll that 1.
Well, you don't want to lose
And
the
I
Hormagaunts,
failed.
I mean.
Wow. 3, 4, 5. Okay.
I mean, that's gonna happen either
so it
way,
doesn't
right?
have to come from
They're
the
duplicity. They're capable of being duplicityed right now, are they not? Or is this Broodlord too close to this stage? This Broodlord is probably too close. That is a very
Those
large
Zoanthropes don't
squad.
want to do much.
I think that was a fail on the smite from the Zoanthropes, by the way.
We'll be putting... Oh, we'll go on to these units. So this
Now who's in the
purple
deepest
Zoanthropes
shadow?
will be smiting...
It's the Zoanthropes, because
Oh,
they're
no,
like
that
a
was
smoke
something different. All
So I
right.
believe
Here
they're
comes the
closest
Zoanthropes.
visible
Smite.
in 24. So I need a 5 for this.
Hey!
Goes off with a 10, that's still a small smite.
Mm-hmm.
This does D3 plus 3.
Big 4 mortal wounds.
Alright.
Not too
So
bad.
we'll go 1,
It's not the best.
2...
Yeah, but through a Rubric Marine stat line, 4 mortal wounds is
That's
still
expensive.
Pretty nice,
Then
yeah.
I'm still in 24, so...
You'd think that
next
they
turn
would
we
be
cast
better at
Horror
taking
on that
psychic
unit.
wounds.
Yeah,
And it might have a little bit of a
To go
prepared
off.
defense against it.
right.
Goes off with an 11.
Yeah, I think it's called Deny.
So they get -1 to hit for a turn. and
Not from
-1
them, it
leadership.
seems.
Yeah, I mean, those were big numbers. I don't think Doots wanted to roll for an 11 to block the smite, and then they just hard rolled an 11 on the horror anyway, so. Here you go. -1 leadership,
Hey,
Rubric Marines,
Thanks
take that!
They're probably not used to fighting giant floating
Broodlord over
marines.
on this
I mean, like,
side.
as much as Armand thinks of himself as one,
We'll be
like,
casting
they don't,
Catalyst on the green hole.
not, like, used to that in real life.
So I need a 6.
Yeah, normally
Fails with
we're
3.
so used to giant egos. We didn't expect a giant brain, too.
I'll CP that.
Okay.
Bearable's in chat, how's it going?
Nope.
Thanks for joining us.
Goes off with it.
Hope everyone's having a
Steal.
good post-holiday weekend.
Nope.
Getting some
It's on a
40k
5
in.
up you steal.
On a 5 up, yeah.
We got some 40k in earlier.
Broodlord over here will decline casting. Zoanthropes over there will decline
We
casting.
played a good,
That'll
interesting
be fine.
game between two
So I
good,
failed my
interesting
surprise
games.
games,
Though not as weird as these two.
This Exocrine, who moved
So
up,
Tyranids
also made the CP
won the
to
coin
ignore
flip,
faction
chat,
moves.
so I think they're currently favored in the game.
First volley into the Marines over
What
there.
is the spread for Tyranids
I do
on go first, go second? I feel like they weren't
your
they
CP
one of
for
the
that
factions that had like
Yeah.
the lowest
And he's
differential?
got AP 3 on his
In my
team. I'm gonna
experience,
spend
I
one.
can't speak to any stat line, but in my
Okay, I'm gonna
experience, it's
spend 1 to
approximately
increase my handle while
100%.
you
They win 100%
So you
of
have
the
a
games that
4
go
up in
first,
front or a 5
and they
up?
lose every
So
game
4
they
up
go
now.
second.
Oh, then
So 6 shots in
That's-
that unit.
unfortunate for our
No
poor
explosions.
chaos player.
Hitting
Yeah,
on
we'll
threes.
see how it goes.
We roll ones.
I bet Doots has some tricks up his sleeve. This is an
Running
Exocrine,
on threes.
firing into the Rubric Marines.
These at AP lots.
Did he Symbiostorm him?
No
Get to
AP?
I don't
You
think
said?
he did.
I think that's
AP
that's
lots.
what
AP
that was
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the
gotcha.
spell that failed.
Okay,
Was
so
the
I used
Storm,
Okay.
which is too bad.
Next 6 shots will go into that same
Yep,
unit.
still picked a couple up.
Okay.
Definitely a much less frightening squad when
Threes, miss one.
most of it's
no
dead.
explosion.
Yeah.
would it have been worth just taking the
These
Hive
are
Guard
a lot
shot
of
and
misses.
deploying them behind the cover so that the Zoanthropes could not just
There we go.
Zoanthropes plus Excrin could not just blast them?
That's that Exocrine. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, I think honestly, I was
Hive Guard
expecting
here
them to go
will
behind
murder
the
the screener unit.
dense cover on objective
Sure.
5, because even then
Yeah.
In range,
the Hive
full
Guard are
in range.
-1 to hit them, and the Exocrines can't see them. So
12 shots.
Yeah,
Hitting
nor can the other
on
Zoanthrop squad.
yeah,
threes.
I mean, maybe he was worried about getting engaged by Hormagaunts, but like he'll just kill them in melee.
Those-
They have veterans of Long War, they win on 2s,
Yeah, okay.
and it's opening up a lot of things for you to do with your smites.
So winning on
Did the
twos.
Hormagaunts not kill that unit?
Lots of ones.
No,
A lot
no,
of
no,
ones. Wow.
Oh right, they get
Maybe
they
to
get
get a
it's
four
oh no
pinball.
Yeah,
yeah these
they go to
Hormagaunts
a-
are not like AP 3.
Yeah, they go to a 2-up
plus
save,
save,
which
right?
is a
go.
bunch of strength
Yeah.
3 guys hitting.
D3 damage apiece. Also, it matters.
The Hormagaunts,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'd be surprised if the Hormagaunts killed 2.
Alright.
And
First
the
one.
Rubric Marines hit back 40 attacks with +1
I
to wound and
survived.
rerolls.
Do you want to reroll that? No, I won't reroll that.
Okay. So
Next
second
one.
one kills.
Kills.
Yeah,
And then the third
the
one.
last one
What?
kills.
The next one was a 2, sorry. That 3 was an accident.
Okay.
But
yes,
yeah,
there you kill.
2 of them dead total.
So we'll take these two.
So it looks like Hive Guard only pick up 2 Screamers, which means
Uh-oh.
that potentially no kills on the board here for
The
Tyranids.
Exocrine over here.
That is worth spending for the
Going
double fire.
to shoot at Maggie Boy.
Otherwise, you're
Just
losing and grind them
mindless
down
business.
immediately because I have a
Oh,
hard
no.
time imagining these
So,
Hormagaunts do not all get
You
shot off
don't
the table
get dense cover, is that correct?
I do not.
on Doots' turn.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
hitting you on 3s, not 2s. Oh, 3s, not 4s.
You also
So,
want
I'll just do
Doots'
both volleys.
Sure.
objective 3 camper killed,
12 shots total.
forcing
12
him
shots
to
Not spending any.
Spend what, 2 turns running Nurglings over, or like advancing a Flamer unit over, which is super not what they want to be doing.
You have a 4-up invuln on this guy?
Yeah, 4 up.
Toughness 7, so I'm winning on 4s. So 4s and 4s is gonna get rid of most of them. I'll fish for it. I'll spend 2 CP here to up my gun to flat damage 3.
Sounds good.
It's at the start of the shooting phase.
Oh, is it? Okay, that's fair. Sorry about that. I will not do that.
Okay.
So
Here you go, chat.
hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. Delete those.
I just say I just did Mitch a favor
Hitting on
there.
4s.
Stopped him from using pathogenic slime.
Nice.
Hey, nice.
If you use that stratagem, it immediately means your opponent's going to make all their invuln saves. There you go. 1, 2, and 3. Ready? Oh. It would have got him 1 damage.
2 damage, right?
2 damage.
Okay. So Philippine. Oh.
From the
So
changeling.
that's
Yeah.
2. Yep.
All right,
Start
well,
shooting,
Plinks Magnus for 2 wounds with the Exocrine.
Because that guy is.
We're getting somewhere.
In the shooting phase. Everyone else is out of range. Yeah. Could have spent 1 CP to reroll the wound. I think that's actually.
So would it have been better here to just take Titan Slayer?
Yeah. And the shooting phase.
Magnus isn't Titanic.
2
so
CP.
It would not have been better.
I always
Also,
forget
murder the
that.
screamer
Yeah, I
with
think
the
everybody
hardcore.
does because he's so many wounds. He's
Sure.
so big and impressive, and he's a
Yeah.
supreme commander,
Because
a
everyone else is out of
Warlord of
range,
War
right?
choice.
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
It is kind of bizarre.
3s. Reroll.
I guess he's not quite the threshold for Titanic units.
All
Looks
those.
like we did take a
Of
double tap
course.
into the screener.
Nope.
Yeah, kills it. All right, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
And then
Yeah.
you have
It's
3
worth
damage
it.
minimum.
Yeah,
100%.
you hate to spend the
That'd
2
be
CP
shooting.
for 1 kill, but
Charges.
man, if
No.
if you get
No.
it to you, the grind them down points, that's a big deal.
Fight snow. Morale maybe on the rubrics.
Yeah, so -1, and I lost 6. So I basically.
I
need to
mean,
roll
further than
1.
that, that just has like over time serious consequences. Like, how does he
So
get
the
on that
guy,
objective?
And then I've got.
What's he putting there?
13 left.
Yeah,
There-
yeah. I
Those
mean, he
Nurglings
does
are at
have that
least 2 turns
sorcerer's
away.
facade, so he could jump some guys over there.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, that's not,
So
that doesn't
rubrics
feel great.
failed their morale test, lost
alright.
nobody
Pass
to
the-
attrition though.
pass the clock.
1 guy ran away. I don't
So
even
it's-
know, they don't even run away that
That's all
fast. They're
I
so
need
slow.
to do. Yep.
Yeah, it's weird that they can run away
So-
considering they are
Sold
dust
1 unit.
golems, but you know,
Yeah, they're zombies, totally in the command of the
Alright.
sorcerer. Yeah, whatever.
yeah.
It's fine.
Maybe he was being empathetic and he wanted them to
Yeah, he's like, guys, you're getting
kind of-
killed. Get out of here.
The
for
My
teleport
baby
enough.
is
I don't think we want to
advance.
move near these zone ropes. Maybe we're banking on a failure so we can fire.
Go 10.
Well, the zone threats have a 24-inch range anyway, so. You do have
I
to-
mean, on their minus the psychic debuff, right? That's only 18, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you have a little bit of space.
Alright.
How do we get onto objective 3? What's the plan here?
Do I get?
Gotta get
do you
there.
Feel no pain.
I mean, maybe that is
on
the plan to
Nurglings against damage default?
facade somebody over there
I do not.
this turn instead of
Okay.
the alternative. Instead of
Yellow
dropping
Nurglings
this
will advance.
Yeah.
unit somewhere.
There you go.
I mean, like, what does he put over there that doesn't get killed by Hiveguard instantaneously?
Avoiding the terrain. Avoiding the terrain.
Yeah, that should be.
I mean, the flamers might. You probably lose about half of them, but you don't lose the squad. You just drop Warp Surge on them.
Mm-hmm.
The changeling will advance.
Ironically, the Bloodletters would have been great there.
Yeah, I mean, I think you need to force the Tyranids
Yeah.
to keep some models back to defend their castle. You can't just throw the Bloodletters in on objective holding duty; they're too valuable. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm fascinated to see how Doots plans to unravel this.
For the
this,
deeper shadow stratagem, 1 CP make you roll
downside.
1 dice to a spell.
I
It's
love Dude's
24
army,
inches
but
from
there's
the
2 things I
opponent.
don't get, and that's the Screamers.
your blue
I just
guys.
don't really understand the
Yeah,
pick.
the blue
Though I've
ones.
seen them in other
Yep.
Siege armies, so there might just be some math there I don't understand. And I don't quite get the Changeling. Like, the Changeling could have been a Fate caster who then could have spent 1 CP to pick himself up and just drop himself on objective 3.
I mean, he's just gonna die if he goes there, though, right?
If he's
Yeah.
touching the back edge of it, is
If
he
I
still
come
within
in
36
here,
inches
just
of
get
Hiveguard?
nuked.
Yep.
And he would die. I mean, 4-up invuln, sitting on a -1 to be hit. Nah, he's dead. He'd die. He would die doing that.
Yeah, I wonder if the Screamers have a 16-inch move, so they may be a pick, one of the many picks that we're seeing these days for a fast,
go for it.
just generally fast unit that you can deploy on the table and guarantee you engage on all fronts if they go first.
They get no buffs for advancing. They're easy to kill.
Yeah.
In this situation, together is almost the cost of a burning chariot.
Do they have a? Yeah, I guess there's just a 5+ invulnerable save in this list.
They should be on 4. They should be on 4-up, right? Because they're a Zinch unit. So they get +1 off of ephemeral form.
You can cast 3.
Does that? Do you have to
like
be
a
Zinch detachment for that to?
Yeah,
take
for 1
come into
CP.
effect?
No, that's just on their sheet. It's similar to the Bloodletters getting +1 strength, +1 attack when charging. It's just what they do.
2d6.
The only thing you lose when mixing Chaos Demons are the faction loci, and for Zinch that is just at the beginning of a combat phase you roll a dice, and any result of that dice of your opponents to hit automatically does.
Gotcha.
Which most of the time does nothing, but can be super powerful in some situations. But I have only ever remembered that existed twice when playing Zinch. It's very, very forgettable. Most players don't care.
So it looks like we are maybe planning on just rocketing Magnus up in here. I think Doots recognizing that he can't just take these Hive Guard shots on objective 3 every turn. He's going to be down to 5 points on primary. The Tyranids have like total board control, and he just needs to come in and make something happen. He just needs to
+2 to deny
maybe kill
well,
a Exocrine, maybe get into the Zone Thrope unit and try to see over that wall and kill them.
24 from these.
If he's going to do that though, he has to get enough Psychers up here to dodge Deepest Shadow on his warp time.
Yeah, so that's what he's
not an
measuring
easy
right now.
cast.
It looks like he's going to be, unfortunately, inside, I think, the Deepest Shadow of the Hormigant unit, which is the Kronos Hormigant unit. Yeah. But they're going to be outside of any denies. Yeah, but what he can do is cast all of his his other super important spells first, and essentially, either like bait the defensive stratagem or just ensure that all of the Weavers and the Glamours go off on Magnus to keep him as resilient as possible.
Yeah. That brings him down to what, a 3-up invuln?
Yeah. Yeah,
and sitting on his own
save and -1 to be hit.
The Orange Flamers are going to
sitting on his own denies. He's doing pretty well against the Smite spam that would come his way.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons that the Changeling is in the list is that he does give Magnus the 6+ damage ignore. I think is he in range right now? He is in range.
I think that's just friendly.
Yeah, it's Zinch Demons. So
yeah,
there you go. So that's the.
Yeah, he's like a giant.
Then we're gonna go.
It's like what if Big Bird was 200 points more?
In which unit?
But better,
and also,
most other ways.
Hit like a Mack truck.
That's the thing Big Bird does not do. Big Bird's harder to kill than this guy is, but he is not that damaging.
No. So here's the facade off the rubric.
I'm giving you -1 here because the unit
they just shadow
is
it?
in 18-inch.
No, it's to the Psyker, right? It wouldn't be to the unit.
Is that still a -1?
Or would it be to the unit?
Cast from the Sork. Every cast and deny is from the Sork.
But Shadow in the Warp gives a unit -1 to cast if you're in 18.
Is the Sorcerer -1? He's not within range, but his unit is.
Judge?
That's fine. If the wording is from the unit, then that's what it is.
I suppose Brotherhood of Psychers, it is the unit casting.
Yeah, generally,
I think
90% of the time it's that, unless the rubric reigns have a weird rule.
Okay,
for their rule.
that's fine.
It's unfortunate that one guy, that one dust man, got too close.
Yeah.
Starting. Okay.
That also means that you can measure denies and stuff off of the.
I'm gonna CP reroll it.
Do not want to have to CP reroll this one too. We wanted that CP reroll for later.
Yeah, that one goes off.
That makes it hard to,
I guess.
Stop.
I'll attempt to deny with my Zone Popes.
Sure.
2 dice, needing an 8. Fail to deny. You get it.
That goes off anyway. Who cares?
I'm gonna take these.
There you go. Right back where they started.
We wanted to get rid of those all along.
Yeah.
I mean, there's way less of them now. Could they fit behind this Broodlord at this point?
Well, no. Oh, the one on objective 2?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know if we care about that so much. We want to push on the flank that Magnus is on and just like sort of roll up from that right side, I think. So putting them on the other side kind of leaves them exposed. You get to kill the Broodlord and you're like, yay, and then you just get annihilated.
Can Magnus now warp time the Rubrics, who then move up to get line of sight on the Zoanthropes and then just charge the Gaunts? Or even charge the Zoanthropes
generally,
themselves?
once you set up out of a
I assume you've kept all the special weapons alive?
Move again that turn.
Yeah, the Solar
before the
Reapers
charge phase.
are over here on this side.
That is good, but sad. Makes me sad.
I will go with the.
What do you think? We're firing at this blue
We'll
Gaunt squad
Fates.
to
I'm gonna put that on.
So
Magnus.
this is interesting.
So which one is this?
This is the +1 to invul saves.
So the Shadow in the Warp does affect
before you roll
Psychers.
Sure.
So you've got.
And the only Psyker in the
up,
unit is the Aspiring Sorcerer. The unit itself is actually
like the unit isn't casting. It's cast from the source point.
Yeah,
Of
it's
the
not like
Psyker
a Grey Knight
itself.
where a Grey Knight picks, or is it the Zoanthropes themselves where they pick a model to be the caster for that turn, but the unit itself is a Psyker.
You fail.
Only the Aspiring Sorcerer.
So I'm gonna go with Tzeentch's Firestorm. No, I can't see anything.
I guess we should double check the.
So he's gonna chill. Aramon is going to do Glamour of Tzeentch. We'll put that on Magnus.
This is -1 to be hit.
Yep, -1 to hit. That one goes off on a 12.
So, and then I give you -1. I'll attempt to...
So, guys, just for future reference, because we just looked it up, the Rubric Marines, the only model in the unit is the Aspiring Sorcerer. So when you're measuring for Cast and Denies and the Deepest Shadow and Shadow in the Warp, it all measures directly to the Sorcerer, not the unit.
Okay,
interesting. Cool. Okay.
There are some abilities that say a Psyker unit. You'll measure to them, but this one does not.
We're going to do Presence next. That's going to go on the red rubrics.
Okay.
I can reroll. This is from Aramon. This is his second cast.
I am not giving you -1, and I'm not in deny range. Okay.
Right, so I'm going to reroll my 1 because I'm within 9 inches of Magnus. So that one goes off on a 9.
Okay.
And then we're going to Warp Time Magnus.
Is also from Aramon. Yep.
Yep, also from Aramon. And
big roll.
12.
Okay, so the warp time's off. And we are off to the races. There he goes.
And we have already at this point cast all necessary buffs on him. Yep, Glamour's there.
Yeah, Glamour's there.
I would like to...
Retience on
so help me out here.
the rubrics. We're about to pick up a lot of Hormigons.
Unit from him.
You think we hit the green unit or the blue unit here?
Touch this wall.
I was trying to... Oh, if you touch the wall, you can then see...
Well, it feels like a more important unit to hit. That's projecting.
Okay.
Yeah, just double check the engagement range off the Zoanthropes there.
Sure. So I need to back up like 0.2 inches, I think.
Yeah, I think if it looks like Doots is trying to get into
so I can't
here,
touch
but I
the
think
wall.
he can.
So if I come here, this was exactly.
What is he trying to avoid?
I think
he's
trying
to not hit
touch
himself.
the wall.
Yeah,
well, he's trying to touch the wall to get line of sight to the Zoanthropes. The downside is that the Zoanthropes are engaging past the wall.
So I guess I don't think
does he need to touch the?
Okay.
Does he need to touch the wall if his wing is literally over the building?
And then my next question is can I get closer to the Broodlord and not these? I don't think so.
To see the Broodlord, you need to be...
So I can see him, but he's not the closest.
It depends if you measure from the position you can see or from the model in general.
I can measure line of sight from any part of the model.
Yeah, but like this Hormigon is very close. It's more like it's like 3 inches from the bit you can see, but 2 inches from the model. So I'm not sure
you measure distances between models from the closest point of their bases, but you measure line of sight from anywhere.
It feels like there's a point, but
away.
Feels like there is a point between these two front Zoanthropes. Like the 1 inch would still let him tap the wall itself.
Yeah, I mean, I think he doesn't want to do that because he wants to get as close as possible to the Exocrine because Magnus will just get
for the charge.
In melee. Yeah, so it looks like he's angling to hit the Broodlord with the Psychics and then kill the Exocrine in melee, but I don't think he was going to be able to.
So I'm very much
to get close enough to the Broodlord to do that.
Sure. So we'll be at a +1.
Non-zero chance if the Broodlord comes in with a heroic intervention here. Magnus just one-shots him.
So that does go off on a 12. That is a super.
Oh no, he's only 3. Excuse me, he's 3.
Okay.
So
I mean,
two
I think
shots.
he
It'll
just
take
kills
two.
Broodlord.
Yeah, 2s and 2s. Just get out of here, dude.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like we have a token out for Weaver, so I think Weaver may have failed.
So what just picked up these gaunts? Is that the Rubrics?
This is
Did they just fail to kill a unit?
This is Magnus.
Oh, okay.
I didn't deny anything on this side of the board, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. More than enough denies.
Let's do
Magnus does an immense amount of damage in the psychic phase.
Doombolt next. And I'm gonna put Doombolt into these.
You did
red
just
ornaments.
kill.
Okay.
9 models, yeah. Casual.
You did kill about 54 points of gaunts just now. Or
Yep,
no,
so that one's gonna
36 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine if those were more expensive.
Third
models than gaunts.
cast. We're gonna do...
imagine.
Pretty good.
What?
Yeah,
It would be terrible for the Tyranid player if they weren't Hormagaunts.
Gonna matter. Let's do an Infernal Gaze. We'll put that into the Broodlord.
Okay, and
You think?
we're gonna angle for the Broodlord with an Infernal Gaze. See if we can pull him
one
off.
goes
here.
off on a 6/7.
That's not a super smite.
So 7, that goes
Or
off.
sorry, 7/8. Sorry, because I'm +1 instead of +2.
Right. I will attempt to deny.
Okay.
That's a 7. I need to roll a
Goes up.
9.
Mhm.
What will this do?
I roll 3 dice and 4 Stew Mortals.
I'll take this.
Okay.
I like Infernal Gaze because it's just a strictly worse smite.
So I do 2 Mortals.
Broodlord takes it.
Yeah, it's targetable though,
That's true.
so there is an upside to it. Yeah, it looks like,
So that was his third
We
cast.
planked the
and then
Broodlord
I'm
for
gonna
2.
spend 1 CP to cast again.
and we're gonna use Great Sorcerer to do it one more time.
We're trying to kill this
And
thing so
I'm
we can
gonna
advance
do-
or
actually,
assault
I don't even
over the
think I
wall
can-
to
I can't
tap the
see the
zones,
zone
or is this
growth.
just mostly just a?
Oh, I
no.
think we're just going deep. We're just going ham,
So
trying to
let
kill
me
as
think
much
about
as
this for a
possible with
second.
Magnus. Yeah.
Do you want to refund your CP?
Yeah, I don't.
It's like we're not sure what we're gonna be
Either
casting.
way, what's the regular save? Is it 5 up?
5s. Yeah.
Oh, it may
5s.
be angling for a Death Hex.
Yeah,
Which is
it's
when
not gonna happen. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna
Magnus
do
is
that.
one
So I'll just go
remaining
back
spell,
to
but
my 5.
we're not gonna do it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What would be the point of that?
Shooting phase.
I think you would try to hit the
It's
zone
gonna be
tropes.
the red rubrics.
or
There we go,
the
these guys
It-
are
Hormagaunts.
okay.
You
I
could
think
hit
that's line of
the,
sight on them.
you could hit the
We're just gonna
Hormagaunts,
dump
and they don't get
everything
their
into the
save
green
against the
Hornets.
rubrics.
Everybody
I
Rubrics
just,
rapid.
not
I guess he
in-
already smited.
Not in range for rerolls
I
and at
got
-1 to
4,
hit, though.
5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10
Yeah,
dudes.
this isn't going to be a great round of
They
shooting
did
from them.
not stand still.
I was expecting them to pick up the other Hormagaun squad and
So,
for Magnus to
20
jump onto the
shots
other
from both
side.
guns.
Yep.
21 with the
So I
pistol,
suppose it doesn't really do anything if you just
and then it'll be 8
engage
shots
zone
from
throws.
soldiers.
it would really turn them off.
Yeah, what it does do is force them to stay in melee with you if they want to
So
make
this
their
is the
smites that
bolt
turn.
gun shots.
Which means that you do force, especially
So
without
I'm just gonna
Swarmlord
be
in the
back to
list,
hitting
you
on
do
3
force the
for
Tyranid player to
presence.
decide whether you're shooting Magnus or smiting him.
Presence and hover. So
I mean,
3
you're probably
stuff.
going to shoot him, which means that you do deny them that smite that turn.
Toughness 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although that's assuming you
so
can even
10,
kill enough
AB
Hormagauns
2.
to engage
damage
the zones,
apiece.
which you probably
Just 1
don't.
damage, yep.
So invulnerable.
Yeah,
save of
Magnus
6.
also is going to have a tough
Save
time getting
those,
around that wall.
Feel no pain of 5.
Excellent saves from this is from the
4 dead.
from the Hormagaunts. You
Ugh.
lose 4 to the bolt
Okay,
guns.
we'll go with these back 4.
Ugh. Rough.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're
charges.
packing heat to bring down
Magnus is
Premier
gonna
Space
charge
Marines and someone shows up with just a
the
big pile of
Exocrine
cockroaches,
and
Yeah.
it's
the
not a good time.
Broodlord.
I think can you fit
In a lot of ways, this tier list seems very well prepared
I
for
can
the
just hold this
offense
escape.
that this Thousand Suns list is bringing.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
So it looks like the Broodlord's position, so Magnus is not going to be able to tag
Getting
him.
to the Broodlord is quite awkward here.
Yeah.
Magnus could potentially just charge
So we'll
over
just
these
do the
models, though,
X-Men.
because he flies.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
No interaction here.
that's a big charge necessary, and if you
Yeah,
fail that,
yeah, it's like it would be like a big number.
So we'll just come up to here.
That's just
gotta,
doing that.
gotta tap the Torm,
Face
gotta tap
you.
these gods.
I
You
guess
have
I
to kill them
declare
to
these, huh?
not give up those 3 points.
If you have to declare them, Trivia we find.
You
that
have to
he
kill
just
both
declares
these
them
units, though. I don't
as
think
a
he's killing both these
compulsory.
units.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure. Yeah, the base is weird, but yeah. So we'll just go
So-
in as well.
Put Hormagaunts in combat as well. Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
It's worse for me. So.
How many attacks does Magnus have?
And then these are
he's only he's at 7 on his top profile,
yeah,
so 8 on the charge.
6 plus 1.
I will use my gaze
I think
of
he's,
Satan on
yeah,
so
he's base 7 plus 1 for 8.
So I go 10.
Yeah, so that's a loss on grind them down on turn 1 here. Did you make that charge? Oh, that's
oh yeah, all right.
That's the fastest these Dust Boys have ever moved.
Here we go.
They have the shock.
Yeah, what is that
like
distance?
extra attacks.
They moved 5.
Is that
and
all?
then
So just like 2 attacks on
58,
model, 3
and then
attacks
another
from the
9.
sorcerer?
Yeah, that's it.
It's just like a casual 70-inch
Yeah,
movement
they're
from these
just
guys. You know,
regular
that's fine.
They spent a lot of time on spaceships. This is still the fastest they've ever
Are you in range for
Light speed,
Are you in
gentlemen.
range for the thing? The Magnus buff?
Yeah, he gives it as long as I'm within 9 inches.
Is this 9 inches? Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
9 with these, I can go.
So
10.
this is where the zone throw abilities become interesting. Because if you engage the zone throws with the Rubric Marines, right, they can still smite. They just smite out the guy in the back, so it still hits Magnus.
All right.
Yeah. No, that's still. I mean, that
gone plaid.
And that
protects the
is gonna
rubrics
be
at
it.
least.
I will
The
start.
Brood Lord. The Brood Lord.
Although
will
I
decline
suppose the
hero
rubrics
intervention.
probably not getting shot
Okay,
at all here.
yeah, I figured. And we'll start with the rubrics.
Okay.
Do Thousand Suns have a fight twice?
So I'm just
I
gonna get closer to you
don't believe
and
they
come
do.
This
I
way.
think that's just a corn thing. But I have to imagine that Doots is banking on the Exocrine kill this turn to be his to at least tie on grind them down.
Okay.
What did he tie? What was the other unit he
All
killed?
of them in this lot is being.
Well, they've the Screamers died, right?
Make sure
Just getting back.
Yeah.
Well, that was the only unit for. The
So I
Oh,
think
you're
it's
right.
one
It was
one.
just the Screamer unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least he's not gaining anything on it, but at least he's not losing.
So
Yeah, if Magnet had a sweep attack, he might be able to pick up both the Hormies and the
we
Exo, but
3.
he
Oh, you know what? I
didn't
forgot to do my soul
learn that from
shots
Magnus.
into these.
Yeah, for
Do you
sure.
mind if I run that real quick?
Or from
I'm fine if that happens. Trevi, is that fine?
the other one, Mortarion.
I did declare those.
Yeah.
Just didn't shoot him. You know what?
I
That's
won't make
fine.
the charge
I
any
won't roll
harder.
it because you could make the charge harder. So I'm just gonna forget it. That's fine.
Sure.
Thanks for the follows, everybody.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys.
Ooh, popular finals game
That's
today.
22 attacks, 23 attacks from the Sorcerer. Does the Sorcerer have a different weapon?
He does. He has a force sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if that's here.
So I will.
They are all wound. Oh no, the damage is different, so that will matter. Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend 1 for Veterans of the Long War.
Yep, there it is.
Okay.
Doots does not have a ton of
So
CP, and you do want to save some of that for
And
those
then
really
back taking
necessary
my
psychic buff
boots.
strats later in the game for when
Yeah, he does
ones.
have a
the shut-ups get harsh.
he does have the
Yeah,
helmet of
on
the third eye to
twos
steal
with
CP
vets.
from the Tyranids. And he's grabbed 1 back from it already.
Didn't matter too much.
There's only so much left to steal.
Sixes. Save
Well,
those.
One of the interesting foibles about
Fives.
such abilities now in
Those
9th edition is that oftentimes your opponents don't have much for
And then
CP.
Your Sorcerer.
Like you can, stealing back 1/6 CP don't do much if they have 4.
Yeah,
Just
for
2
sure.
hits. And 2 wounds.
That was a good
at
punch.
AP 3.
Just put those guns down, just pick up
Saving
boxing
on
gloves.
Sixes. Failed both.
And
Roll
these are
damage.
D3.
We're on the corn
First
table,
one
it makes
does 2, second one does 2.
So the first one. Fail. Second one. Fail. 2.
All right. Well, we're pulling down these Armageddon slowly but surely.
Alright, would you like to interrupt?
No.
Okay, so we'll do Magnus into the Exochrome.
Brood Lord did not heroically
Just
intervene, right?
everything
There was
into
no own goal being made there.
So 8 attacks on the charge.
not pie himself in the
No,
face.
yeah, he declined the heroic intervention, so he doesn't just get
Ones.
yeeted into the sky by
And
Magnus.
then strength 16, so 2s.
Yeah.
Alright, so AP 4,
Saving on 5s. How much damage apiece?
flat 3.
You think Magnus taps the Brood Lord though? Like,
Exactly.
oh, he probably can't. Is he too
I'll
close to
reroll
the
one.
Hormiguns? He's too close to the Hormiguns.
Shout out
He
to
could
Dice
anyway.
Check for the big raid, by the
Fishing
way.
for 5.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. We're
okay,
at
so do I
currently
explode?
at the this is the finals of the T5S2 Pod 21. This is an online 40k
fantastic.
competitive series, and
Alright, so that's it for me.
these
I'll
players
switch
are
the time to
playing,
you for your
playing for the win in their
swing
tournament.
Alright.
which gives him standings points for final standings, which will culminate in an invitational event in
swinging around to here.
over in
they have 6 in
late January.
Consolidates.
Oh, Hormagaun's using that interesting foible of their 6-inch pylon move to try and move up onto this objective to snag it back away from Doots, but they can't quite make it.
Some of them, right?
Yeah, I don't think they need to, because the Tyranids already have it. So
not leaving Synapse.
There's a Hormagaun
right.
on
OPSEC
6,
is,
and then there's a whole unit zones.
It's not number of OPSEC units; it's OPSEC plus number of
units. Right.
I always forget that.
8 attacks. Hitting on 5s, rolling.
Looks like Doots himself, or not Doots. Mitch realizing that himself and pulling him back.
Okay. The Hormagaun's over here. I'm already controlling this point.
It's the first time I've ever really seen that ability used.
6, 7,
and then unused.
Your 3, and I'm obsecking. You're obsecking. Yeah.
Sure.
These are not the Iron Claw Hormagaunts with their AP3, unfortunately. These are stock standard Hormagaunts with Nerf bats for hands.
I would say, just normal Hormagaunts. Not weird wombo combo Hormagaunts.
Getting to there.
You ever tried that, Army?
With AP3 Hormagaunts? I have not. I've tried AP1 Hormagaunts, and then I kept playing against Salamanders, so...
but what if they were 3? Was your decision was to stop, not just go harder?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
If I punch a brick wall and like a little crack forms, I just punch it harder.
15, 30 attacks.
They do need to kill something before they reach their final form.
Okay.
And get to their
hitting on
AP3, which is a little tough for them.
Rerolling 1s.
Some nice dice distribution there. Nice curve.
They're not small enough to reroll wounds, though. So delete those.
So what are the chances Magnus just goes back to the member after this next Tyranid shooting phase?
Lose one.
So 1,000 Sun goes down to the Hormagaun swing back.
You did say you'd be surprised if they killed 1, so I want to hear you.
I said I'd be surprised if they killed 2.
Never mind. So
I can't feel morale. You can't feel morale. So
I couched myself.
Okay.
I figure we get 1, and we did.
I will pass this to you and finish the turn.
So
you killed.
We're tied on grind.
1, so I'll be getting 3 in grind.
There's a dead Exocrine
for 2.
There's a dead Exocrine though, right?
Oh, so there was.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I just killed a single screamer unit and didn't wipe that.
No
grind this time.
The guy that just died.
It's just a 170 point monster. Don't worry about it though. It's fine.
I just killed
forget about that guy.
Marines, but not an actual unit.
Yeah. Only pay attention to these 24 point screamers.
Yeah. I hold full 3. And do I hold more? Yes, I do.
Yes, screamer.
Yeah. So I get the full
26? I want to say 26?
Cut off the head, grind down to play scramblers. Okay.
Alright, so it's going to be a big question of how much fire can Magnus take this turn. We are one Exocrine down for the
8 inches.
For the Tyranids, but we do have an Exocrine and a full unit of unmolested Hive Guard, as well as 2 units of Zone Throbes potentially to smite into Magnus.
That puts Magnus out of
control. Could be a bad time for him.
If Doots just scrounged up 23 more points, those 3 screamers could have been a burning chariot.
And 5 up goes away.
If only.
If only. Burning chariots are sick.
I actually can see them right now. Magnus is
They're like,
right there.
what if 3 screamers was also pulling a land speeder with 2
multiple? Probably be messing that up.
What if?
Here,
that's maybe not quite that much.
Is Magnus
like 2 D3 damage multiple. Those are
I can make him that.
Now, I think what's interesting about the aggression of Magnus here is that he does sort of force his opponent to deal with him. So not only is all the fire going to be going into Magnus, but also their screens are going to be less effective this turn because they can't really afford to just spread out everywhere, right?
Yeah, they can't prepare for the wave 2, which is the deep striking letter flamer bomb. The second flamer unit's about to hop out and also join the wave 2.
Yes.
Like if all the Tyranids do in this entire turn is kill Magnus, I mean that's a big kill, but they're then set up to take a huge amount of damage on the swing back.
Absolutely.
Now I believe
they won't have gotten these rubrics off them either.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know what's going to deal with these rubrics. I don't know what's going to deal with these flamers on the objective 5. There's also, there's like 3 casters back here.
You have more deep striking
just randomly.
I've got flamers and bloodletters coming in.
Yeah.
So Yeah, we still have to play KG as a Tyranid player, and I've been really impressed with how, I mean, going second into this Tyranid army, it's a real uphill battle, and Doots has been able to play through it pretty well. Obviously, making the charge of the rubrics is really nice. Getting off all of his relevant powers was a big deal as well.
Yeah.
But he's been able to sort of, you know, keep cool, calm, and collected, as is Doots' way, and navigate his way through this game state pretty effectively.
So grazing with them.
I really question this engage on all fronts.
And get the Broodlord in there.
No, I suppose I do not. I thought Mitch should engage. Never mind. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the Scramblers, I do question currently. They don't have the time to.
5.
Never mind. The blue squad survived. They have all the time they need.
This is Tyranids. Okay. They will find a way to get the engage on all fronts.
the scrambling will occur.
There's going to be some metabolic overdrives happening. There's a Lictor popping up somewhere stupid, and they'll get the 10 on deploy scramblers. Yeah, engage on all fronts a little bit awkward for Dudes. He does. I mean, he has Magnus, and Magnus is going to at least score you. He's good for one turn of it, hopefully, maybe two.
He's got both the bombs. I mean, the Rubric Marines do teleport themselves. I mean, under normal circumstances, there's probably the assumption that it's relatively easy to score, like at least 10 on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you also just like want to be going first, right? Because it's so much better if you go first. You basically max it. Especially as a cult of duplicity army.
And we've still got them.
Magnus does not lose a lot by getting bracketed.
He does lose his bonuses in the psychic phase, which are a big old deal.
Now that you're out of combat, well, now that you're not charging,
can be. He only loses 2 attacks and 4 inches of movement, though. Otherwise, he's still 12-inch move.
Yeah,
and still 5 attacks plus 1, so he nets from 8 attacks total.
Yep.
So he had one 5. Nets goes from 8 to 6. Not a tremendous loss, and going from 16 to 12 on move. Like this is maybe the most delicate bracketing I've ever seen in a unit.
Incoherency.
Yeah. He only loses 2 inches of movement per bracket. He loses 1 in the psychic phase and 1 attack. He doesn't lose weapon skill, ballistic skill. He doesn't lose strength.
Closest to these zone topes as well.
Yeah, he is.
The numbers that go down are like. He still drops to a very fast attack value.
Yeah, and especially in this matchup, like, what does he need all those extra attacks for? Basically the zone ropes. But other than that, like, the extra 1 attack doesn't really matter.
I think, like, I need to kill him now.
Yeah, Mitch saying, I need to kill Magnus right now. Yeah, you gotta watch out there, bro. If you leave him alive, it's like maybe a dead Hive Guard unit.
Can we throw out an extra spite, maybe?
I mean, the letters are showing up next turn, too. There's quite a bit going on here.
Yeah, we need to... I mean, obviously, this is a hyper-aggressive play from Doots to try to bank his way back in the game. But we need a good turn from Mitch to really seal the deal on it. If we get some good invulnerable saves from these Thousand Suns, we get maybe a bad psychic face out of Mitch, and it could go very south very quickly.
Are these zones on 2 out of range participating? Or are they plus their move? Are they within 18 of Magnus?
They smite 24 and
they do
potential.
Do you have stratagems to reduce damage coming in?
Never mind.
I do not.
So it's just the -1 to hit right now and a 4 up in one.
That is all I got.
All right.
You can also double move this Broodlord up to the Nurglings on objective 1. Slap him right off that.
Just stand him right there. I mean, he can't double move and charge, but he can just stand inside Well, that's where the Flamers come in. Then and just kill him. So I don't know if you want to do that.
Doots has basically just ignored objective 3 entirely. He's sort of abandoned it.
I'm just gonna tap.
I know it's an interesting play. Though it is sort of priority target for the Hive Guard. It's like they are set up exactly across to kill everything on objective 3. So
they can just do that on 1 now too, can't they?
On the psychic phase. Smiting
Would that be the play?
I'm in 24, so I'm in.
No, I mean,
I gotta shoot
leaving Magnus,
right? Like Magnus is about to kill your whole army.
Getting a 6.
I mean, you can have no army, but if you're 45 up on primary,
that's fair.
It'd be pretty hard to get back.
So
drop a Lictor on objective 2, on like objective 1. On the following turn,
I mean, maybe we drop it on 3.
Yep. I will then be.
I'm gonna send it back to the players' mics here for the psychic phase.
24.
Yeah.
So we get an idea what's going
on Magnus.
Okay. This is coming from who?
Purple zone topes.
Purple again. Okay.
2 casts. 6 fails. I'll let it fail. All right. Then. Then orange.
So it looks like a smite off the purple zone tropes did not go through.
Okay.
So this is just the normal smite.
Mm-hmm.
Goes off on a 6.
Famous is one of the harder smite targets.
Yep.
So Psychic Screen gets denied, so Magnus doesn't forget his spells.
Then we'll be using the big smite.
Yep.
Needing a 6.
Oh, no.
I will reroll that.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the downside of Zone Thropes.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Fails.
Fails the smite
Do I steal your
twice.
CP? I do.
And the Thousand Suns, Helm of the Third
then-
Eye, sees into the future.
The new
It
foot back
says-
here
Hey guys,
will
Zone
no,
Thropes are
actually,
terrible.
not
We're gonna
her.
get a CP.
This
Wait, does that
brutal
steal from psychic powers? I thought that
will
was
be
No,
custom
he
catalyst
he
on
used the
green
CP
horn
reroll
bombs.
on the command reroll
Oh.
on the Psychic
Oh
Test.
no.
On a 6. Goes off. Do you wish to
This
deny?
Big yikes.
This
Got
is
one
not
more
the
with
Psychic
Magnus.
phase we wanted to see out of these Tyranids.
Ugh, it just keeps going.
No. Do I want to reroll that?
So that was a deny on a Symbiostorm, I think. And the deny failed.
Yes, I do. So,
Alright. Well,
spend
maybe
that
they'll have
CP I
a-
just got.
They'll have one of your Hive Guard shooting phases. Just yeet this man right off the
No,
board.
it's not yet.
So no feel, no pain.
Oh, that was a catalyst.
Then
excuse
new
me.
throat over here.
Mhm.
We'll try and smite Magnus on a 7.
Just pretend the Magnus here
rerolling
is
one is
27
+1.
orcs.
That goes
and
off on a
then
7.
These Hive Guard will
He's
just...
got the,
no.
I've got this guy.
Oh.
He's out of range, so yeah, goes through.
So we
Okay,
do get
just a
one
D3.
smite from the Resonance Barb guy
Okay,
for
we'll
3
take
mortal wounds on Magnus. All right, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's not meaningless. He does not have that many wounds.
That's true.
casting Symbiostorm
Just
on
do that
the
6 times,
Exocrine
you'll be
up
dead.
here.
Okay.
Goes off on a 6. Rerolling 1s. Goes off. Okay.
Symbiostorm exactly goes
I was
off.
threatening to fail a second turn in a row.
We out of denies here too.
Exocrine, yeah.
Cast,
Magnus has
cast,
already
cast, cast. Not
blown
casting.
his load.
That's the psychic phase.
That strat's only for an extra cast,
Shoots.
not for an extra deny, right?
Correct.
I have 4 CP, eh?
So I think we're considering a pathological.
Right, so started shooting phase, 2
pathogenic slime.
CP.
Mhm.
This Exocrine
Yep.
will have flat damage 3 for the turn.
So we're just gonna go all in on Magnus. Burn 4 CP. We're gonna pathogenic slime
Into
those guys.
shooting,
We're gonna
this
double tap
Exocrine
the
all in,
the Hive Guard. We're gonna try to
Sounds good.
knock him out this turn. Right
mean,
now.
I'll just do both volleys.
So -1 to hit.
I don't think I
So you're
disagree,
giving
although
me
that leaves you
-1 to hits. I'm giving myself +1
deep
to
as
hit.
shadowless.
So I will be exploding on 6s, but not 5s.
Or does that put him down to 2? Is he already fully spent out? Is he down to 2 now?
right, rolling.
He was two.
Hitting
He's
on
2 after the
4s.
pathogenic slime, so he has 2 more.
want
So
ones?
double tap if he needs
Okay,
to.
yeah, so
Oh,
there will be
no.
no...
I hate it.
Uh-oh.
I hate it so much.
The Exocrine
Oh,
rolls
boy, why be good
casual
when you can be
6
lucky?
sixes
It's
on his shot. For
Okay,
these
15
are-
hits out of 12
Yeah.
shots. You know?
Oh boy.
Okay, this
No
is
biggie.
strength 7, so wounding on 4s.
Yep.
Let's see if I
Yikes.
low roll this. That's a average roll.
Oh, look at that. That was
Average
like one of those little Space Invaders gun
Thanks.
guys.
Maggie
Dice there?
boy. That was terrible. That is
6
12
damage?
damage.
No,
12
It's
damage.
alright.
Maggie's
I
down
will
to
CP one of these.
And we're gonna
Yep.
try to reroll
Yeah.
one of those saves. Oh dear. Oh, it fails.
Oh,
Magnus at 1.
Oh.
All right.
I
well,
think the Hive Guard
Down
are
to
going to get
1?
to shoot
One
Nurglings
left.
today.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Alright,
no.
onto the
Well, it
Hive
was
Guard.
unavoidable, but this is not
is
the phase he
anyone in
wanted. He
range?
wanted to
People
at
move
least
into
force
range.
the Hive Guard to shoot at Magnus.
Do I want to tempt fate by split firing? You've already used your CP reroll this phase, haven't you?
Ugh.
I'm -1
Yeah,
to
that
hit, so I'm
Exocrine
taking
spike
4s, wounding on 3s.
May have
saving
just
on
turned this
4s.
game right on its head. Yikes.
I can always shoot again. Okay. You are all in range. You are all in range. We're gonna put 2 of the Hive Guard into Magnus, and 4 of the Hive Guard into Nurglings on point 1.
All right, we're gonna
Sounds
gamble a little bit. Doing some Riverwood gambling, trying to kill Magnus with 2 Hive
So
Guard.
first, 4 shots into Magnus.
Fun
With
fact, Rubric Marines don't have pistols.
Come on.
-1 hit.
4s.
One of them.
Rerolling 1s. Okay.
Yeah, no one likes that guy.
Wounding on 3s.
Oh god.
One,
Oh,
No,
one.
1-3 up.
Wound
Already
on
spent the CP on the
Magnus.
reroll.
Oh, he's dead!
Oh,
Shit,
no.
Does 3 damage. Cool.
Not
Magnus
like
goes
that.
down.
So that gets me my 10 in cut off
Uh-oh.
the hit.
Yep.
No.
Oh, it's turn 2 also, so it's worth the 10.
Right, and then we have 8 shots going into Nurglings.
Oh
Mhm.
boy. Well, this game does not look
5
great
plus...
for
oh,
our
not that
Oh.
many.
intrepid demon heroes.
Okay. These are hitting on...
They do have a unit of
They are our heroes.
They do have
Rolling 1s.
a bunch of
They have
models.
quite
in
the-
reserve, so it's
Yeah, they have quite the bomb landing next turn.
Wounding
So
on 2s.
they're still in this, but
Yeah,
AP
They need some
damage
overperformance
So
out of those models.
So no feel, no pain against these?
No fail events. So you can roll
First
2, I
does
guess.
3, second one does 1, so that kills a
Kills
base.
Yep.
And the next
Yeah,
one...
chat. We did have the double
Get
tap in
box
the bank
1.
for the Hive Guard, so
So we'll take this
if
dude
this
and
does
do
happen, they
break.
get to perform optimally, and if it doesn't, they just get to sink everything into Magnus and their
We've got
double
this
tap
fight
shot.
going on.
So it's
Path-
it's really low risk from the
We've
Tyranids.
got...
Is Pathogenic still running?
Oh, you're gonna kill
Or is that
these
only for that
guys.
one instance of shooting?
Them.
It lasts until the end of the phase, but it doesn't matter. You can't double tap the exocrines.
I will spend 2 CP.
Oh, infantry.
Spend all my
right.
CP.
Yeah.
All the Hive Guard shooting at Nurglings on
Four-legged,
Mm-hmm.
crab-shelled infantry here.
Kill shots. No explosions.
Size of small cars.
3's rerolling. Delete those. Delete properly.
So we're gonna try to knock these
Twos.
Nurglings off one.
Make your save.
5 ups.
Ugh, yeah, I don't think that's gonna do it.
Roll a whole
so-
bunch of ones.
First one kills that 3-wound
Kills.
guy.
Yep, and then he's dead no matter
So
what.
it just wipes the
And then,
Nurglings
yeah,
out.
minimum
R.I.P. So that's gonna be no
Ugh.
primaries on turn 2
Alright,
for the chaos.
That is shooting all done.
Yikes.
Charges. If I charge the Rubric Marines, they get their shock assault, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I will not be charging. Fighting, you start.
Okay. Switch it
They
over to
no longer
me.
have the horror.
Cool. So not much I can do here. I think this dude is just is stuck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 regular dudes. Hitting on 2s now, but no rerolls. And wounding on 3s. 4. No,
See,
I think
dudes thought he was bringing Magnus the red, but
3
he brought Magnus the dead on
and
accident.
then
Hey!
gets 2.
Got
The wrong
him.
model.
2 hits. 1 wound.
Saves. Oh.
8. Nice.
I will attack back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
And
10,
they give
11,
Blade Guard
12,
veterans
24.
pistols, but they cannot give these poor dustmen pistols.
4s. Rerolling 1s. And then 5s, no rerolls.
Yeah,
4.
pistols would be nice here. Definitely
Yeah.
looking for a way to extricate ourselves from this combat
That's
now.
it. Fighting.
Yeah.
I think
So
the
killed
we were hoping
2
for a little
units
bit more
this turn.
damage out of that fight phase so we could
Any
potentially
morale?
smite ourselves
I'm
free.
fine. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Lose
with the
anybody?
rubrics, but that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Alright,
We're good.
So I'll pass to you, pass the clock.
In general, you're hoping
Right, so I get
I-
0 points.
Magnus kills more than an
I've
Excrin
not
and
deployed my second
uh,
scrambler.
6
I've deployed
Automatons?
1.
Yep.
Not quite the
Yeah.
the Magnusing Gotham needs.
Alright, so these guys are gonna come over here. Oh my god.
What are we doing, dudes? Just knocking everybody over.
Stupid sexy magic.
No, not these Hive Guard are just
Chad,
the
I'd
objective
like to
creepers.
I'd like to remind everybody that we're watching Nids going
Uh,
first.
these guys are just gonna.
This is what
Second
happens
is
when Nids
cover a
go
little
first. They
bit
seem
better.
really good. And then you watch them go second, it seems
Seems
way
like moves up.
worse.
Yeah, it's a very different scenario if the 20 Rubric Marines before the Nids even go just scythe out this entire green squad and Magnus just like fires himself like a railgun across the table and hits the zone ropes.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
if,
a
I
very
think,
different game.
Nids lose about 400 points of models if they go second in this game. They lose everything on they lose everything on this side of the table effectively.
Alright, so that's probably not gonna happen.
The Deep Strikers also come in before they get their second round of shooting, so yeah, there's notably
it's-
less
yeah,
chance for them to even kill Magnus.
The outcome is, I mean, this is a cool Tyranid list being piloted well, 100%. But this is definitely this is very much a Tyranids going first kind of game.
Say I see a path to victory here,
Yeah.
but it's looking.
Yeah, I like
Mhm.
Doots' attempt to counterplay with smushing
he's
himself,
yeah.
smushing all of his units in the back. I think he let himself lose too many.
He needed
of
Weaver
the,
off. Yeah, he needed Weaver off, and he needed to just boss a bunch of invuln saves right there, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Can't get to the Hive Guard.
Yeah, Weaver would have been huge. I mean, that would have drastically reduced the number of shots that Sibia Storm was giving.
Yeah.
It would have changed quite a bit.
Yeah, he certainly. If he couldn't have, if Magus survives that turn, I don't know if he's able to kill the Hive Guard, but certainly he can engage them, and then the game's going. It's real downhill from there.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like he might have played a little bit overly cagey with the Flamers as well. They were essentially on the table edge. They could have probably taken a round of fire. Yeah, I guess you lose the charge off the Rubric Marines if they do that.
Honestly, I think.
But they could have finished off the blue squad here.
I think, Doots certainly could have deployed a little bit more aggressively on 5, because I don't think the Hive Guard shoot into there anyway. If you can sort of couch their threat range, they're going to be shooting through the -1 from dense cover, and if it's only 1 or 2 shots in there, like they don't even take it.
So
especially into a 4.
Yeah, I mean, like,
they're going to deploy in my zone.
If they have the chance, they're just going to shoot anything you have off of 1 or 3, regardless.
Right.
No.
Like they were under no circumstances were they likely to shoot those Flamers in any. Like they could have been on the line, and they probably wouldn't have gotten shot. The only thing you were at risk of is probably just taking an X-Crit shot, and they found their targets anyway.
Yeah, the Exocrines really want to hit those Rubric Marines because you want to dedicate the 2 damage onto the all of those guys. Denise, thanks for watching in chat.
Not finishing blue squad is an unfortunate scenario.
Yeah, I don't know if any bloodletters could have fit into here. I guess they could have.
They're just on the wall, right? You just hit the wall, kill the Hormagaunts, and just consolidate through.
To fit a base in here into this little corner, and then also just swing through. Yeah.
It's just a one-shot engagement. Like you get 2 ranks onto almost every Hormagaunt in here. You get almost the entire.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, almost or actually just the entire squad.
Yeah.
And then if you engage the Hive Guard, like that's it. You know, they're not getting out of there.
Right.
Can we fit in here? Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I think you can fit in the corner if you...
It's not doing a lot, though. This is why I'm not a big fan of keeping Flamers in reserve. They move fast enough, and you need them as screen clearance. They don't...
I think I do need these back.
They're too expensive to be a unit that just clears a screen for itself. Like they don't cost effectively trade into things like Hormagaunts.
Doesn't matter if I lost. Oh, yeah, we're good.
If 2 inches, that guy can just go into this back corner here. He would have been fine.
Yeah.
You can like fit in there because 12-inch range is pretty.
This is unfortunate though. This is not a.
Yeah. Depending on who you're targeting.
Shooting Hormagaunts. It's not a great use of these.
Coherency guy there.
I mean, maybe you shoot Zone Thrope, well, maybe not. It makes your charge tougher on the
you can pretty much get all these.
But you do have a freebie you can kill.
Okay, so
before their charge gets more
there. Bloodletters are going to use their banner.
Yeah, I mean, the Bloodletters could probably tag the Broodlord anyway.
Okay, so
you get like what, 3d6 rerolls +1.
We'll do a Gaze of Fate from the Changeling again.
Am I -1?
So, I mean, if you kill 2 Zoanthropes, he pulls the front 2 Zoanthropes off, then he loses 2 more of them from
the Exalted Sork will
just
do
morale phase, or not morale phase, consolidation effects, or not coherency effects, and then you just like
goes off on an 8.
Cut the Broodlord in half, consolidate all around the X-Grin. That feels like it'd be almost the best scenario.
Invuln saves. So they go to a 4. I won't deny that one. That one can happen.
Okay. Next cast doesn't matter. Can't
so yeah,
see.
+1 input size on the Rubric Marines means they can get to a 3+.
Armon
with their strat, potentially. Down to a 2+, and we get hit by a damage one.
That's not going to help them when they take like 10 wounds from smites in a moment.
Okay, so they're going to facade themselves.
There's like 500 points of casting characters back here just sitting on an objective,
and
too.
It goes off on a 10.
It rankles me. I'm rankled.
Yeah. Big 11 roll on Sorcerer's Facade here. Does not get denied.
It goes off.
We're going to pull these Rubric Marines back out of melee. I wonder where they're going.
I had a plan for this, and I forgot it. Oh, yeah.
9 inches in front of these Hormagaunts just to shoot at them instead.
Yeah, it's just shoot instead of fighting. Chat, the pillars in the corners are not new.
Needs to be outside of 9, does it? Or
yeah,
they're not new since the change that the pillar in the center got. The big pillar in the center got split into 2 small pillars and put in the corners.
Yeah, it was like killing one of like an amoeba enemy in a video game, you know?
Yes, sir.
Splits and then you have to fight 2 guys. Yeah. For the next season, it's actually 4 pillars, or it'll be like what? Yeah, 4 pillars. They're like half the size again.
Yeah, they'll just be really small.
They're like 2 inches to the second. Yeah.
So yeah, so I wonder if we're gonna aim for just double tap kill
everybody's been.
Bolt
guns.
Just kill the Hormigans with the guns
there.
and charge into the zone thropes.
Pistols in range. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that's like the Hail Mary that's necessary. Is just get on objective 6.
Sure.
Keep everyone in range.
Stop the bleeding on
Everyone
primaries
in rapid
here.
fire as well.
I love
Easy.
yeah, Mitch making sure that
Actually,
all of Doots' models are in range to rapid fire.
Keep everyone a 9-inch charge away as well. Yep.
Amazing.
Okay. So Reapers are in range. Okay, and then I will go with Aramon. He's going to do Glamour Zinch on the rubrics. That one goes off on an 8. Am I -1 from you?
It's just being a little bit too precious with these Thousand Suns characters.
So which one's this one
So
though?
this one is the -1 to hit.
Power. It's not like he has a choice. He couldn't really.
A lot of points.
Yeah, he couldn't really have thrown them into the center of the table.
I have 2 more.
On who? On Armon.
And
I mean,
he has
or the Flamers? Why are the Flamers still here?
yeah,
Can you warp time
I
the
think
after they teleported
are
like
they,
this?
No, because they've been
I
set.
don't get that.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
not
it's
sure
just
why they're not
pressing.
pushing farther
I
forward.
mean, I wouldn't scramble on turn 2.
You take the point.
Yeah,
I
we
will
need
attempt to deny
We need
this
to
one.
pick up some kills
Okay.
here for sure.
So you rolled
So,
a 7, so I need an 8.
So 8 with Aramon because he's +1 to cast.
Oh, okay. And you're not inside my aura. So I rolled an 8, but that ties, so you get
It's like Rubik's Squad could also just... Can Rubik's... They can do actions, right? Even though
And
they're
then we will do presence on them.
dust robots?
Yeah, none of the
Guess the
old
sorcerer
stuff has ever
does go off on
gotten
a 7.
the rule that you can't do actions. Essentially, they need to be updated to get that.
I wonder if they'll lose that.
And
The full wombo
that
combo off the rubrics,
is
+1 to
Psychic
hit,
Phase.
+1 invulnerable save, -1 to be
So
hit.
going to shooting.
Yeah, as unappetizing a target as you can get.
As long as you're not shooting
I'll start
mind
over
bullets
here.
at them.
Yeah.
Flamers are going to flame Hormiguts.
Yep.
I want to spend 1 CP,
Just
so
go
they
for the
do
Hormies?
mortals on a wound roll of
Please
6.
Pull the flamers. Why?
And I've got
Kirby,
6 guys
why?
there.
This is
So-
not blast.
Not blast, no. So 20 shots.
It's 12. 12 plus 18, 24. Yep.
Yeah, that could have been better.
20 shots, and then I'm going to
Yeah,
move
Did he
on
throw
to
the strat on for
66?
the...
So 21 is the average. He did use the strat,
Okay.
which is good
So
because
that's
he's
an
going to
extra
kill
4
another 4
mortals here.
guys. Yep.
So that many at -1,
So,
and then 4 mortals.
15 then?
Let's copy these. So, a 6 up invuln.
14 then, I
That.
guess.
Go away, and then 12, 14 of them die.
It's not bad, but there's
That's
still
not bad.
plenty left.
Yeah, that's half the unit though. We're getting somewhere.
Are you a 9-inch charge from the zone?
I
Are
mean,
these
that's
things
the-
troops?
14?
They are
20? What
not
is that,
troop battle. They're elites, or I guess they're
They're elites, yeah.
elites.
56
or fast
points,
attack
like the
cavalry,
cost
yeah.
of
But they are
3-ish
infantry,
flamers?
if that's what you're asking.
Asking for obsec.
Yeah, no, they are not. Offset.
Yeah, I don't know how much is a flamer.
Okay. 14.
22? Let's see.
I kill from that side or from that side? Kill from that side, then I need to kill that unit.
Oh, that's Age of Sigmar.
And you're going to be coming in. You're taking the point anyway, so I kill from this side. 4.
So yeah, looks like we're gonna pull off of objective 2 from those Hormigans just to
7, 8,
deny
9,
a
10,
cheeky
11,
charge from the Flamers to engage
12,
them.
13.
23 each.
23.
This should
Yeah.
be 14. Yes.
Did I not move my flamers?
Oh,
I
yeah,
deserve
looks
to
like
lose this game.
looks like dudes actually just
Jesus.
forgot to move the orange
Alright,
flamers.
Oh no.
okay, so let's go with red
Not,
rubrics now.
not like this.
This guy's out of range because I didn't move back.
I think
Okay,
Mitch is
so
probably
all
not
the
letting him
Vulcans
move it. Oh, Dude's probably didn't even
and
ask.
Soul
Dude's is
Reaper is going into...
Yeah, dudes was just pointing it out to himself. I think.
Yeah, just everything in
very
the
Yeah,
self-flagellating.
That's a big mistake. I mean,
Yeah.
in fairness, the Flamers
So
didn't
8,
really have
9,
a
so
target. They
18
could have
shots
killed
from
Blue Unit
them,
maybe,
and
but
then
I think
8 from
the bigger loss is that they aren't performing an action now. So
I mean, killing Blue,
so they have
killing
presence.
Blue's important
Yeah,
for
killing Blue's a big deal 'cause
getting
you
grind them down.
Yeah, also you pull a scrambler deployer off
Yeah.
of the
Toughness
3.
off of the
3.
It's 12, AB2.
Tyranids.
6s. Save 1.
It also just gives them the projection, because unless they all get killed, which I doubt they even get shot in Mitch's following turn, I mean, they then hop up
So I
and
got the,
have their
the
like
Soul
choice of
Reapers coming
targets
as well.
after that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Whereas
So
now,
Yumi's
I don't know.
Valdor, thanks for the sub.
So same deal, 2s for
Thanks for
ones,
popping by
and
for this
threes.
finals game.
Oh, did we leave one Termagant?
Those are
Looking for-
83 or
Looking for
matters.
Yahtzee, they're dead.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
that
the
one
Rubric
Termagant
Marines
took
finally
8 wounds.
You
they
killed
finally
one
did
unit.
what they wanted, what they've been trying all
2
game, is killed one unit of
So
all
there's
units.
that.
Magnus has been trying to
I think
coach
we're on charges here.
these basically those like robots
here.
that like clean your floors
Guys,
and are
you gotta-
full of
Alright,
dust.
You gotta
you know?
kill
okay,
those guys.
so
You gotta swing
let's
your
get
stick
the-
at them like this.
The important one out of the way. We'll do.
They're like Roombas with
letters going into.
Should be a 9 to the closest guy. It is.
Yeah, I guess I can declare the exocrine. I don't
do
want
not
to
declare
risk
the
that.
exocrine.
So we're just gonna
Don't
go
do
with
it.
Zonthros.
Yeah, it would have been tough.
It's not difficult. Yep, go for it.
So 3d6 plus 1.
Oh, that's a big roll, though.
Well,
Maybe
there
you
we
should have
go.
declared the
16
exocrine.
inches.
maybe.
Oh, man.
Tap the X-Fine.
I
But you can
Don't
consolidate
block the
into it.
Flamer's charge, though.
I don't think he cares about the Flamer's charge. I think he
right.
wants to put one
If you
object
wanted
model
to,
on that
yeah.
objective. Yeah, there you go. Snag those 5 primary points away from the Tyranids. Tyranids are going to be down to 2 versus 2 objectives for the Chaos, so only 5.
How many
primary
attacks are
points?
these?
They're going to
The
be 2
Flamer
attacks
shots
each
are
on the cards.
pistols.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can do it while they're in combat.
That's
That's actually
like
just a thing you
5.
don't want. Like that makes Flamer
Think
so much
5,
worse because then they can't advance and
they'll
shoot.
be hitting on 2s because there's 20.
It's like
they
severely
got the
just a
advance
downside.
baked in. They got
and
one.
then the 6s are the.
Yeah, that
You get
fast.
damage too.
12 inches? That's
you need to
that's a
roll an
normal
order
jump
to
back
that?
speed.
I wonder if
Do I need to roll what?
Like, does it need to be painfully slow rolled for the different damage?
I can elect to fast roll it, and then you can elect to take the saves in whatever order you would like.
Oh, right.
Algae Eater also came from Doots.
That's
Doots has a
usually
big
accurate.
fan following in the
Because that
chat.
would eat through your clock time if it wasn't the case.
Right. So I guess
Everyone wants
back
Magnus to
up
succeed.
just a tad
Everyone,
here.
yeah, everyone is excited to see Magnus on the table. Like, what's this?
Oh, it's just these
Cool Chad Magnus versus a bunch of
Starship
Beta Artie
To get the flamers in here.
it's
Yeah.
hiding on the table.
this giant shirtless oiled up man versus the bugs from Starship Troopers. No.
Hey, look at that. Sweet.
Yeah, he's not Chad. He's not.
There we go,
named,
he made it.
He's named Player 1 because he forgot to hit his name tag on his score sheet. So
That move
We
is
had
important.
a-
That gets them much closer to the Hive Guard for a following turn.
back in in my War Machine days,
And like a
we
false
had
around too.
we had arguably
Okay, and then
the
Rubrics
best
are gonna
War Machine
charge
player in the
the
world
zone
for a while.
troops.
It was on a streaming table at the WTC, and the
7,
commentators forgot his name,
It's worth a reroll, so we're gonna do it.
and they just called him the active player the entire game. He goes, oh, the active player is doing this,
That is not
and
it.
so that
That
was
really-
his
that-
nickname
Okay.
for a while.
You're still mad that they called you that.
So
It's all
let's
these years
start
later.
with
Get
blood
outta here.
letters.
So now we can just call Doots Player 1. So Player 1
So,
aggressively
come around
moving
here.
his
And tap the Exocrine.
his
actually,
blood
I am
letters out of Deep
Let me
Strike,
see if I
Capable
can
of
even-
rugby.
taking objective
Yeah, I
2,
can't
made the charge with the
This guy
Flamers.
actually can't
Can we
do
talk about
it.
Doots' charge rolls this game? Real talk.
Yeah.
He's made
the-
2 charges out
you
of
know-
Deep Strike so
to
far.
my-
If all you do
He's
is
the
just
guy
roll
who put
10
it in.
10
So
plus
he's
on
not
all
in
of your
there.
charges, you know, it's like you just move 2 feet.
Yeah.
I'll just come
Like,
in here and
see, I don't agree with
You
this.
can
Do
get
not
in
go
with-
first
you can get in
with
with the end
the
of combat
Bloodletters.
movements
Go
as well,
first
can't
with the Flamers. Completely wrap everything over
actually,
here,
can I get
and
this
then
guy
go.
in
It's
there?
not like the Zone
This
Club's
guy
going
comes
to do
here.
anything.
Tap him.
There we
Whereas
go.
now he has a chance to move with the Excrin.
That's what I needed right there. All right.
Did he engage the
So
Excrin?
that's
He did
going
engage.
there.
Yeah,
Now's a
he's
chance to, like,
engaged. No,
He can move the Excrin in such a way where it
I'm gonna
cannot
have some of
be
these guys
locked like
gonna be
tri-pointed.
out of range.
Yeah, I
Definitely
mean,
let
I
this
think,
guy in.
yeah, that might have been the right call, because
This guy needs to
you
move
could go
closer
around
here
the
so he
corner
can
sort
come
of
this
with
way.
the
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the,
this-
also gets my Broodlord.
Flamers.
That guy
to
gets
combat.
the full 6 inches and just like gets all the way around.
That's good.
And then, well, I guess that would have only occurred
It's
with an
not
interrupt, which he
ideal.
cannot do anyway.
So
So he
just-
theoretically could still
Okay.
pull it off.
yeah, I mean, I think we're
appreciate
still
that.
okay.
It's a
We
gentleman
may
move.
just be hoping that all the zone thrips die.
Yeah.
Which is
Or
fair.
not. I mean, like,
This
completely
guy's
surround
good
all of this. You can
there.
only emergency, or what is it?
They're,
Okay, I think
they're,
I got
they
it. Escape
fly.
strat?
They fly. Doesn't
So how many
matter.
attacks? is
Except for one.
Yeah, that
guy, so
Broodlord
one
doesn't.
guy's gonna
Neither
do
does the Excrin.
So you're missing 2 attacks of
Yeah, but if you kill all the
41.
zone thropes, the
Yes,
Flamers
so
can
it'll
just
be
move 6
39.
inches towards the extra
Yeah,
anyway,
okay.
so then they can just wrap it regardless.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Algae Eater is going
Alright.
first. That big of an advantage in 40k. In some matchups, it is.
Okay, hitting on
Tyranids,
2s.
are sort of
Because I've got
extreme in that
20.
way. They can do so much damage indirectly, and they can push so far forward up the table that they are very good going first. And this Chaos Army also is very good going first because of the Rubricate combo.
So you can take that. And
yeah, you very much in 40k can construct an army that is wildly buffed by going first, but almost inherently, like everything that makes you extremely strong going first also makes you much worse going second.
I think so.
And some factions just don't necessarily have a choice.
Actually, I think it's
with how they construct their armies. Like the best formation of the builds that they have access to are just the ones that do much better going first.
Make the 2s waste
and like
damage.
maybe don't play
saving these
particular
on
well going
3s.
second.
Nice.
Okay. So I take. Oh no, I made it perfect.
All right, we're not killing these zone throws today.
So that was the 1 damage attacks from just the regular Bloodletter slings, but then their 6s are multi-damage, so we have the potential to pick off a couple more.
2 damage piece, saving on 3s.
And it looks like we kill another 2.5 zone groups.
2 more and then 2 wounds.
So that's going to pull them below their threshold of 4, which is their
that guy dies.
An extra cast, and their smite is more powerful.
This guy got down to 1.
And he pulled them away from the Flamers, so the Flamers now have free reign to wrap their axes.
That is a red Exocrine right there. Chat.
Yep.
What are we looking at here? I've already got the point.
Oh, I guess that is unless the Flamers accidentally kill the Exocrine.
They didn't charge the Exocrine.
The Brood Lord
is impossible. You're right. You're right.
Definitely wouldn't engage the Broodlord though if I were Doots. Seems just
No, you gotta engage that guy, or else he just
where's he going?
Walks out of combat.
Just climbs over all his models.
Yeah,
this is gonna be bizarre. I want to see a model not engaged but still wrapped. He's just.
you just did jump a squad around a tank or something, you know.
He can't move, but he's not engaged. I love it.
Based
it's so good.
On the zone folks.
Yep.
Amazing.
You cannot. What is it? Desperate breakout.
So I have to move
if you.
To this
oh no!
guy,
Can you elect to fall back if you're not engaged?
So if this guy goes 3.
You can't, right? Like we went over this before. Otherwise, any model could just move through an opponent.
You can't. Yeah, as you're moving the movement phase, you cannot check. You cannot.
I don't think you can lock me in.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
So you can't. You probably can't desperate breakout in this scenario either.
I cannot fall back and shoot. I can just stay in combat and shoot though.
Yeah. So this guy goes to here.
And avoiding the Brood Lord, you need to skirt that bubble.
Yeah, you cannot desperate breakout with a unit that is not engaged.
We'll come back a tad. We'll move this guy back a tad.
Yeah, dudes, you gotta don't go quite that far. You gotta get a guy just around the corner there. If you want to try and lock that exo.
Scary stuff.
And then you cannot select.
And now the Flamers are incapable. I don't know. You can activate the Flamers, can't you?
Yeah, they can.
See if the points to fight again.
I gotta move
he does.
closer.
It costs
so
3.
Got to go closer to the
right
Lord.
For Bloodletters.
Bloodletters. Yeah.
I have no idea. That's a great question. Let's take a quick look. See.
This guy has to go closer to the Exocrine, so he'll go 3.
Survey says.
Exocrine.
Do they have a fight again?
Yeah, they do.
They're all basically going to be closer.
I believe it.
I
think it's Corn Infantry only.
I'm in the Slanesh sub-faction. No
so we'll do that, and then they get to consolidate.
I was like, how come all these only target Demonettes? That's weird. Frenetic Bloodlust, 3 CP.
Yeah, same as every other fight noise. Womp, womp, womp.
But I don't think he declared the Exocrine, so he could have just tried to kill the Zoanthropes.
Yeah, and then just further complete the wrap.
So I do think what happens here is because we weren't able to get any farther over with the Bloodletters, or it doesn't really matter, but I think these Zoanthropes are just going to pop out.
And then I attack?
I think that might.
And then the Exocrine can fall back forward.
So you get your.
Broodlord's free to do whatever he wants. So
that would be why you want to tag the Broodlord. Right?
Yeah, we needed this Bloodletter on the end to be about 2 inches farther forward to complete this sort of wall off.
Nope.
I don't know how big of a deal that is. I just thought it would have been cool, but I guess you would.
Yeah,
you would have punched an Exocrine and
time on you for a second.
Does the Exo just stay in combat and point his gun straight down?
Wounding on. Oh, this would be the Bloodletters. Sorry.
It's like, I mean, leaving combat really just lets the
7?
Hive
Yeah,
Guard shoot at them. That's like the
twos.
only vibe. That's the only thing that they're worried about. The Hive Guard have other
amount
things
Yeah,
to
it's
deal
not
with.
like they're not
5
doing
of
anything else.
Ingalls,
Yeah.
so
I guess the
goes
one
through,
upside
kill.
of Dudes forgetting to move his flamers is they're in
That
dense
gets rid
cover,
of their
so
hitting on
almost
twos?
everything on this side of the
Yeah,
table
so
is
they'll be
-1
hitting
to
on
hit.
3s from now on.
So that's something.
All right, I'll put time back to me.
Yep.
I think that's it. You don't have any morale. I
Dudes'
don't
his
have
charge
any
luck
morale.
eventually
Get to
ran out.
roll
Looks like he didn't
morale
get his
to
charge of
maybe
the
get
Root
more
Marines
guys?
into the Zoanthropes, which is too bad.
Yeah, that's true.
It is unfortunate, but just completely stealing
Hey, good.
objective
I get
2
my guy
was
back.
a pretty good maneuver.
Yeah.
Can you go over the limit?
No, I just get my guy back.
Maybe Dudes, they were making fun of it earlier.
I
Maybe
mean,
Dudes should have taken the table
you
objective
can
where you just take all of your
if I
opponent's
had reinforcement
objectives.
points.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. So Dudes failed
this is actually
morale
kind
with
of
his
important,
blood letters,
so I
it looks
think I
like,
can
and then rolled a
legit
1
lock
to
this
bring
guy
that model
now.
back and can bring
Yeah,
him back
yeah.
where he engages the Exocrin.
Okay.
Flawless.
I don't think you can do that.
Oh, and that puts you back at 20. Okay.
Yeah.
I have no
there's like
morale.
a generic rule in the basic rule books where
So
any
I'm
model
gonna
that gets
send it
brought
over
back
to
cannot be brought
you.
back within engagement range of an opponent.
Pass to mine. Alright, so at the end of that battle round, I killed.
So it's an issue on my blood
units,
huddlers list. It actually means that
killed
sometimes I just
just
can never
one.
bring them back.
Yeah, so you're gonna get your grind.
You get the grind. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, they codified that because in 8th edition they were really wishy-washy on it.
Oh,
Sometimes
no.
they just
Yeah,
said
so
to bring the
pretty
model
much
back, and
just
sometimes they said bring the
Just
model back
2 points.
outside of
You have no
engagement
one in
range.
this quarter.
Right.
And they eventually just put it in that like special section
yeah,
where they
'cause you
have
go
like
on
odd
nervous.
rules that don't fit other
Yeah.
areas.
So you don't get any engage.
Yeah, no gauge. Yep.
So start my turn. I hold 2 points.
So
I
the
don't-
resurrected
you hold that point.
rules
You hold that point. So I hold 2, but not more.
only cover
So I get
morale
1 tick.
tests, it looks like.
Grind
Unless
and
I'm missing
scraps.
something.
Alright. On to movement.
Are you looking at the
you've
basic
lost
rulebook
the
version or
I'm
like
in
the?
I'm in the rare
effectively-
rules section.
Yeah,
because I can only go out that way and I can't. Okay.
pretty sure it's in there somewhere, but I could just
It
be
might
wrong.
be
It might be
in
the
the
FAQ on the actual
They're
like
awful.
yeah the
They're
the
terrible.
I have
Yeah.
pistols.
what is
But they
the
do have
instrument?
pistols, yeah.
Pistols. Okay. Which is relevant. I think I'm just going to be shooting there. These Hormagaunts. So the
Is that a
only
rule on
more
the
deep strike
instrument?
you have now is teleporting rubric.
I think
Correct.
so. That or the icon. I can never remember
You
which
have
is
one
which.
unit of red. Do you not have the other unit anymore? Are they dead?
Green is back here.
Oh, green's back there. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
These guys. And you've got flamers and nurglings and 3 characters up here. Okay.
Yep.
What will we be doing? Okay.
Oh, I'm on the Zinch. No wonder.
Let's.
I was doing it too.
Let's advance with blue Hormagaunts.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, so
they
the
get a 6
icon
anyway.
rules doesn't say
6.
anything about it.
Get to move,
Yeah, demonic icon.
uh,
This is an advanced rule that I
What's
missed.
that? 14, 13, 14.
I believe they covered it in the
Yeah.
FAQ for all factions.
Zoom.
I don't know if it would be.
So you can get there, but you can't get.
Um,
Can he? Can the unit get completely on that side? The answer is no. Okay. So they will be hiding down here.
Chat, we're
instead.
in Battlescribe to TTS, so if the unit is highlighted, they are currently in
Actually, that's a
coherency.
terrible idea.
The
It will be
Zoanthrope's base is only 1.5 inches, so if the
barely
two
chaining
blood letters are touching it,
base.
then they're only 1.5 inches apart.
Scripting's a bit off, but they are coherent right now because they're
Yeah, because they're under.
the
Number
scripting
5.
expects them to be a unit of 10.
Mhm.
Okay. How these guys move is quite important. So this Neothrope is going to go up to here.
Yeah, Necrons can bring them back into
Oh, no,
engagement
but
if they're
he's
already
not gonna
engaged,
ruin
right?
what I just did. Neothrope is going to move down.
Do they say that?
keeping
Like,
I've had
that's-
this brought
that's
up,
in-
but
that's in
yeah.
in the resurrection reanimation protocols, if I remember.
These
correctly.
Hormagaunts. Okay, so I'm banking on that happening then. Sure.
Yeah, nothing about it in the demon FAQ itself, so it'd have to be in the basic
Yeah, I
rulebook if
think,
there's
I think
anywhere.
we're good with
So
that.
you can help.
Does that mean I just can, if I bring something back and I
At
just
any
get like an
point,
extra 2
you guys
inches
can
of
just
engagement range, I can
control
just
inches.
randomly engage stuff? They definitely they had an FAQ about
I
it
think
in
if you're-
8th
if
edition,
you're
but I
unit
thought they
is
put it
already
into the.
units?
If your unit is
I
already
cannot, no.
engaged, I believe that you
Okay.
can.
Heretic Astartes.
Did it say that in the rulebook?
Well, you can't
Okay.
outside of charging or consolidating.
Right now I
you
need
can't
midboard and
place models in
defense.
engagement
I'll
range
get
of
that.
people.
You can't move models into engagement range, but
orange units
that's
are
explicitly
coachable
stated in the
advance.
movement rules.
4, I'll take it. And he's gonna peek out.
Yep.
Closest enemy.
Could have sworn I saw like there was just a thing they just threw in like a
we got
paragraph
such.
somewhere.
The Broodlord. So if you lot are going over there,
Yeah, so the
You're in
reanimation
preemptive,
protocols
so you're
have the
going to
restriction
here.
that they can set up in engagement range of enemy units that the unit is already engaged with.
okay, we're gonna advance with red.
So they
horns.
can't.
Okay.
Mhm.
They can't engage new
Two,
people.
I'll
They can
re-roll
already-
it.
They can stay into combat, stick into combat.
4,
stay already
I'll
engaged.
take it. So they get to move 12.
Well, if that's a
Mhm.
common trait among such abilities, then I cost myself a Blight Hauler in my last game.
Zip over to here.
Terrible.
It was against Doots too.
Ah!
Can they advance the church?
No.
My
So then-
objective.
Boop. So I will be avoiding your engagement range and
Mhm.
sneaking onto that point.
How dare you?
Can a unit Overwatch
Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
with
7,
pistols
9 currently.
if
on.
the units firing would be
I
closer to
have
the units
1, 2,
charging
3,
them
4,
than the
5, 6, 7,
engagement
8, 9, 10, 11.
unit is?
No, the pistol
that'll
the
do it.
pistol rules got updated, so they don't.
So gonna go
You have to target things that are engaging your unit now.
enough.
You don't just
Ah.
shoot the
I got,
closest
what,
model.
12
Yeah,
inches?
yeah, like it was
That's-
weirdly. Like,
That's a
These
shame.
guys need to go like.
or in 8th
Wait, not
edition,
like
you could
that.
Overwatch at people who
so
were outside of.
Fire
while
up
you
to
were
there.
engaged, and people who were outside of engagement.
And then another,
What a bizarre rule that was.
not 11. Wait, that's weird.
Chromathor, can I help you with a rule discrepancy? Probably. Shoot it up. What's going on? Let me know.
9. I
You
get
had
9.
a
So 7.
what? 12 inch?
12 inches. Yeah. So we'll be stringing to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
I can go right there. Decently inefficient movement, but we are fine. Boop. Okay. They're stringing out there to make that objective hold. Got OBSEC on there, we have not got OBSEC on here. Broodlord over here is going to advance.
Mm-hmm.
2, I'll reroll a 4, nice. So he also gets to move 12. He wants to come up here and get shot. Yeah. He'll just come in here. So he is currently character protected by both Hive Guard and the Homgonts over here.
Chromathor, if you had,
We'll see how
if
much
in
that
your
matters.
battle round you charge,
Over
or in
this
your phase you
end,
charge, but already had some units in close
This
combat from
Broodlord is
previous
a 1 inch
turns.
charge away from all of these units.
So your charging units fight first. Everyone who charged fight first
I
and has a fight
charge, I
first
fight.
ability.
Do you have the CP to interrupt? Yes,
then
you do.
the player whose turn it
So I
is
just
not
hope-
chooses the next unit
this
to fight.
Exocron.
So your opponent would choose a unit to fight with.
Can he
then
shoot
you choose a
into
unit
a
who's
melee
already stuck in
the
to fight
zone
with,
folks are
and
in,
your opponent
because
does the
he is
same
also
thing, and you
in
go
that
back and
melee.
forth like that. So the first fight
I
would be your
wanna
opponent's, and then after that
say-
you get to do one.
Yes.
Pause the timer. Charge.
This is such a rare occurrence for me.
What's up?
So, I have an Exocrine and a unit of Zoanthropes in melee with these Bloodletters.
Mhm.
Normally, the Exocrine would be able to shoot into combat. Do the Zoanthropes also being in combat stop that?
I don't believe that they do, but I can double check.
Okay.
It can shoot ranged weapons even if within engagement range of enemy units. It can only make such attacks against enemy units that is within engagement range of. And it can target an enemy unit even if other friendly units are within engagement range of the same enemy unit. So yeah, you can
That's the
shoot.
line.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right.
Cool.
Be starting the timer. Or continuing the timer. Right, so yeah, this Exocrine is fine shooting them, so Zoanthrope will not be falling back.
Mhm.
This Broodlord is an easy 1 inch charge away. So what am I doing? Smite, Extreme Smite. Catalyst? Catalyst over here. Some more Smite. You're undamaged, so you can't die to a perils. If I perils, you can pay CP to 2d3 me, is that correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So he could die to a perils with 6 health. Okay, no movement here. Hiveguard will decline to move. End of the movement phase. Lictor's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the Lictor with the last scramblies.
9 inches.
So how are we feeling about this game so far?
here?
This has been pretty back and forth.
That
I mean, I think the
is,
Tyranids are in a very good spot.
Making
obviously.
sure he's in your deployment zone.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll deploy Scramper.
They had big spike on Magnus.
To do is the
And
midboard.
some good old first turn advantage. Really helping out there.
And he's on point 1.
Yep.
Okay.
But I mean, especially for
that is it
Tzeentch,
for movement.
Tzeentch units, there's always the chance that
Sykes.
they just don't die when
Gonna
you shoot
start
them.
with orange zone folks over here.
I am. It is feeling like that, given the
With a
so few
psychic screen.
backline models in for
Targeting the
Doots
Rubik's.
that he's gonna have a tough time holding more than
Goes off on
one
a
objective,
5.
which is what
Passes
he
with
needs
a
to
7.
do
Do you wish
to
to
get back
interact?
in the game. And right now he's down
Yeah,
20
up to 9
on
with
primary,
armor.
which is really tough.
Yeah.
So
Does he get benefits to this?
Ugh,
he gets a
that
plus
Lictor.
Okay.
It's quite
That
6,
matches
7.
a 7, so I go.
what the insult
I
to
can
injury
do
right there.
Yeah, I almost. I mean,
They take
I think there is
2 mortal wounds.
the impetus to
Alright,
to chain a
let's
couple
go.
bloodletters back to objective 1, both to stop that from happening and to hold that objective if they
sec.
survive. But I mean, in that case, I don't think you
Then
can nearly
we
as
are
many zone throws as
smiting
you
them?
did right there.
Mhm.
Also,
I think
might
you
not
just
even-
teleport the
5
rubrics
this.
onto 3 and then shoot
Goes
it.
off with a 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Doots isn't
Then
going to
I
kill
with
that
Armon again.
in some way. Like he
Yeah.
may just
Fails.
rocket one of these characters
So
over
let's
and
do
just
D3
bullet it
plus
to
3.
death. But
Not moving the flamers is,
yeah, it's
I think it's gonna prove utterly consequential here. That's so huge. Yeah.
Elsewhere. This
He
brutal
could have popped over, could have
will
emptied out these
cast,
hive guards, stood on
Catalyst
objective 4, basically claimed the whole thing.
orange zone topes.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
And a 6.
Gotta remember to
Goes off with
use your
9.
units.
Mhm.
That's the 5 up, feeling the pain.
I'll
Do you
try
wish
So I just went through the
Yeah,
entire
try
advanced
to
rules
deny
section,
if
and
you
I gotta say, I
response
can't
it.
find a single thing about this.
Yeah,
so
I just went through the core book and the
Nonsense.
FAQs. I can't
Yeah.
find
Nice.
anything either.
Alright.
So
I
sure
could have sworn
looks
someone
like-
showed me a
Covering
section
this
about
melee.
it, but now that I have an army that hinges largely on resurrection,
Broodlord
the
first.
resurrecting giant units that are sometimes
Smiting
very hard to
blood
place out of
vessels.
engagement range. So I'll take it. You know.
I've cast 1 smite, so this one goes off on a 6. Goes off.
You got it.
Bloodletters take 1 mortal wound.
We'll take this guy.
There definitely was a thing in 8th edition. There was like a one-off FAQ, like a
Zone
one-line
folks in
FAQ,
here
where they tagged it.
will Psychic
back then.
Scream. Not Psychic Scream, will horror
Yeah,
the
that sounds right.
bloodletters.
Okay.
So, need a 6. Goes off on a
Yeah.
6. They have -1 leadership, -1 hit. Neurothope back here. So when the Exocrine shoots, it shoots at -1 into melee, doesn't it? Because it's a heavy weapon.
With heavies, yeah.
The Neurothope will Symbiostorm that Exocrine.
Okay.
Needs a 6.
Ooh.
Gets a
Perils.
perils.
Ooh.
Ooh.
5.
Oh, there we go.
Both players perk up at the
So
thought
if
of
you
the
2d3
perils.
me-
That's
I
a 1
could
CP
die.
spend
In fact,
for
You're lucky.
Yeah, I might be considering
possibility to kill this guy.
re-rolling a
Reroll this.
success here.
I cannot reroll any
It
ones.
is because this
because
is
I've, like,
interestingly
devolved
the
this roll
only
already.
Cronus
That would be
synapse
my
on the
1
table.
CP for the turn.
If
If I die
the-
here, I don't get my spell. Is that correct?
Yeah, if the if this Neurothrow blows up right now, it's actually really bad
think I
for
don't
these
get my spell.
because they become.
I mean, it's still-
essentially become -1 to hit for the rest of the game.
It's still under
I
average. Like you
will
average
roll this
4 CP or 4
So yeah,
mortals
spend my 1
with the
CP
demon
to
possession
roll
strat,
the check.
but
Yeah, I mean, you just need to roll one above
4
average
Ah,
plus
then it
1
just
is
fails.
5,
Oh.
no rerolls.
Yeah, it looks like we just rerolled into-
Symbiostorm fails. Unfortunate.
into a fail. Well, that's better than
Looks
losing a
like
Neurothrope, I think.
Steal your CP real quick.
Yeah.
I do.
And Zoots gets a CP out of it.
Oh.
Pretty well, CP to keep it.
Just
He's
for
been
the
so hot on
rub-ins,
those.
they
then
have
you
been
get
really
flames.
good.
Okay.
So I need a. I've cast 2 smites. I need a
Chromathra, that's
7 now.
cut off the head. I don't
Yeah.
think the players could find it in the.
Needing a 7 with +1 reroll 1s.
it's.
that
I
would
like the irony of them
That's,
having
10
cut off the
plus
head
1 is
just
11.
being cut off.
So
Too. I mean, that's like
That's
just
not in
an,
there.
are taking.
That's not
Yuck.
a double pick, was it?
Why be good when you can just be lucky?
cut off the head. I don't think that competes
Is that the whole unit?
with.
No,
No, I think
that's
that-
half the unit though.
Doesn't that compete with like Bring It Down and other kill for seconders?
All right. That Broodlord already smoked. Those perks already did their thing. Thus ends the psychic phase.
Oh, was the concern that because it like wasn't showing up in there?
Let's start with the sad X-Crime.
I think maybe it's programmed in there that it competes with grind.
Okay.
But that's not. That's
I'll fire both volleys into them. Yep, hitting on... Actually, do I want to...
I wonder if that's why they couldn't find it.
No, I do want to go into Bloodletters. Alright. Hitting on 4s.
Both players probably wishing they had just taken banners or something instead of grind.
Banners is a good one on this one.
6s. Oh well.
And they have been pretty...
winning on 2s.
They have not really...
these are the Bloodletters.
Although, I think Scramblers is usually a higher score than Banners, even on this mission. Retrieval mission, you probably want to take Banners, because it's a little bit more condensed. But,
no, does Banners compete with... Oh, yeah, it competes with the other actions, right? Not grind.
Next, Hive Guard.
What are the alternatives to grind?
Rubric Marines. Right now, I am not at
that's like while we
stand...
stand...
Oh no, you're Weaver fighting me. Or Glamour Siege.
Thin their ranks.
I'm already -1.
While we stand would have probably been pretty good for dudes.
Anyway, they have a
I mean, you lose Magnus, but it's unlikely you're losing Airman or the Exalted Sorcerer.
Hive Guard here will shoot Rubric Marines.
It's always awkward agaest Hive Guard, right? Because as soon as you start, like your infantry starts getting attritioned, they just like pick off all your characters immediately.
Yeah.
So that one's like if that's a go win more, you know, one because if you're winning already.
Well, is grinding them down not? It's just a lower scoring one.
You're not wrong.
Oh. 12 shots.
Is that just like the win more column of objectives?
Basically, yeah.
No, 4s.
Do you feel ridiculously confident in your matchup?
Delete those.
I mean, I'll take grind them. I'll take grind them down in every army I play every game. But
alright, so these are going to be 3 Pinballs.
I will never take
3.
Actually, I think I have taken both grind them down and while we stand with fight. I should probably stop taking those at the same time.
These rubrics just got annihilated.
And how many massive cannons?
I'm amazed they were still there to begin with.
Just the 2 cannons and the sword left.
Oh, these flamers not moving up is so. That hurts so bad.
Well, they're in range to shoot now, so there you go. Maybe we get insanely lucky and we kill.
Broodlord will be charging Bloodletters.
We kill all the Hormigants with the rubrics, and we flame
that,
like 4 zone thropes to death with the flamers. And then the rubrics make a charge onto 6, and
he's gonna stay on the point in such a way.
The flamer's just getting smited into oblivion is
gonna stay in combat. These were charged.
Yep. Oh, and also I guess Excrind into oblivion is
the Exocrine really
not
pleasant. Starting with.
Oh, he did not warp surge them, did he?
So 6 attacks. No need to slow roll here because you just have 1 move.
I mean, from 3, maybe not, but you need this unit to be fully alive so that on come your turn, they just fire all their flamers directly into combat and extricate you from this grinding endless Hormigon battle you're about to be in.
Strength 5.
The Hormigans
so hitting on 2s,
turn, so they will not be
on 3s, rerolling everything.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
It'll just advance and charge.
Nah. That's fine, just go.
But they're Hormigons.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
6 attacks.
That's a Gene Stealer thing, and they're not Gene Stealers.
Oh, it's as bad as the Demonet's not doing it naturally.
Yeah.
5.
Okay, 5 of Pinball.
They should just get a little bit of Eldar DNA. Apparently every one of them can do it.
So let's see, the Broodlord kind of going ham there, kills 4 Bloodletters.
This guy. Was it 4?
You're so anti-Broodlord.
Yeah, they're not very
I feel like this guy that hulks out just does his job.
No.
Yeah, this guy.
You can pull out of coherency at this point and then just move back in.
You just shoot the Exocrine. The Exocrine can take it.
So,
do you want to?
Yeah, I believe so.
My, oh no, wait.
Why does the Broodlord not bite his tongue all the time?
Right, so that's my guy
he does.
passing to you.
Yeah, there's so many canker sores in that thing. Just the worst.
I'm passing the fight to you. I'll pass the clock as well.
So this guy, 0.5 here. I don't think I can get him on the objective. Yeah, this guy has to go like here. This guy.
So what are we looking at for kills this turn? It doesn't look like anything's actually been finished off from Doots, right? He didn't lose anything this round. Yeah, he hasn't lost anything.
No.
Maybe trying to.
It does not look like he will.
His opponent doesn't. There's no fight on death CP for the Broodlord, so you can just
So they're
maybe
not big,
try
so
to
it's not
cap that dude
+1.
and score
And
yourself
hover,
or
so
grind
they'll
them
be
down.
hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
No
Watch him field
charges, so
leadership
one attack
on the
would be
Bloodletters and then
strength
roll like
4.
12 ones. The unit just like poofs.
Strength 4, yeah. Or no, they were charged, so they get their attacks. and
Oh,
strength.
yeah.
This guy has to go here. Oh, I was basing it. I can't move this guy. That means this guy has to come back.
Yeah, at this point I now
Awkward coherency dance here. All right, there you go.
at this point I now
attacks into
wonder
where?
if moving the Flamers
Yeah,
in was the right call because it just lets them get shot to
do
death by the XO.
4,
And they're like locked in here too. And he is not their
4 guys
ideal
swinging into
target.
the Zoanthropes.
Okay.
We'll do 5. And the Blood Reaper.
Too bad they don't give the Flamers the blue fires of Zinch. They only have the pink.
Going into the X-Grim.
If they had a choice between the pistol shot or the like
plus
the
Blood
half
Reaper
blast cannon,
is going to be 13 attacks.
you know, it would be like a
Yep.
much more like interesting.
On 4s. No rerolls?
This
Kind
is
of
like a
choice.
situation where
Oof.
I'm just so upset.
And
With
then you are
big guns that retire.
T5.
I feel like
T5,
these
of course.
bloodletters, they've been through so much,
Right, and
they
then
deserve
it
to be
was
safe from shooting
4 dudes going
and
into
only
the
take
Zoanthropes.
massive damage from smites every turn.
Yep.
Why did this extra could also get to shoot them? So
Did he shoot at them? I thought he shot at the Flamers.
He did shoot the
Fours
flamers,
and
but he's gonna this exocrine is eventually gonna
2
beat these
wounds,
bloodletters
no
in
extra
melee,
stuff.
basically.
3s. Failed 1.
Yeah, if
Is there
X-Crins
damage
do
going
anything,
there?
it's punch their way out of combat 100% of the time.
And
And
then 1
then-
with
They're like
I mean,
3
Yeah, 1 into 9.
You're not
shovel
wrong.
claw
There's
attacks.
a reason that they're actually really good at holding the flanks of the castle, which is basically
one
what they're
hit.
doing right now.
We've got a
Because you
5.
can't engage them because they just shoot like 6 models to death every
And
turn.
then
Like you don't just get to like
Consolidate.
go and hang out next to them. They just kill you. They punch you in there in your fight phase, and they punch them
I
in
think
you in
is
their
on the
fight phase, and then they
objective
shoot you with a gun, and they shoot
Yep.
you with a gun again.
Yeah, he is.
That's why I don't understand when everyone
Uh,
people
so
are
1,
like,
2,
you know,
3,
the Leviathan
4,
Dreadnought
5,
is
7,
just bad now. And it's like,
8,
but
9. I got 1, 2, 3.
but it has
4,
20 attacks in close
7,
combat now.
8.
It is.
It didn't
awesome.
have that
Maybe,
before.
Yeah.
No,
Baked in
this guy
Duty
has to
Eternal, and it
come
went down
here.
150 points. Okay.
Yeah.
They feel like they're
Good test.
much better than. Well, the Chaos one is drastically better
This
than.
guy's got
Going from a
cookies.
4 to a 5 at Invuln is pretty consequential, and
Mhm.
1,
T8 to
3,
T7.
4, 5,
but dropping
6,
150 points, you know, that's
7, 8, 9. You've also
fine.
got 1, 2, 3.
You can
Take
right
it.
click the point to.
but
see
I
the
will.
other
I mean,
one.
other people will against me, and then that sucks.
Yeah. Okay, so we're contested, basically,
So it looks like we
Okay.
whiffed on the Broodlord.
for now. And then it goes to your swing.
Poopy.
2 Zoanthropes will smack into
Yeah, Valdor, I take
Mhm.
thin their ranks
4s and
mostly
3s.
against Travis.
2
sometimes.
is enough.
That is such a hard
Hell yeah.
pick to justify into most games.
So I guess we'll take these.
Is
two.
thin the ranks calculated at the time that you kill the model or at
Right,
the end of
and
the
then
game?
your
Like, do you get
flamers?
say you kill an orc squad at 29 and they bring back another 30? Do you get another 30 on that guy, or is it only for the first? Like,
Yeah,
29?
you calculate the count
Definitely don't
when
wanna do
you
that.
kill them, and then you
Oh, tap the
tally
hole
the
in
final
once.
score at the end of the game. Is how it's
I
worded.
think I based you here.
Okay, so Valdor's right then. Yeah, you
Yeah, you can
it's
double.
pretty okay
and
against
it's-
warriors.
It says in
His
the
Necron warriors
Yeah,
just
don't
die
want this
twice.
guy
yeah, it says
So
in the
it'll just be the
secondary,
guys
the
going
text
to
as
the
well. It reminds you that you can score multiple
X-Grin,
times off one time.
5s, and then 6s.
Although
I'm
most
pretty
of the
sure.
secondaries are not like that because they just count whether or not you're dead at the end.
It should also say that for assassinate because you can by the text.
Exocrine wants
despite what
to
anyone
fight
tells me.
Flame.
You can kill Gilliman twice with assassinate. You
3
get
attacks.
all
hitting
6 of
on
those
4s.
points.
That's not right.
2
That is
misses.
how
Moving
it
on to
reads.
Get in. 1 damage flat 2.
Flat 2.
Oh,
good.
nice.
Okay.
Mitch over here with his very well organized
okay.
death file.
Fight there.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna lose 1 guy to morale.
Well, yeah,
Or,
it
sorry,
helps when
that's
you
coherency
start
that
losing
comes
all
after.
units.
Let me do morale first.
We'll need to roll. If you roll a 1, you can fix your coherency.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have to roll a 1 basically. Those guys.
Everyone's always telling me a bloodletter bomb
I do
is
not
super
roll
strong,
one,
and
so
here it is
it's gonna
bouncing off
be
zone ropes and then just getting like
Cost
punched
one,
right in the
I've
grill
got
by an X-Grin.
6 and 8 guys left.
Yeah, I mean, if there's
Fighting on
something that's
2s?
going to be really, again, it's like it's an army that's built to fight like Primaris Marines, and it's
Yeah.
playing against entire
just one
a
guy.
bunch of invulnerable saves. So that's it's not going to go well
We can
for
take
those
this
guys.
guy.
If the curtain
So
pulled back,
we're
they're like,
gonna-
"Oh, I wonder which Space Marine chapter we're fighting," and there's just
Yeah.
a bunch of like chittering
Well, if I
bugs,
take
and then they're like,
guys-
"Oh no!"
To be perfectly fair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
so
a
I'm gonna take this guy,
185 point
and
unit,
this guy's
and
just
they've
gonna
killed
die to- Oh no, it's gonna lose a
180
bunch.
points worth of zone throws.
Yeah, it's gonna chain effect.
And
That's 185 plus what, 4
So there's
CP?
no matter,
Yeah,
no
it's
matter
a lot
what,
of
I
CP
lose.
to get
I
him.
lose
Yeah,
the
that's
point
for sure.
then. So we'll just take this guy.
Did they trade up against the zones?
Actually, that's my plug.
No, they
take this guy.
about traded equal against the zones,
Oh,
and then also stopped the exocrine from shooting
All
at
right, yeah.
whoever wanted.
It'll
for
have
a
to be the
while.
Blood Reaver.
Mhm.
It's fine.
and that stays in coherency. Okay.
The X-Crit
they-
shot would have
and
won.
then
It's just-
Flamers-
I think the bloodletters
Execution.
have done their job. I mean, I wouldn't say that the bloodletters
Yeah.
did particularly
Oh,
bad
oh,
in that
oh,
in this.
and then
They don't have a banner though.
Okay.
And
Probably
then
cast. If we're gonna
they
cast
don't
this
have a
versus
banner to
anything
get
against these flamers.
yeah, Rubrik's lost several, like a whole bunch.
Yeah, the
Roll a
orange,
dice,
the orange
matters.
flamers. Oh
Yeah.
Probably
no, the
doesn't matter.
rubrics fail too. Ooh.
And there's two.
2 guys left.
I find flamers are just
Ones and
hard to.
twos.
I mean, obviously Doots is here,
Yeah,
so
they're
he's made them work in game after game. But
I
I have
am
found them to
fine
be
for
hard to
Everyone's doing synapse.
cost effectively
Yeah.
position. There's so few things they
Right, so
fire at
then,
cost effectively, and they don't tend to survive
Yeah.
once they're
Perfect.
revealed.
Yeah, I mean, watching this chaos list
checking if
operate,
there's
like
anything
it's
else
not,
left.
it's no
Don't think
surprise
so.
to me that Doots has made it to
Alright,
the
so
finals of
pass
this
the
event.
turn.
Yeah.
Pass it to you.
It's definitely
I
got
deployed
game.
a second scrambler. What was my grinded down count? I didn't kill
I
any.
think it's
think so.
it's a downside that
No,
it
I
is
don't think I
an
did.
alpha strike heavy list that went second into another alpha strike. You know,
All right,
the sort
I
of
will
powerful alpha
get
strike
Yeah.
list. That also sort
nothing.
And I
of
feel like
kind of casually countered
Nothing,
its variety of
Yeah,
offense.
just the stat line matchup, like rubrics are
Neat.
rubric marine based defenses do nothing against this Tyranid army, and most of
yes.
their AP does nothing on the return.
Valdor, there's a lictor that has its chameleonic form has made it the exact same color as the ruins. So it's very difficult.
You can't fall back in 5 pistols, can you?
No.
No. You
Yeah,
just
the old
5
scramble
pistols into
lictor.
the
He's
extra
doing his
crime
job.
How great is it? After like what 6 editions of the lictor just being
6,
useless,
6
he's just like such a linchpin now.
guys to 5.
They were really good in Kill Team apparently. That's where all the lictors went. They went to Kill Team.
Were they?
Yeah.
12.
I played that. They didn't seem it to me, and I played Tyranids in that.
In the board game Kill Team, like the new one.
Yeah, just
I am
like
obsecking
the
that, but I
little
will
tiny
soon
version
not
of 40k that has a bunch of its own
Yeah,
bugs.
small 40K.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, like because they're like the cost of a
think-
Primaris Marine, but are worse at everything.
No, they're way better.
Potentially get this dude.
Really?
So-
Yeah, they are much better than a Primaris Marine.
I mean, I think I just lose.
You mean, like, their
the rest
Kill
of my
Team
stuff
stat line,
to
or, like, in-
Highguard anyways,
I think their Kill Team
so-
stat line is identical to the
Can
regular
I-
stat line.
Yeah, well,
which
they,
is like
If I
significantly
don't kill
better
this,
than one
he
Primaris
gets
stat.
deployed
I guess they have
scramblers.
flesh hooks.
And you also get 4
But,
of them.
So I lose a character, you lose deploy scramblers for now. So another 2 turns.
I can do it with
Mighty
either
Jose,
Home
thanks for
Lords
the
or
follow-up.
Xantopes.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody else for sticking around with us. This has been an interesting game to watch. Hope
Hopefully
everybody's
these
enjoying it.
guys have other things to do. These Hormigons.
So the Flamers
Shoot,
finally moved
we
up.
got 100 people
Yeah.
in the chat
Maybe.
room right now.
move
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, dude.
Big Hunsky.
Pay a CP to move 16.
It's been a big stream. Thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Mids
I wonder
are.
if these
okay.
Nurglings.
Somebody needs to nerf Hormigants. They're just doing too much.
I mean, these Nurglings could have moved up. The Armon could have just stood on this area terrain and just been smiting this whole time. That's killed. The use of these like 500 points of characters back here is just killing me.
Well, we're still in the
These
movement
guys are
phase, right?
so expensive. It's what?
We're still movement phase right now.
Yeah, we're moving phase of like turn what 3.
I'm gonna advance the Exalted Sword.
Be
see what
awesome. You stayed
happens.
after the
These guys have
dice
been tying their
check
shoes for a
raid.
long
Well, I
time.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Go.
We stream
Nice.
TTS 40k like
17.
literally constantly. So give us a follow if you want to watch endless 40k.
What's the sightline on the Lictor?
Yeah.
Changeling could have
Past
moved
that
up
line to
with
see it.
Just give it
Magnus,
up.
giving him that 6 up.
Gauge on front.
Magnus
I
is
don't
way
think
too
I can
fast for
get
that guy. I think he's there for
why
the-
is he there?
He's there for round 1, so he
Alright,
doesn't get alpha.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it saved him a
does
wound
happen.
on
That's
the
true.
first turn.
What is
Did
this
save
17 want to
and
do?
he died by 1 wound. Remember?
Yeah.
No,
thinking-
he died by more than one.
I mean, it was one failed save. Anyway, a D3 could have been a 1.
How does Chaos win without a magical Christmas land scenario? I think we are in the realm of magical Christmas lands. We're down.
I mean, like a dramatic
31
overperformance of the Bloodletters and Excrins. The Flamers turn around, kill all the Termagant or Hormigons.
Yeah, I mean, we need to do. Yeah, the issue, the Hive Guard are such a problem right now.
Yeah.
Because like sort of whatever Chaos does, they could like these Flamers could go
Doots,
absolutely ham
I can at least
and clear objective
prevent you
6,
from
right?
getting
And then they just
15.
get killed by.
So that's what.
Doots, yeah, floating.
It's like hold
I was
three,
gonna say
hold
these
three.
Rubric Marines over to 3 to fire the Lictor off of 1, and throwing Magnus and this Exalted Sorcerer up to actually start participating in the game. Like he's had 500 points for what 3
just
turns
get
now,
out
just like
Let's play some games.
not participating. It's such
Yeah,
We'll go there.
everybody in chat, exclamation point Discord in the chat, it gets us
These
to gets you to our
guys
Discord
are
channel.
to here.
And we play 40k on Tabletop Simulator all the time, constantly,
there,
forever.
we're going
We
there.
run tournaments. We run tournaments weekly. We have people playing casual games all the time. So highly recommend you come hang out with
What are these
us.
guys even doing?
hard to play in real life, but easy to play here.
Super easy. Way too easy. They made it ridiculously easy. It's dangerous.
Actually,
easy.
there's a
You can just play 40k
there's a-
forever.
yeah, and it does some interesting things. Like if you ever want to experiment with new builds, new armies, try stuff out before you buy it. Like this is the best way to do it by far.
Yeah, I'll just stay there.
Like, you and I were just shopping around trying to figure out how I can convert up 3 kill tanks for orcs, and I never would have even thought to try that if I had not
Alright,
had a good
well,
enough,
let's do it.
like
Let's
several
go to
great
second
experiences
phase.
with them in TTS. Like
Change lane.
throwing 100 hours into conversions
Into nine range,
before
not
trying
into
something out is not something that would have happened in real life.
So we'll
Not into
do
9 range of that guy.
Now I am in on that.
In both far.
So we are going
So
ham
we'll
with
do
the
Gaze of Fate.
with the characters now.
Change.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
think-
I think if we had done this a
um,
turn earlier, like it would have been
Where's my
hugely
input
consequential.
back
Because you
to
can't.
the,
The Hive Guard are
Yeah,
powerful, but they can only
call.
shoot at one thing.
Arman has
Maybe
glamour,
two, like,
I
you
think
can't
Chris
reasonably
is
split them.
warp time.
Yeah, they had fallen.
If-
They had followed up to the.
Food
They were the back
Lords,
edge of objective 5 on bottom 1.
There's a rubric green there with a teleport.
Did they have anything
I mean,
really
they-
to do? I guess is the question.
You can
Yeah,
have
they
Gaze
could have hit.
Yeah,
Blue
killed
squad,
the
maybe?
Yeah, on turn 1, which then
so
would have
goes
given them a
off.
much
We'll
better
go
charge.
to this
with
Yeah,
the
if
blood
they
letters.
pushed up-
He's gonna do Zinch's Firestorm.
You could have jumped back and sat on objectives
Ripper.
3.
Yeah,
Yep, go for it.
yeah. Clearing that obsec off
Yeah,
would have
it
been
goes off on
good.
8.
Yeah, I think I agree.
It's like 9 dice.
Dudes,
Yeah,
definitely. I
9
think you're
dice,
at the
6
position,
and 2.
especially since Magnus died. You're at the
And you roll
position where you just gotta
4
go
sixes.
ham and you gotta throw everybody up.
Yeah, I
and
mean, like,
get
if
stuff in.
Magnus is up there, throw everyone else up with him, because
Oh,
Magnus
right.
is the clear target.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding.
Like, as long as they're still there and they're then
Yeah,
within
snipe.
range to engage and perform on the next turn, you have the chance to like to deal a crippling
Goes
blow.
off.
But like,
Mhm.
just
Kills
you know,
the
just feeding out like
Reality.
one pellet at a time. I mean, like the pet can eat that, you know,
So they're
without
done, they're done, they're
without getting too
done.
fat. It's like that machine that you know, if you're leaving your house for a week and you have that thing that feeds your cat a tiny bit every day.
Yeah.
Dudes is just doing that with his
I've
hands.
got
Armon
art,
is going
basically a
to
cat.
do
Yeah,
warp
They
time.
get-
Look at them. They're
They
very,
start.
they're very
They
cute.
start
So
yowling
you're
in their
giving it minus
their
1?
deployment zone if you don't play with
So
them
it
for
goes
long
off on
enough.
a
They're like, you didn't
Yeah.
give us any targets.
attempt to
Meow.
deny.
You're like at your computer on your
with the-
keyboard, and this like
With the
you know
broad.
9-foot tall 2-ton centaur just like lies down on your like hands because they're warm.
They are cutie pies. Look at these guys. Aw.
All right.
So did the flamers advance up here, or do they just
And
move?
We will
I think that
do
was just
a smite.
You only move 12. That feels like that was a bit far for 12, but I
Long
can't.
one?
I don't have a ruler here.
6. That's what I need.
Oh yeah, maybe. I just
He's a
what's
six.
Magnus doing? Because
He's
like
got one
the
more
flamers are
class
just gonna.
left, which is glamour.
Well,
Is
I
that
guess
for
the
minus
flamers
1
can see the zone throw up in
Yeah,
the
Glamour
corner,
and Presence, yep.
so they're probably trying to hit them.
He's out right now. But
And Magnus, what
You can have that.
finishes
So roll
what Aramon
Okay.
finishes what Magnus started
So
against his
they will
Broodlord here.
take-
Aramon
This
is
one?
very much the Kylo Ren to
down.
Magnus' Darth Vader.
I will die off that point.
Just another lane guy.
Just another
Where-
idiot with a hat.
And then let's do Presence.
He has quite a big hat.
He's got cross guards on his stick. Look at him.
Uh,
What a nerd.
um,
Magnus
cross
didn't,
reference.
Magnus didn't need his cross guards.
This doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll do Presence on these rivers.
Magnus has like quite a scowl going on his TTS model. I've never noticed.
And it goes off
It
on
is a
7.
gorgeous CTS model, by the way.
Yeah.
That
is
model
his last
just
cast?
makes me want to play Magnus.
That is his last cast, yep.
And then the rubrics have a cast.
Yeah.
That can go off.
It's such a disapproving look.
Presence.
He's he disapproves of the fact that an Exocrine did 12 damage to him and he died.
Is he not disapproving of the fact that this one Rubric Marine with Soul Reaper cannon has been pre-chanced?
I need a 7 now.
Yeah.
And I get a 7.
I gave you the gift of sorcery, Thousand Suns, and this is what you do with it?
Yeah.
You make that one guy hit on 3s again?
Yep. And then
What else could we have I guess he is the
themselves.
only gun left.
Yeah, there's nothing else going on.
I mean, Armin could have done it to himself with throwing a grenade, but it's not going to do
CPU
much.
Doesn't he hit on 2s?
Yep.
He's gone? Yeah, he's supposed to.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't care.
And he goes off on a 9.
Pre-chanced effect, close combat.
Where are they going?
Yep.
So then you do it to
Yeah,
Flamers
yeah.
and then charge with the Flamers.
I don't think you can cast it on demons.
Yeah, it's another cast Sardes thing, isn't it? Yeah. Womp womp.
We're just coming back here.
Alright, well, we got a facade. Going in the back corner.
Can I get in there?
That's a... what happened to... Oh, we must have gotten smited off? How'd this Lictor die?
The sorcerer came back here to go.
Alright. What do you hit him with? Like a smite plus
He has a
Was that
firestorm,
it?
I think. Yeah, a smite and a firestorm.
Yeah, like budge that guy in.
Do,
budge that guy in, and I think
do
that's
Zinch
good.
Marines have Gaze of Fate?
That looks good.
Okay.
Or Thousand Suns? Or is that
Changeling
only Chaos Demons?
does.
Alright.
They do have it on Changeling? Okay.
So
Oh yeah,
that's
there it
the
is. That's right.
Psychic phase.
Alright.
Don't want to cast again. Really need to.
Gaze of Fate, the power that
Okay.
lets you
so
reroll
let's
single
go
psychic
shooting.
dice, so that's... And then you just forget it after
So
that.
over here, the Flamers will just put their shots in the X-Screen.
Yep.
Not gonna do too much. 9 shots. And moving on 6.
Raze, I like Tomb Blades.
T8.
I think they're really good.
So 3 at
Well, I've mostly seen them. I've been mostly just been
Forza?
demolished by them with the.
Same.
This
Tesla
extra
guns.
just
Uh,
BMing
these
these
flamers.
flamers.
Actually, let me do
Did you
this.
just, like, shovel claw them to
Soul
death?
Reaper
No,
and
he just made all of his armor
I guess
saves
the
against
pistol
Oh.
damage the zone throat.
Just like, get out of here.
I mean-
Soul Reaper into Hormagaunts.
Yeah, well, he'll do that.
So Soul Reaper.
This is not a
two
scenario.
twos.
It's funny because the flamers are inches from their primary
threes.
target with these flames, but they just
Does
like
it have AP?
they just can't do it.
AP3.
They cannot will themselves
That's the
away
unit.
from this X screen.
The pistol into the.
There you
zone
go,
throat.
Soul Reaper. That prescience got him a unit of Hormagaunts. Blue
Hits.
unit's dead, finally.
Oh
Does
yeah,
not
there you go.
wound.
We're doing it. We're
That,
getting there.
That does not
Like,
open up the
flamers are
Broodlord,
gonna
right?
shoot
Because
zone throat?
no, you can still smite him, right? Because you
Yep.
need line of sight.
I'm gonna swing
that was
one
with a gun,
for
so we're already in
6
the
to mortals here.
Let
Yep.
me dream, okay?
So this is flamers into the orange zone thropes. We did spend the
Fortunately,
CP
casuals
to deal mortals on 6s.
19 shots. Wounding you.
Drum
on
roll,
4s.
please. Ooh, just one mortal.
Just one more.
Only one mortal.
Ugh.
Nah.
And then a bunch of 6.
Eh.
The mortal first. Looking for 3.
Yeah, I like that strat
Oof.
on Beasts of Nurgle dramatically
Is that
more
the
than I
one, I
like
guess?
it on the Flamers. The Beasts reroll their failures, so you get essentially 2
actually,
swings into it, and they typically attack
Damn it.
more.
Oh no, the charge is.
it's the same
piss
cost.
easy anyway. Yeah, that one.
The cost efficacy on the Flamers is not as high as it could be.
So the flamers, yeah, they kill one zone
That
thrope with
is
that.
it for shooting charges.
Sad times.
Oh, maybe
yeah,
they'll get
that's-
some more with their charge.
It's not the over.
Armon will charge the Broodlord.
Okay.
No, but
Armon does have a damage 3
Well,
weapon.
fight
on
on
him.
it. The
It
jewel
looks like
on
he's
our
just
hands.
gonna try to nab a
Yes.
Broodlord, and he gets a
Oh, he's
10-inch
mad.
charge.
Kill
I
the
think looking to
horns.
engage these Hive Guards,
How
and he may have it.
deadly is this guy in melee?
Yeah,
He's okay.
If he
did
stays-
he declare them?
No, but if he stays
He
outside
does
an
do
inch,
flat 3, but
he's just
kind
gonna
Oh yeah, and then
swing
wrap
back
around.
around.
We'll
Yeah.
go consolidate tap.
or just kill him and consolidate him too.
I'm hoping so.
Okay.
Armon is
The
I mean,
Flamers
he's
gonna
not a
charge the
slouch in
Zelda.
combat. He's not amazing, but
I
flat
mean,
3 on the weapon is good
It's
enough.
pretty good.
Good enough.
Yeah, he's strength 6, hits on 2s. It's
Five
only
attacks,
minus
no
1 AP,
rerolls.
but it's only a Broodlord, so that's all you need.
Yeah.
I mean,
No
he
access to
should kill
rerolls
this
anywhere
thing.
though.
Also, this Broodlord's wounded, but that doesn't really matter.
Needs to swing in twice.
So we're both elites.
Averaging 4 hits, averaging 2 wounds. Broodlord. I don't know. Broodlord, he
Yeah, I don't
tanked
think I
no
can steal this
CP
from
for
you.
rerolling saves though, so it hurt.
5 models, yeah.
Dudes, know what are you doing, dudes? You got to keep a bunch of them on the objective. Dudes, you're jumping everybody off the objective.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's going with these guys.
Oh, what is happening?
I think he's just opening up.
I mean,
a
he's
charge.
just gonna-
He's opening up a charge for the.
Making a path of bricks.
They have
they
made
are.
Guy can fit in here.
5 out of 6 of their
Yeah,
other
let's
charges.
see.
They failed last turn, right?
Alright, so they're gonna
Yeah.
charge.
I guess the flamers just consolidate like what push back in anyway on their
boxcars on the rubric.
Dude, these
charge.
they
What
just
is
make it.
this?
It's just what they do.
Sexy, doesn't it?
This unit.
The guy can be on the other side.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You can never count Doots out. No matter how many units he may have lost, he still has his 12-inch charges 99% of the time.
Every charge he rolls.
There we go.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Are you kidding me? Amazing.
These rubrics I don't think can do it because I kind of blocked myself. That's fine.
What do you think the
Roll
zone
a
throw
12,
does
maybe?
with its one combat attack?
That's
Like,
not
what is it
just
physically doing?
Oh, it swings its head
Controls
around
and
and
attack
bonks you with it.
All right.
Did we do that in
who
Dawn
do
of
we wanna
War
start with?
when it was engaged?
We want to start with.
I thought it just like
Armand,
bounced up around and
doesn't
like
really
made
matter.
really distressed noises.
So 5 attacks in the charge.
Shit. We're wholeheartedly in Magical Christmas Land for those
Yeah,
Christmas
scary.
fans. Doots is
Hitting on
man.
twos.
Doots is putting up a fight
Reroll
here.
my own ones.
Yeah.
This is a masterclass on how not to give up.
Strike 6, so 3s.
Oh dear.
Oh no, he flubs on the
What?
Broodlord
Dodged a
though.
bullet there.
Does he have an invul?
If only we'd
Five
vets
up in
there, he'd be dead.
Five up in
Oh,
4 regular saves.
Yeah.
I mean, he wounded twice there, didn't he?
Yeah,
so
but,
I will CP one of these.
we got a 5-up invuln on that
Okay.
guy.
CP is one of the failures.
Oh no!
Oh no! So
the other ones. Yeah.
Oh, he made a save too.
So 3 go through.
So these are flat 3 damage apiece.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, those
AP1
Broodlords you're so down about
Need a high roll
look like they're currently just wrecking
Oh.
shop here.
Just miss it.
Oh, I don't know what this. He took extra
I have
damage.
no
Oh,
CP,
from
so I
the.
had to save it. Belzing,
He
so that
took
gets him.
extra damage from the
What?
disc. He killed him with the disc.
Buddy.
His skateboard killed him.
Amazing.
Right.
He did like a
flares.
sick ollie.
Gonna do a lot of nothing.
Amazing.
We'll
I've
call
been playing
it
a lot of Tony
5
Hawk lately,
dudes
and I
in,
could not do that.
I think. So 10 attacks.
Dudes outside,
You jump
yeah,
over
5.
that bum in the California level, and that guy
Yeah.
survives, right? He just moves.
5.
Yeah, so that was
He doesn't
because-
get cloven in twain.
That was because the Broodlord had already taken 2 from earlier in the turn, so the
3.
the one
Pretty sure
staff
those
hit went through
rolls.
for 3 damage, leaving him on
Save
1, and the disc was like,
Yeah.
Oh, fail 1.
hello.
The disc is such like a pitiful extra attack too.
Oh my god.
Okay, the rubrics. I'll start with the.
What is the
sword.
disc? It's like one strength 4
Three.
attack with like no AP.
This may
Got
be Magical
presents,
Christmas Land,
melee
chat.
rolls.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm checking this disc out. Give me a second.
Wounding
Wait a minute.
on-
Yeah,
Not
Zinch's disc of
The
Zinch's
other guy.
blades. After a model on this mount makes its close combat attacks, you can attack with this mount. Make one additional attack using this weapon's profile. Strength 4, no AP, 1 damage.
Got him.
Yeah.
Gotta remember to make all your attacks.
So come around.
That guy should buy a better disc skateboard. That is a sad. He should ride a
Dudes.
screamer or something.
Oh, chat's correcting us.
So that's all that.
Chat's correcting us.
Pass
That
to
was
me
a
while I
gaze
do-
of favor
Oh wait,
roll on a wound roll.
yeah, pass to me while I
Yeah,
smack.
it goes-
Okay, there we go. All right.
I'll start with
okay.
the
Get that
Broodlord
disc
over
out.
here.
Get that disc
Ah,
out.
man. I was so
Two
excited
No-
for the disc kill.
No one remembers to do the disc attack.
2s and 3s rerolling.
I'm now fully on. Aramon should ride a
4
screamer
attacks.
club though.
100%. He needs the
So
Blue
3 die.
Scribe's pancake screamer.
Yeah,
So these 3.
flat idiot. There's
Pass to you for your
Are there
pick.
screamer? Is he doing anything?
I don't know.
Blood
He
letters.
carries him around, that's for sure.
I know that they have like they
It
attack
gives
you
them
with
a
their
nice
If you're
flat
quills.
lucky,
platform
so put
to,
3 into the Broodlord. 1
Yeah,
into the
they
other.
also have a disc of Zinch's disc of
There's my
Zinch's
charge.
blades. Makes 1 strength 4 attack.
Am I still -1? No, right?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense, because theirs is
yeah,
like
you are.
theirs is just a crepe.
2 wounds. AP 3. One of them's 2
One
damage.
of them's 2 damage.
Yeah, they just like went to
5
IHOP, ordered the biggest pancake
Fails, so
they
take
could,
one.
and just like rode
5.
out of there.
Pass. So just take 1.
And the other guy into the exocrine. Missed.
What do we got? We got blood
Then
letters
pass to me.
failing to let any blood over here.
Zontopes fell out of combat, or no, not in
Corn
combat
is
anymore?
making like
Yeah.
sad corn noises
So,
while he looks down.
Exocrine will smack flamers. 3 attacks, 4s, and 2s.
This is the perfect
That's all 3.
exocrine experience. Why is it winning
Actually,
on
what's their
twos?
toughness? Sorry.
T4.
T4.
Yeah.
Isn't he strength 7
one of
or
those.
strength 8?
so.
Sorry.
No,
One of
powerful
those
limbs is no the strength
So
user.
two
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
only strength
two
7. Yeah, it's...
Flat damage.
Letters
flat
are
damage.
Letters are T3.
No, he's
he
attacking
He's attacking
flamers.
flamers?
Yeah,
Oh,
because he's got a
yeah,
flat
yeah.
2 damage
Advantage.
weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just bouncing.
Yeah.
So
You
What a
take
two of
slap fight over
them.
there, jeez.
As long as these Hormigons just never engage and just keep obsecking
Mm-hmm.
this thing away from them, it's fine.
Over to me.
Yeah,
the flammers
like,
cannot
now I
escape.
just have free
The
reign.
Broodlord
Yeah,
is slowly
I've
rolling the
Guardians,
Bloodletter
yeah.
unit up because
Right.
they
Yeah.
can't fight him.
You
with
in
enough of
combat.
them, yeah.
You're piling in 3 to there to get you in combat.
This Exalted Sorcerer maybe
There.
jets over to 1 and then
One
tries
guy's
to
got
finish.
this.
No, Zonthops have 6 wounds
Okay.
total though.
10 attacks.
Too close.
Hitting on 4s. Rerolling nothing.
T4.
Strength 4, so winning on 4s. That is 1. AP nothing, damage 1.
Okay, we're good.
Alright.
So it looks like we're going to be on the scoreboard for
then
Doots for primaries.
Guys up here.
Coming up here, because he does have 2
We'll
objectives. There's no way
shift
that the Tyranids
around
currently
to
have
get
to clear
4 of
objectives
them.
2.
Was that
or
the
3
Zone
and
Thrope's
5,
attacks
excuse me?
Shift here.
just now?
You're effectively based. Okay, so yeah, I can only get 4 of
What do
them.
you think about these Rubric
Two.
Marines? I guess they
Rubric
went back here to
Marines,
what?
1 and
Shoot,
Flames.
right?
Okay.
The
to
Green
Marines.
Rubric Marines.
Yeah, they're
4s
setting up for scramblers as well.
and strength 4.
That makes
so
sense.
4s.
I'm just wondering if, like, is it better for them to
Uh-oh.
be there or on
AP
objective
0
1?
down
But
to
if Doots has
Okay, so starting with
3 to
the
2
rubric,
objectives anyway, it's
I
fine.
have to slow roll these.
Chromathor just tied a game because you
And-
forgot
oh,
to
he
deploy
dies.
some rippers. Oh
So you left with the
no!
Just
that
That's
always
a
hurts.
heartbreaker.
And then 1
The
attack.
downside of the very hard to spot unit that your opponent
4s
always
and
misses is that you
4s.
also
Yeah, sometimes you
miss
do
it.
too. Yeah, I always keep
Okay.
them on my
He's-
tray and they
he's
get
on
buried
on
by my
fire.
casualties.
Is it just 1 hit?
Oh, 1 damage. 1 damage.
I've like left like orc boys and
alrighty.
commandos that I
For
did
me.
jumped into secret
I'll
places
just
just like
leave
in the
on
middle of
you.
ruins things, and then I just like leave them at
Revolve?
the store. Just
Oh
forget
yeah.
them entirely.
Do you remember that
Pass it
time
I lost 3
a member of my gaming
logos,
club who I will not
so I need to
name
roll
left their
a
army at the store?
something
Roll
low-ish.
I
After
do
a
remember
tournament?
that.
3 and 3 is 6.
Dude, we got like Brazilian food after that, right?
Was
that that day?
No,
Yeah,
I think
that
we
would
got
be at
Chinese.
6.
We had to call
yeah.
him on the drive back. Oh,
No, we
yeah,
went to that,
we
like,
to
we
like
went to
a-
that
yeah,
burger
like an
place.
Americana
Just
place.
just a guy, and he's fine.
Fuddruckers or something.
Yeah, it was a Fuddruckers type.
Position.
Yeah.
But that was
Okay,
pretty good.
into
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I
Awesome.
haven't done anything quite like that, but
So I'll pass it to
Awesome.
you. Turn is passed. I get a gauge for 2.
You do get the grind this round.
Woohoo!
So Magical Christmas Land is
so
set
we
up,
just have
but
got,
he is still
Yeah.
26 points behind.
we got to confirm the Magical Christmas
So yeah,
Land.
only 3.
Now,
Yeah, we
interestingly,
gotta get 3 15-point
I mean,
turns.
Aramon might be the he might be
you
the
stole
truth
that
here, right?
objective.
Like-
I have these 2.
I mean, these
Two.
Hormigons, do these Hormigons have to turn around and kill this
Just get
dude?
5
They
points.
they can't kill Aramon, but also
Okay, then.
like he
Can they not?
can't
He
kill
has...
them. That's just a fight that lasts the rest of the game. But if they don't engage Aramon right
Now,
now,
how do I
he's
deal
just
with
gonna
this
kill this
problem?
entire unit 5 card.
I mean, what, the Neurothrope tries to, like, sink into
Kill-
1
kill
smite,
him
and the
first.
Hormigons just have to sink into 1
Oh,
or 2
psychic
wounds.
hit, right?
Like, they just have to do a little bit.
If I psychic him dead, then
it's
I can still
5s
shoot with these
though.
guys.
Yep.
It's quite fun.
I'm not sure how you're gonna psychic this guy. I guess you could.
That's- Sorcerer
You
only has
could-
one.
no.
Just roll a good,
I'm doing
just
that.
roll a high number.
That's what them lot are doing.
Yeah, you just roll an 11. You know,
That Broodlord
Just
is in
pretend
combat.
your dude's rolling a
The
charge
Zonthopes
roll.
are out of combat.
when you
so-
smite.
Or, I mean,
What
what,
time
you
is it?
move, you run the Hive Guard away, you charge the Hormigons into
So I need to
Aramon, and then
reposition
the Hive Guard are free and just shoot him to death on the next turn.
Turn 5.
Not
You got
great,
Sorcerer
but
there.
like Aramon's not pulling through all these Hormigons, and you definitely
Risky,
need
but
these Hive
keeping him
Guard
alive is also
like
very
extricated
risky.
from that scenario.
Hmm.
And like whether you're on objective 4
Come in.
or 2,
Oh, no,
I
you
mean,
need
I guess
Psych on him.
you kind of want to be on both.
Yeah.
So I can't get rid of him this turn.
Although, what are the chances that he doesn't just control
So
objective 2
instead-
after this Excrement shoots again anyway?
I block him out with this lot.
I
He's
think
gonna kill all
Tyranids
3.
already
Point
control
to the
objective.
table here.
Objective 2.
Well, they do with the Hormigons there, but if the Hormigons move off to
Oh,
reclaim, to like
Zonthopes here. I just
free
Yeah,
themselves
I
from
don't think
Aramon's
these
like
demons
deadly.
are long for
and
this
are
world
going to
over
deploy
here.
midboard scramblers.
Yep.
So that puts me up to 10.
All right, we got scramblers
And
finished
I
for
cannot psychic with
Tyranids
them this
with
time.
Zonthropes.
Okay.
As
doing their
Zonthropes
thing.
are it.
Broodlord over
I
here
guess
is
that they
going
would
to
have
stay
to
in
be
combat.
infantry, but
Specifying
how are
here
they
is going
setting
to
up
stay in
anything?
combat.
They got little tiny arms, dude. They can
How many
Yeah, with no
attacks
hands.
they can telekinesis and stuff around. You know?
5 in the charge.
Oh, they hold. Yeah, I suppose.
12 inches
I imagine
is-
deploying scramblers for a
there.
Tyranid looks a lot different than it does for other factions. They just like vomit a gross bug on the
Pulling
ground.
some bullshit.
Yeah, like their mouth opens up and it's like a like an egg falls out of it or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, disgusting biotechnology. Yeah.
It's like in StarCraft, like
Neotrope
when
is
you're
gonna
putting down one of those
shoot
creep
back.
tumors, you know, they just
Yep.
Okay.
do a
Yep.
thing.
Exactly.
Fully deposed to this side of the board. Well, not fully, but I can do this.
We should add the Zerg Queen to the tier.
I've got-
So
falling
they're
back,
too
sadly.
smart to use their hands.
So
Too smart. Well, yeah, Hive Tyrant's supposed to be a
5
queen
inches
equivalent,
piece.
right?
I hope not. The Hive, a Queen like gets out DPS by 2
I
Marines.
couldn't double shoot them this turn because I had to reroll a psychic test last turn.
I mean, so do
You still
so
have
do
demon
Hive
attachments.
Tyrants.
You have
What's your
one.
point?
You do not, so you cannot get me if I perils this turn.
Yep.
Alright, Hormagaunts are going to red Hormagaunts are going to move normally.
Okay.
All right, looks like we're doing it. We're trying it.
Yeah,
Trying this thing.
we gotta
here.
engage this guy.
Yeah, like we have to
Totally cinematic.
free the Hive card. Hashtag free
Most
the Hive
important
card.
part of
I
it.
have like a bumper sticker
Absolutely.
on my car.
That's like 7 to there, and then put you back, and then your connector piece to there. Right. However, gonna
Do you think this Exalted Sorcerer will win the fight against these two Zoanthropes over here?
string along a slot. Staying at combat.
Because Doots does have to stop them from getting to Objective 1. Although I guess they can't get there before
4, 5,
round 5
2,
scoring, so it doesn't really
4,
matter.
5, 6, 7.
I mean, they have 6 wounds.
I
He has
have-
5. They
that's
have
fine.
what?
I
2
have
casts. He has
Who is the closest? to this?
3-ish.
You're 9.
He's 2 plus the strap,
You're
probably.
8.
Possibly.
He has a superchargeable plasma pistol.
Actually, want
Like 19 abilities on this thing. I don't know
No,
what half
that's
those does.
Valdor, just go first against them.
no.
You'll
Yeah.
be
So
okay.
the Neotrope is closest to the Flamers.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the Zoanthropes are just hoping to like run onto Objective 1 and hide
Over
at
here,
this
the
point.
Zoanthropes are not
100%.
moving. I have no one on the other side of the board. Right, that was movement. Past Psychic. We are going to... our mine is in deny range of all these lot, all this lot.
Mhm.
We're going to start with the Neotrope here.
Okay.
Actually, no, not that Neotrope. We're going to start with
Actually,
the Zoanthrope over here. Oh,
I'm
do
gonna,
you want to
I'm
do
gonna
something?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you just real quick. I'm gonna stop the time. I need to go away for like 2 seconds. I will be
Oh,
there.
take your time. Take your time.
Alright, we're going to be on a break for a sec, everybody.
Dudes has to, you know, fade into the west.
I'm like making a point of not watching the stream.
He's
But
got to...
This is, I think this is the first like recorded game I'll have, so going over it after the fact is going to be quite
Saw the
interesting.
direction of this game, and he's like putting on a like his vest right now. He's like filling his suitcase as fast as he can before he just like gets into his car.
Yeah, he just never comes back. That was the last we saw of Doots.
His family like has to put like a missing persons report in. He's like next found in like like on a beach in Hawaii
Okay,
with like a
I'm
new
back.
name.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no,
Mustache.
never mind. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
start
Canada
the
has been proven.
time.
Time.
They're
Cool.
disproven.
So, psychicness. Let's go for Zoanthropes over here.
Maybe it's like, you know that
Okay.
thing that they
We're
do
gonna
in
start with a psychic screen
like heist
from
movies
this
where they
Zoanthrope
replace
model
the
to
footage
Black
of
Silencer.
the security
Okay.
camera with like looped footage from
This
earlier.
goes off
Yeah.
on A5.
Like maybe that's just what he's done. Like
Goes off on a
he's
5.
just gonna start talking about Magnus.
It's
Start
It's
talking
just,
about
yeah,
Magnus
it's just
again.
it's pre-recorded
You
messages
get +1 to
about
the
his stats.
He does.
Yeah.
Rubric range
Oh,
just
four.
yeah, and I can't
I have a
reroll.
4+ invulnerable
Yeah.
save. That's true of everything. Is
He takes a
so-
D3.
Oh.
That was just psychic scream. Oh,
Hmm?
actually, wait, what's his leadership?
Uh,
Should
Oh,
be 8.
no more OPSEC there.
He does not forget a psychic spell. Anyway, okay.
The Flamers are just
then
gonna push in
we're going to be
and
smiting
hope
the
enough of them
Flamers.
survive and can get on this objective to take it,
So
which I
this
don't think
goes
they
off
can
on
do.
a 5. Goes off on an 8. Do you wish to interact?
This is
Oh no,
smiting.
wait, Mitch took
This
some
is
of the
smite, this would
wounds
be
on
2d3.
the this
2d3.
frontmost Zoanthrope though, so if he does 2 through, he can just move the
I'll
Flamers
try to
and
deny with
still get
the
on.
Aspiring Sork over here.
Okay.
Got it.
Yes, no. Okay. I currently have this point. Yeah.
Yep.
You can probably consolidate onto it though.
Mm,
Moving.
so
Moving
Maybe, we'll
across. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 6 model unit. Oh, so yeah, maybe. Alright, moving across. Yeah, so now we go to this Neotrope. Smiting White Flamers up there. 8
Okay.
inches, and I measured this right. 9 inches, perfect. Goes off on a what is it? A 6? Yeah, 6. Reroll 1s +1. I will reroll that one.
Okay.
That's a
So
9
it's an
to which
8,
to interact. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to deny with Armon.
Okay.
Nope.
So the flamers just take D3.
Oof.
When that loads, 3.
3 mortal
Okay,
wounds into the
so
flamers from
we're
a
gonna
smite off the
lose
interrupt. So not
this
going for
dude
Aramon, I
and
think we're just
we'll
gonna
put him
sink a bunch of Hormigants into him, and hopefully he
We'll then be casting
kills him slowly enough,
Symbiostorm
which I think
on
is
the
the right
Exocon.
play.
Okay.
So that needs a 6. That's a 5. 6 + 1 is 7. Do you have another deny left?
My mind is blanking right now. I do. Yeah, let's. Is that your last cast?
From
you got
him,
your Broodlord.
I've got the Broodlord to go. I'll reroll the 1 on that cast.
Okay.
Alright, so
I'm
that's
not
a 10, 11. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna miss that. Okay.
Alright, so that X-Crime gets Symbiostormed. Then the Broodlord will be casting Catalyst on the red Hormagaunts.
Okay.
Needs a 6. Goes off with a 7.
And I'll try to deny that.
Ooh. Deny the
Nice.
catalyst on the
Nice.
Hormigants. That's a big one.
Cast.
I mean,
can't cast because they didn't.
Can
action.
Araman
Right, that's like
smite his way out of here? I don't think so.
can't
but
shoot with the Hive
that would
Guard.
be
They fall
funny.
back.
Oh, that'll be hard.
Alright, 2 volleys. First volley into the flamers.
Okay.
Chat, exclamation point lists in the chat.
So
and
6
that'll
shots.
get you the list.
Hitting at -1, exploding on 6s, rerolling 1s. So 4s, because I give myself +1.
Okay.
So 4s, reroll 1s, 6s explode. Delete that. Strength 7, so winning on 3s, because you're T4. AP lots damage
4. Wait, this is in who now?
into the
Flamers,
flamers.
right? Yep. So pass 1, pass 2.
Nice.
The Broodlord is the only
second
model that's
volley.
objective actually doing anything. He's like, how
If
come I
it's just
have
flames
to
left,
do
you're
all
still
the
in
heavy lifting
melee.
myself?
That's
Second
all.
volley
It's always the
blood
case.
lifters.
Broodlords are always just
Okay.
consistent heavy lifters.
Yeah, they definitely never just die randomly for no reason
4s,
because their defensive
reroll
stats are
1s, no explosions. And
Exactly.
strength 7, so 2s.
Whoa.
AP lots
Five.
damage 2. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
made it. Look at that.
Cool
Weird.
Symbiote.
yeah. Exocrane
that's
just
all she
totally bounced off those flamers. Amazing.
Charges.
Sorry, guy.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 models on the point. Can charge and keep this, can't I? You can kill 4 of them. Alright, Hormagaunts are going to charge Aramon.
Okay.
Rolling. That's a 7. Okay. So if you're assuming you kill 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then stringing.
Okay.
And then with that charge movement, do I need to like? I can just like move this guy this way, can't I? With this charge, as long as I stay coherent.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't have to move. You can move however you want when you.
Yeah, as long as I don't touch anyone else. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna try and sneak another body. Actually, no, we don't need to, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to my 1, 2,
6 versus
3, 4,
6.
5,
You
6.
probably
Make
want
sure
to
the
just in
yeah.
case.
gun at the end there doesn't
Just
just
in case
explode.
I
Yeah.
completely
And
whiff.
if you get a chain reaction, thus ending the entire squad's life.
So that's just touching.
Yeah, you don't lose
and
all
2
of them.
inches is to here.
Just lose them back until you get 2 and then 2.
But I
That'll-
mean, I think
Okay.
he's just gonna pull as many off
That
objective 4 as he
charged
needs
up.
to.
Any other charges? No.
All he needs
Right.
is one guy within an inch of
In the fight
Aramon to
phase,
stop him from doing whatever he wants. to
Some
the
number
Hive
of
Guard.
Hormagaunts.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3,
And
4,
I think
5,
all-
6,
really
7,
all he needs to
8,
do is have the
16
Hive Guard
attacks.
shoot
I
one
won't
more
be giving
time.
them any buffs.
Okay.
Hitting on. Are you -1 to hit at all?
No.
Alright. Hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s. Wounding on 5s, no rerolls.
Ooh.
3. AP 0 damage 1.
Get out of here,
Good.
Hormigants! You can't
Here you go.
defeat the mighty
Then
Aramon.
let's see.
onto you.
He's too.
I'll pass
He
the
and
time.
his
Yep. I'll
Cool
put 3
disc are too
bloodletters in
strong
the
for you.
Broodlord, 1 into the Exocrane as is tradition.
You think his disc has like kind of a big head about the fact that he's Aramon's disc?
And
100%.
Yeah. Winning on 5s, I think. They weren't charged.
Yeah. So that fails. The other guy hits. Doesn't
fails.
Okay.
Yeah, these bloodletters, man, do they get way less exciting when they're not?
You've got like
it's not first round of combat. Oh
Flamers,
boy.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, they're like a bullet. Like once the bullet hits and then bounces and then lands on the ground, it ceases to present a threat.
Yeah, it's just rolling. It's just rolling downhill. Very short.
Running on 3s, rolling.
Yeah, you might like trip and fall on it, but you know,
dudes.
doesn't present much more of
yeah, wipes the bloodletter. So that is going to be the end of the demons on objective 2 here. Yeah.
Pass timer to you, flamers.
Alright, flamers.
Oh, sorry. Actually, there's a combat going over here if you want to do that.
What's up? Yeah, it's okay. I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Flamers. Missed. Over to you.
Alright. I still have X-Crine. I will attack with the zone phobes over here.
Okay.
I have to say, I think Mitch has been
trying.
really executing this game pretty well. He's obviously going first
over here?
in this particular matchup. I think a very big advantage, but also
oh no, that is coherent.
rolling with the punches continuously as Doots makes all these charges and just keeps changing the board state.
Doots is just trying to drunken master his way out of this game.
Hitting on
and Mitch has, I think, made the correct play in basically every situation that he's been called to.
1 AP nothing.
The moist boy.
Get pinged.
Aramon's big
and then the other 3 inches of movement will.
Sure.
Aramon gets up in this unit of Hormagaunts. He's
like,
let her rip.
Right, 10
do you think it spins? Like, do you think he's constantly spinning on this thing?
You'd think it would do more attacks against larger units, right? Because he just gets to whiz right through them.
Take 2.
You'd think it would do more than one meaningless strike 4 attack anyway.
Yeah, it does have
pylons.
like 8 blades.
Then pass time to me.
Maybe it should make 8 attacks.
Yeah, you can go ahead and swing.
Right. Oh, I fucked up. I moved him off the point. Didn't need to. Oh well. I still have the point right now. Yeah.
I mean, if you like rode a Hormagaunt into combat, it would have more like combat.
Oh yeah.
And contest.
So that contests it. Yep.
Contest, yeah.
Oh, well, my mistake. Exocrine into the flamers there.
Okay.
3 attacks. 4s. Ooh. And 3s. Ooh. AP nothing, damage 2.
Kill 1.
Stamp. And I think that's all.
Just armor. So put it back to me.
All right.
5 attacks.
The fight everyone's been waiting for: Aramon versus an entire unit of Hormagaunts.
2s and then strength 6. So 3 2s.
I love trash fights.
So 3 AP 1.
Saving on 6s.
Loves 2 of them.
3 dead. You
bonk 3 of them in the head with his stick, with his old man stick.
All right, back over to you. I think that's it.
He forgot his disc attack, chat.
Everyone force over here. Everyone force over here.
No.
I'm telling you, no one remembers the disc attack.
I do.
Yep. Alright. So passing to.
I can't believe you knew about the disc attack.
I've played Aramon before. And you know what? I've never forgotten Aramon's disc.
1, so he's fine.
Never kill anything.
Those
there. Yeah, I think we're good.
I don't think so.
And I am still all.
Then did you really remember the disc?
I did. I remembered that it never did anything.
Okay, so I have 2 objectives.
I've killed 1 unit this time.
Yeah. So I get 5 points on primaries. Look at me go.
Oh, what's the second side? Oh, the 2 up the top.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're contesting on that.
Just these 2. Yeah. All right. So I think my pyro's out of combat now. What do you say?
I think it... Oh, actually, wait, that is a bit weird.
So close.
Why is it measuring
bases
2? Oh, wait, hold. Pause? Judge? Is that in melee?
Yeah, let me see. It would be cool.
He's outside an inch.
Outside?
Outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Outside of melee, you got it.
Hey, that's an easy scrambler.
So he's gonna
He's
go
stuck.
over here.
See ya.
You get your scramblers.
Easy scrambler. That means this rubric
I guess I
unit
just
gets to
run
do
away.
whatever it wants.
I can't do anything else. Yeah. go over there and scramble.
Sure.
Doesn't really matter. I guess if it wasn't going to be them, it was going to be the other green squad. But...
Yeah.
Exalted Sork. How far away are these? Far enough. I'm just gonna hide. There's no reason to get stupid. These guys. 5. Aramon is not going to fall back.
You have various spells that can target the Hive Guard, can't you?
Oh wait, this guy...
What do these guys teleport themselves to this time? Objective 1, or do you think they just stay here and charge?
Just over the line. Right click the line. He's over there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't...
You can right click the line to
really
see its outline.
know.
Oh yeah, super. Cool.
I mean, maybe they teleport themselves to Objective 2 and try to charge the Hormagaunts there
Okay,
and
yeah.
contest
Psychic, Changeling will
That's
do Gaze
the-
Fate.
You can deny 5 points for Mitch on
Gaze
that
of Fate
side.
Monkey goes off this
They are
time.
-1 to
There's
cancel.
no-
so
I will not interact.
No, like, Reaper cannon over here, though, unfortunately. So they're not going to kill very many Hormagaunts.
So they don't
Sork.
need to. I mean, between them and
Let's go with
Aramon,
Aramon
they
first.
should kill
Aramon's
enough
gonna
that
smite.
they'll
So I'm giving you
put
minus
enough
1
models
here.
on the thing. I guess maybe not. Maybe
Alright, so
they
just
don't.
normal cast goes off on 7.
I'll attempt to deny with the Broodlord. Yeah.
Okay, watch.
Get a couple dice. So you rolled a 7?
Yeah, 7.
Oh,
yeah.
denied.
Okay. We'll do Presence.
See if he remembers
We'll
that
put it on
Flamers
the
can shoot into
green
combat.
Rubrics.
From Armon. Yep.
Goes off
He
on
has been
11.
in the past. He's been shooting at the
So
X screen. It's just made
minus
all
1
saves.
plus 1. He's got one
Okay,
cast.
Owen, alright.
Yeah.
Probably
yeah,
remember against
we'll
his own throws then.
Oh,
Zone throws are a
I'll
much
attempt
more
to deny
viable
with the
target.
Neophobe.
Okay.
Nah, you got it.
How does he only have 4 engaged on offense on turn 4? He didn't have anything here for a while in this quarter.
So if I warp time him,
That'd be a fallback. He would have failed.
would
He
be a
would have
fallback.
fallen back
So-
this turn.
Is it mathematically possible for him to climb back out of this hole?
But I guess I get my other cast.
15 on the next turn for
So he just
47.
needs to-
Um,
just do Glamour,
he already
too.
scrambled. 47.
Yep.
48, 49 for grind them
Goes
down.
off on an 8.
50, 51,
I'll
52
attempt to
for
deny
another
with the
engage on all fronts points. And then possibly another. He could get up to 58. So if he can keep Mitch from
This
scoring
guy-
any points.
Yeah,
Sure,
but
we'll try
yeah,
to
so that's
smite
why he would need
Zoanthropes.
the teleport here, right? Because he denies
Yeah.
primary.
Goes
And then
off
he
Mitch-
also needs 15
Mitch,
points there too.
Mitch's
Mitch-
only
Minus one.
scoreable secondary
You're
is,
-1, so 6. So that
grind.
does go off.
is
though.
grind.
Yep, does go off.
Those zone topes will attempt to deny.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's
Gets
possible.
denied.
So that's it for
Got a
psychics.
tie.
Shooting.
Yeah, no, we failed the
Armon's got a bolt pistol.
Yep.
teleport, though.
Hits.
Gotta say,
Wounds,
not a fan of the fact that the changeling is just sitting on objective 5, hanging out alone.
Back here.
If this guy was a change caster, could have teleported over
The
with a 1 CP
Flamers are
strat
gonna shoot
and
Stevie Zoanthropes, and I'll spend
done
1
quite
so
a
they
bit.
can do mortals on 6s.
Yeah, I think.
So I got 5 over there.
I mean, the big downside is that the characters are
Oh,
just such a
16.
liability for grind them down. Like against Hive Guard specifically.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they leave
oh yeah.
the
So
character
5
protection,
mortals,
they just
and
like
then that many
get
saves.
obliterated.
change caster though also
Threes.
has one of the locuses of change to give fellow Zinch units +1 strength, which means he can then 1 CP deep strike
Oh, no,
alongside
you
the
got one
flamers
left, yeah.
on their full deep strike charge and give them an entire unit of +1 strength because their flamer is strength
Hey.
user.
That is some.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah, take 6 then.
Alright.
Also, okay. Well, that's a thing.
I think that's
That
it.
does
So
potentially set him up for the 15-point turn on
How-
5. Because he's
however,
on
I-
1, 2, 3.
We're out of range.
What just did that? Was that a super smite from the sorcerer? What
No,
was
that
that
was
shooting?
that was a big flamer shot.
To shoot pretty much.
So does that mean that the sorcerer, these
yeah,
guys
they're
are not
shooting.
teleporting
Yeah.
anywhere?
Okay.
They're just standing here.
charges.
Correct.
So
They did not get the teleport.
Did they not even move?
these guys are
They
gonna
moved.
Make their charges here?
Yeah,
They didn't
we're
move?
gonna
That was-
attempt it.
that was
Let's
the
see what
shooting
happens.
Were they in the corner farther in them?
Yeah, yeah.
I guess they would
They
have
only
to be
moved
farther.
5.
You're right.
That's a boxcar's
So
charge.
like, a guy may be able to fit in
Look,
there, or you could
Doots
have 12
knows
What
what he's
is
doing,
this?
okay?
That might be what I do. So yeah, I should have plenty of room here. So if this is 6,
Oh, easy.
we'll just get in here.
What?
Look,
What is
Doots
this
has this
corner
game
of the
figured out,
table
okay?
where you just make every charge?
Zone positioning didn't end up.
Let's not pretend that didn't happen on the other side too.
Yeah, the Flamers did make a big charge over there, too.
Never
Yeah,
punished.
Doots' charges were ridiculous. I have to say, Doots' charges may be the only thing keeping him in this game, but I'm so glad that they are because they've made it exciting.
That changeling's over
Purple dice are the best dice. Chat, 100%.
Is this like the third 12-inch
That's right.
charge I've made this game?
I'm switching to
it's the
purple
second.
dice after this.
It's at least the second.
I always roll purple dice.
And it's the
Okay.
second with a unit of Rubric Marines as well.
Yeah. Which is, it's like triple their movement speed. They just like turn on when they want to charge something.
Yeah, they got that good dust.
Okay.
Going
So
on here. That's
yep,
like
so
it's like a white
open,
powder
three
inside
cards.
inside that armor.
So 8 regular attacks.
So unfortunately, that won't be enough to stop Mitch from scoring primaries.
Hitting on
He's going to score 10 on
twos.
primary on the top around 5 here.
And moving on 4s.
Yeah.
So 3 at no AP.
Threes. Take a damage.
Yeah, those Rubiks needed to pop over to the other
Yeah,
side and try and kill
twos.
the entire Hormigod squad, and then
2
also
left, yep.
charge
Okay.
the
The sword.
Root Lord, I guess, to get onto 2, and then hope that Armand
one
swings up
lister.
super high and
Turn
kills
ball.
like 6 himself.
Oh, fails it.
Ooh. 2
Oh,
damage.
you did it.
Look at
Nice.
him. Look at
And
him
what,
go.
the Exalted Sorcerer jumps
Number
onto
7.
1, maybe. You can't target the Lord anyway because he's
Uh,
out of line of sight. You have
I
to
guess
somehow
okay,
kill
this
both
way.
the zones.
So Rubrics kill the zone thrope over there. That's
Oh my god.
amazing.
Go here. Here we go.
Did Armand cast anything?
I think he killed. Yeah, it looks like he thinned out a
Yeah,
couple of
goes
these
to you,
Hormigans.
so I'll pass you time.
I get to smack with a couple of Hormigons, I guess.
He's in the minus 1 to
oh, I
cast
guess I can
aura,
palm in a little more because now.
and the
this point
2
is
denies off
affected
the
by-
Nerf rope, so I think he got stifled pretty hard.
Wee. They have 6 Carlins. So.
Sure.
The zones are no match for the Flamers. Yeah, I mean, if anything is gonna sort of stop zones in their tracks, it's a unit of like models that can just wrap them and shoot them everything.
Happy like
Yeah.
that.
Like with guns that are particularly good at getting through their defensive stat
You
line.
need to actually.
If he had the if he had that Fate Caster in there, just a little dude on the disc, he gives them +1 strength to their Flamers and their close combat attacks.
A
Yeah.
whole 7 attacks. Hell yeah.
I mean, not that their close
40.
combat attacks hit very often, but the +1 strength of the Flamers is a big deal.
4s.
Oh well, yeah, they're in
Roll.
5s in combat.
Late. 5s.
Gotta hit it.
Oh, 5
Nope,
wounds on
James, take his
Armand here. Ready? He's gonna die. Okay, takes one.
Ah! Scratch the paint.
Alright, it doesn't really matter, that's fine. So, 4 attacks.
Just pass.
I mean, he's gonna die, right? Because on this following turn, the Hormigons just
we
walk
roll
backwards
for himself.
1 inch, and then the Hive Guard just
Oh,
like
it's 3.
shoot him with like 8
three.
BFG 5000s.
6s. 3 dead.
The terrifying laser snakes happen.
Die from here.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
Fire snakes made of lasers. Is that what they shoot out of these?
Snakes? Yeah.
Made of lasers?
Laser
Yeah,
snakes, yeah.
doesn't really matter, that's fine. Alright.
Keep you wolf there. Is that all the
He
combat?
does have a 4+ invulnerable
I
save. Like, he could just not
think
die.
It is.
Ran away from that. Yeah.
At
I
least
mean,
What
it's
planet did the
supposed
Tyranids
to
get
be
the
so
snake made
that's
of
it.
lasers from?
on to move
Laser
on.
snake.
I
In
think
their
everyone's fine.
conquest.
So we can engage for 3.
Imperium designation,
And
like
Frank.
LZR,
Yes.
SNEK.
SNK
Did you get
WRLD.
granted down? How many units died?
Yeah.
I think you. Oh yeah, you killed a zone top unit. Yeah.
Zone
It's just
throw.
that laser tag map,
I killed
Okay.
blood vessels though.
except it's just snakes.
Imagine playing
Alright,
as these
this was
charming
the
on a
only
laser
thing-
tag map, but just like
What's
losing
the time?
every one of your
We
models.
haven't been counting.
I'm not even thinking. For some, why do I think in my head that I got it?
So you killed the zone top, definitely, and that's
No,
it.
yeah, I don't get it. No.
And then I killed the
Yeah, because you got bloodletters, flamers. I don't know what I'm thinking about. You got more than me.
The flamers are.
Oh, and the unit of rubrics that were over here, the 2 man.
Oh, the other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't. It's the one
Alright,
flamer.
so I will get.
So I was definitely
Let's try
out
kill and
grinding.
grind.
Yeah.
Get the sweep. Alright.
Yeah.
Start back. My turn. Okay. I hold
what,
1.
bloodletters
2
versus the one
to
zone unit?
your-
The
sweep.
bloodletters and the rubrics on objective 6.
Yeah.
The big unit.
So
that got
I'll just
finished
get
off.
1.
Oh yeah.
That's what did it. Yeah.
Alright, what am I looking for now? Just grind them down because I can't get any more of the others, and to stop you, I don't know, engaging or something. So these Hormagaunts will stay put, and let's just see how much stuff I can kill. Okay. I have 2 command points. Perfect. So
Perfection.
movement. Broodlords coming over here.
Come at me. I'll kill you.
Rotate cinematically. He will advance because he can.
What a maniac.
Oh,
This is-
6. Oh, you're mine now.
Years behind me. Nothing personal, kid.
Oh, he's ready.
Yeah, I'm great.
Lords are very
X-Fang will
large.
stay there. Zoanthropes will try and run away. Yeah, Zoanthropes there will advance. Roll 5 and just come back to there. X-Fang will stay put. Hormagaunts will stay put. Neothrope is edging to smite Ahriman. Lifeguard will stay put. I have no one here. Right. Psychics. Let's start with. No, this Broodlord wants to.
So
pop
staying in
the
melee
Catalyst
with Armand. Interesting.
no, Catalyst on the Hormagaunts. On a 6.
I mean, I guess
fails,
what
it
he's-
fails. I'll keep that.
Just gonna shoot
Uh,
everything off of
The
6.
Zoanthrope here will.
You can't shoot everything off of 6.
Neothrope here will smite Ahriman.
I'm shocked that these
Need a
Zoanthropes
5.
didn't move to 1.
That's a small smite on a 10.
Because that would have given the Tyranids 3 objectives, 2 Chaos's
So
3.
deal. Get in the block.
I guess it doesn't
2
really
models.
matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, they had been
then,
making their way up there, and they eventually turned around.
Yeah, they just.
I
don't know if
they
he was just
advanced
afraid of
back.
the-
Symbiote Storm on the Hive Guard.
I mean, maybe he's
If
looking
he-
for smites into stuff.
Need a
He can
6.
smite Armand.
Gets a 10. Oh, an 11.
He's probably looking to avoid losing the unit through a
Alright.
super smite to the Exalted Sorcerer, and then
Plus
losing
shoot
3
gets
points
plus.
off of a possible grind them down mismatch.
Yeah, but
that's
you
all counts.
automatically block your opponent from getting 5,
Shoots.
so the differential's better, right? Even if you lose
next
the grinding
grind
down
yeah.
to that.
Will steal the Broodlord's kill.
Yeah, and then also he'd have more points for his next round.
He can see other people. Sure.
Armand down to 2.
Can he? Were these rubrics touching the thing?
I'm ready for a
No, they
cheeky,
were supposed to be
cheeky
happening.
Sure thing.
implant attack.
I don't think I can see them. Don't think I can see anyone here.
You got
see that
3
guy?
denies
Can I see
between
that
these
guy?
2 models, chat, so you don't need extra
No.
denies on Ahriman unless he decides to cast it.
Well, you
extra,
can
but he
see over
doesn't
this,
even
so
have
I
that
think you
many
can.
spells, right? Yeah.
I see over the crate, but he's.
You can cast a 4th,
Maybe?
right, with the strat?
Yeah, I think I in order to get engaged, I had to kind of toe out just a tad.
Oh, okay. Which might have
So-
messed it up. Alright, so he'll be
Is he about to get
firing both
exocrine to
volleys
death?
into that sorcerer.
Okay.
I think
Assuming
so.
I am 36 inches away. I am.
Shipping container?
I think so.
So, hitting
Yeah,
on
they're both
threes.
really tall.
Yeah, oh yeah,
models.
he is. Yeah, that is quite visible actually.
Tough
Survive.
strict 7. So moving
T4.
on. Towards
Oh, that was a terrible
yeah,
roll,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
AP3 damage 2.
Alright, 5 up in bolts.
Oh,
Takes 2 damage.
Takes
Get
2
out of here,
damage.
Exocrine.
oh, 2 damage.
Why do people even play you? You do 2 damage
I've
every
got,
time you shoot. Get
uh,
out of here.
It's because they point their gun straight
I wanted
down
to-
and then wipe
I
out an
wanted to
entire
be clean,
bloodletter
you
and flame unit.
They
I
basically.
guess would have been but
They only
it
killed
didn't
3 flamers, in fairness.
So what's the plan? You charge in there, kill that.
He killed more flamers in melee than he did with his gun.
Hive Guard will finish off that Exalted Sork. With all 12 shots.
Alright, yeah, we're just gonna go for the
No.
kill on the
36.
sorcerer.
Oh, I might be out of range. No, I'm
Oh,
in
you
range.
got it.
3s. We roll 1s.
Ooh.
6s explode.
Alright,
Survive!
we need a flood
2s.
here.
Alright,
Oh.
all those
That's,
AP2.
It's pretty flubby.
Okay, so
Oh wait, no, they
we
won on
get
2s.
4
That's
ups
not a
for
flub
these.
at all.
Yeah,
Or no, I don't get cover from these, right?
Oh, you ignore
Flubbless.
cover from with this gun.
No, he's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so you got
Oh well. Yeah, I dropped
right,
the
then we're
exocrines out of my
2CP.
list, chat.
All
I'm
the
just on
guns
2.
into the
I'm all in
greens
on
over here.
double hive guard
Okay.
now.
And laser cars.
And laser.
Nice.
I'm not all in on laser cars.
Yeah, they're so good
We'll see
though.
how. We'll play some more
Roll
games
once.
with laser cars.
6s explode. Here we go.
Just don't play specifically that one army I was playing, or go first.
2s.
Play a normal army.
AP2
with-
damage
for
D3,
normal
ignoring cover.
people.
Ups. Oh, yep, you got
2, 3, 4, 5,
Oof.
6.
All right. Well, Hiveguard did Hiveguard things. Killed the
Charges.
sorcerer
Lord
and
charging
the
the
rubrics.
pyrocaster. He teleports
like
over here.
We're aiming at 4 kills
No.
this turn.
Yeah, I rolled like a 7.
Mm-hmm.
No other charges. No other charges. Fighting. Let's see if I can murder that thing. 2s. 3s, rerolling. All of those.
Whoops. Oh, he did.
Minimum he did. Armand gets the smack.
Yes, vortex. 2s, 3s. Oh no, it's 2s because he's strength 6. So
I'll
4.
like, consolidate 3 inches that way because that is actually important. 4 saving on 6s. 4 dead. And now I can safely kill them up to that guy. So 1, 2. Does it matter actually?
That'll pull you out of coherency.
Oh yeah, it does.
No, because 2 more guys are going
1,
to
2,
die.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, they're gonna go down to small coherency. So that guy can die.
Oh yeah. If I kill 4, yeah.
And then are these 2 inches away?
I really like these
Quite
Tyranid models,
no.
by the way. They look good.
You're not. Oh no, you can move closer.
Yeah, I like the like
Do you,
scary
do you
glowy
get from the
guys.
north?
I like the massive underbite.
No, I don't.
Of
It
the,
doesn't go across high fleets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hive Guard.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, let's just. This is on my time. Good. Which is here because I don't want this guy to die. I mean, it doesn't matter as long as you. Oh no, it does matter. Oh, wait, this guy can die. They don't have synapse.
Cool.
Alright, so then pass to my morale phase, rolling morale for these guys. Like they pass on a 1 and nothing else.
Fail.
Yep, they fail.
Ooh.
So that's that guy.
4 1s and 2s. Here we go.
4.
I'm a believer.
Let's see it. Oh, none of the
Nope,
Hormigants run. Too bad.
Fine.
Too bad.
Then I'll turn to
Although, yeah, I guess we're not really in a situation where
I get
Armand
a
can pull this game back.
whole 5.
No.
Yeah, 5 for Doots. How many points could he score?
I killed 1, 2, 3. I
You'll-
killed 3
you'll get-
units.
Yeah, you'll get grinded down. I can kill 1.
Yeah,
maybe.
Armand could potentially smite
tick up
the
grinding down now.
Formigants out and like work time himself
You're
up
looking
and then kill
for
one of the
engagement
characters,
fronts
but
here.
Yeah. Engage, maybe
looks
kill.
like that's going to be curtains for our demon
Who knows?
friends.
Maybe flamers go absolutely
An interesting
nuts.
game, though. I think
Yeah.
Dude's definitely
Alright, I'll
had some chances there. He needed Magnus not to
I'll
just
keep
get
grind on
wrecked
6 just in case.
by
you
that
can.
execution shot.
Yeah,
And
I
that was
I feel
really,
like
I
if-
think, the...
If you can kill Hormigaunt's Hive
Honestly,
Guard
I think
and
if he had
something
moved the Flamer up and moved the Changeling up, like, multiple turns by now, so that it could have just been sitting up there somewhere, like, they don't have the time to waste to shoot at that guy. And if had the Flamers not just been forgotten about, an entire further turn of their
I'll give
efficacy,
you
like,
-1.
I think the situation with the Hormigants
Okay,
smothering
yeah.
at
Oh
Armand,
no,
Armand would
no,
have been
this
completely
is
different.
Changing. Yes.
I think, like,
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
things
just
would have
like
changed.
But then Armand will smite.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how much damage those flamers did to the zone
Plus
drops.
one
Like, that
minus
just
one
would have
goes
happened
off
earlier.
for
Yeah.
I'll
I don't know if that
attempt to
changes the
deny
outcome of the
back
game,
there.
though. The writing was
no,
kind
you
of
got-
already on the wall by the time that happened.
It does 3. Woo.
But I agree, yeah,
No, it
definitely
doesn't.
some lost
1,
efficiency there.
2.
I mean, I think Armand gets to the Hive Guard, the Flamers kill the Hormigants here. I don't know that he wins the game, but certainly I think it's a notably different looking game.
Yeah.
I will.
Or if even the Changeling had just run up
Okay,
to Objective
so
3
shooting
himself,
from a
and that
pistol
Exalted
on
Sorcerer had just
Hormigant.
come down with Arm on a turn sooner.
Armand, pistol! Pistol the Hormigant!
Do it.
Hits. Wounds.
Amazing. Amazing.
6s.
No, he
not
makes his
amazing.
invuln
Not
save.
amazing
Oh,
at
and that stops you
all.
from charging. Hey.
Why didn't you throw? I guess you can't throw a grenade.
Flamers,
It's a blast
I'll spend my
weapon.
Yeah.
CP for
That's
6s.
also, you're engaged. So.
Immortals.
Chat, if anybody has any questions for the players, go ahead and post them up.
Isn't too bad, 13.
We'll talk to them in
This
the
is the Hive
breakdown.
Guard, isn't it?
Yeah, high road.
Oh boy.
2 mortals.
Boys,
and
boy, bringing up a good
Tempest.
point about X-Grins, and how about
5.
how they get Symbio Storm on 6s and
So-
5s.
They do.
2
It's
mortals
2
and
things. But if you double tap a unit
And
of Hive
4
Guard within
save
this zone,
-1, so
it's
5 ups.
better. So there you go.
Save those, take 6, that kills 2 of them.
I finally touched them. That's all I care about. Right, and then this last Hormigaunt kills Armor.
Hive Guard lost casualties.
Alright, I want to see it. I want to see it.
Do it. Let's do it.
It
Come on.
was secretly worth 30
Little
points.
buddy.
Ah, if I can roll these dice. There we go. 4s. Oh, Dream is dead. And 5s. Nah.
Can I kill a Hormigaunt? Oh. Oh.
4 6s ready.
Oh,
Goodbye,
he's dead.
Hormigant.
Hey, that kills a whole unit.
Cool.
Is he missing a Hormigaunt somewhere on the table?
And that gets you over the edge. Perfect.
Yep. Engage for 2.
And
That's
then
it.
I get grind on 3.
Yep.
Ah, good game.
Good game, dude.
Solo timer.
Whew. I
Okay.
feel like I was in another world for a lot of that. I was making
Why
a
be
lot of
good when
mistakes.
Why be good when you can just be lucky? Go
I
on.
really
What
need
was
to
it?
work on that.
So it was going first, and the Exocrine, the disgustingly high rolled Exocrine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I would have had first turn, it would have been.
So what would happen if
Would
you had
be
first turn? You had the Rubric Marines right
So
in my
the
face.
rubrics, yeah, the rubrics blow this up.
Yeah.
The Zoanthropes, probably. Depends on whether or not I get the Death Hex off. Even if I don't get it off, it's just so many shots.
It's probably just volume of shots to get there. You need to do 18 damage in total to wipe the unit.
If it doesn't even. Yeah, I guess it.
The unit only has 18 wounds.
Yeah, I was just thinking like if I had something else to shoot at, but I don't think I did. So it would have just been all their shots either way going into them.
Does the fight twice you have, if like you fire the first volley and they die out of line of sight, can you fire the second volley?
No, because it's two different
Okay.
shots. They're completely resolved is the wording.
Yeah.
So
Which also means you can see how the first one goes before deciding on the second one, which is neat.
yeah, that Death Hex would have been important because because obviously you just pull the guy who's in line of sight, and then although if you did that, I would have been able to potentially charge on the objective, which would have been cool too. Yeah.
What do you one I was a bit iffy on. What did you think of me taking Cut Off the Head?
That's a good pick. A lot of people forget about that one.
I was wondering,
it's-
I was wondering, like, if I take it and you play around it by just not going in with Magnus, that's like good for me. Like, I think I'm fine paying a useless secondary to not have to worry about Magnus
I mean,
for the first 3 turns.
like on this map and this mission, in this matchup, it's a good pick.
Okay.
Because
okay.
I'm already on the clock because I'm getting shot by
just
something.
can't hide.
I'm either getting shot by Exocrines or I'm getting shot by Hive Guard. I have to choose. So like, in order to get any value out of him at all, like I kind of have to send him in.
Yeah. Okay.
And when you cut off the head, you just get at least like, I mean, you could have been lucky and got it first turn, which would have been brutal. But you almost definitely get him turn 2, like in this specific scenario, I think. So I think that was a good pick. And you got to kill him anyway, so it's not like you're doing an action or something.
Yeah. Although I was worried about the cutoff drop. If you get it on turn 3, it's only 6 points, which is quite bad.
Yeah, like certain matchups, like if I was playing, perhaps a different matchup, I could just play super defensive, just like raise banners in my deployment zone and then just reserve Magnus for like 2 turns, 3 turns. And then you don't get anything. You get like 4 points or something for cut off the head.
Yeah.
And then I've just got this late game monster just running around.
Hmm.
I don't do that much damage per se, but the rubrics are still out there shooting stuff. And they get all the buffs at that point.
You still got the big threat of the rubric unit. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll get the -1 to hit, the +1 to roll. Make them a little bit harder.
I do apologize for keeping you at 0 streamed wins.
God. Yeah, it's gotta keep grinding them, dude.
Yeah, Doots trades all of his stream wins for past charges out of Deep Strike.
Yeah. All of I made a pact with Zinch. I did the.
Yeah, it was a monkey spa,
I
right? It was like I would like to make all my charges out of Deep Strike, but at the cost of never winning.
I think I slaughtered the wrong goat before this game. I had this other goat or something.
You saw how many. So was it 2 or was it 3 12-inch charges?
It was at least 2.
Yeah, there were 2 12-inchers and there were a couple other big ones. Like the blood, even the blood letters are like 16 inches, right? And then the flamers got a big one out the side.
I mean, that's pretty standard for blood letters, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually.
You were like, oh, should I have declared the exocrine? And you're thinking about it, and you're like, oh, I'll just roll. I was like, well, you could have.
Well, if I declare the exocrine, 100% chance I roll like a 4 on the charge.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, but yeah. Well, I hope that was entertaining. I thought it was a fun game. It was fun.
Oh, good to hear.
Yeah, definitely a fun game to watch. Dudes, I think, despite being sort of on the back foot, going second into Hive Guard never feels good. But it's, I think you made a fight of it, and we were just commenting about how Doots was sort of trying to drunken master his way out of this game, and just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And Mitch, I think you took everything that he threw at you in stride, and it certainly seems like made all of the correct plays to get yourself the W. So good game to both of you. It was a fun one to watch.
Good to hear.
Yeah, thank you. And Mitch, well played, sir. And honestly, like, hell of a sportsman too. You were catching me. Sometimes my mind wanders, so I appreciate the leniency there. Appreciate
it. It's fine.
Yeah, Dudes, we did have a question for you from the chat.
What's up?
Wendlin asking what the purpose of the Changeling is in your list.
The Changeling is there to mitigate the first turn damage on Magnus, because he gives him a 6-up Feel No Pain. That's mostly it.
Being a Gazer Fate stick is nice, because the only other person that can cast that is Magnus, isn't it? And you don't want to waste Magnus's casts?
Yeah, I mean, if the Changeling's not here, then I've got a change caster. And the only difference there is he's slightly cheaper. And he has the option of taking that Flickering Flames. That's why I had that.
You see, I was wondering.
Cast on there.
I was wondering why Changeling and not the Fluxmaster, who 1 CP deep strikes alongside the Flamers and then also Flickering Flames them to make them kind of like dramatically higher damage output.
Yeah, and I think you can do that with the change caster too, right? It's like anything with a horror keyword.
Is he horror keyworded?
I think so. Actually, the Changeling can do it as well. But I mean,
I'm sorry. I thought the Changeling is the one I was wondering about. The changecaster is horror keyworded, yeah.
Yeah, and the Changeling, he gives up that extra power, but he's also randomly awesome in combat, because if he gets charged by something scary, he fights as that thing pretty much. I had a game, I can't remember if it was in this pod or not, but he killed a troop master that
he is horror keyworded.
The troop master ran into my line's first one, killed Aramon. I made a mistake on positioning there, but then the Changeling just killed him back.
Took his Twilight Fang. Give me that.
Yep. So he he's randomly good, but mostly he's there for the 6-up Feel No Pain, which absolutely makes a difference on Magnus. Because even if Magnus has, let's say, 4 or 5 wounds left, on a really bad turn 1.
So he cannot warp portal. That actually calls out Fluxmaster, Fate Skimmer, Burning Chariot by name.
Oh, okay, it's just one of the 3. I couldn't remember. One of them's horror keyworded. There's a couple stratagems there.
I think the cast did a second time, or no, it's the automatic smite success. Was horror keyworded.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of then. But yeah, kind of a tech pick. He's obviously better in the TJ Lanigan list, but that is it looks similar, but that is a completely different list in terms of what it wants to do. So, but yeah, he's absolutely been worth the 40 points in a couple of matchups I've had.
I was also wondering why the Screamers. It felt like I was doing the math on it. You can if you could fish 23 points somewhere else, you could combine them into a Burning Chariot.
True. And I might end up doing that. I'm kind of playing with maybe taking the flamers down to 5 so they don't get like just murdered by D3 weapons. And that would kind of let the screamers turn into something else. But the screamers are like, I kind of like them because
I've never managed to get them to do anything.
They don't really do that much, but they're also just like randomly super annoying. Like, you know, there's 3 of them, so they can like just tri-point some rando thing if they don't kill it. They also like are surprisingly decent at like just offing some random characters. Like with like a 16-inch move, you know, they'll kill like they'll jump over something and kill like an Imagifier or something.
Yeah, is it good?
Is it worth it to just have a little summoning pool instead, do you think?
Could be. I'm just not 100%. I mean, the summoning is decent, but then again, all the characters in this army pretty much have to be turned on like 100% of the time. Maybe not the changeling, but like a lot of the power from this list just comes from buffing stuff, just to oblivion. So I do need a lot of my characters to be doing stuff. But, yeah.
Would you consider keeping one of the maxed out flamer squads and just dropping the spare squad to reinforce some other stuff?
I would consider it. I've been absolutely loving the flamers though. They're probably one of my favorite units. Like, if you look at them just objectively, like without looking at any stratagems or anything, it's 6 flamers it's like 130-ish points for 6 dudes who have 12-inch flamethrowers that are strength 4, AP 1. They're infantry, they have fly, they move 12 inches. They're just like amazing like at the game. And you throw in like a 6-up mortal wound strat on them and like all of a sudden they're like actually pretty scary. And for the points they've been MVPs almost every single game. Just like randomly, like I've had a squad of 6 kill like 5 Skyweavers with that strat.
Because they max up to 9 models.
Yeah, I take them in 6 because if I need to deep strike them, like in this game, it's only 1 CP instead of 2.
That makes sense.
And honestly, like at around 5 and 6, like they're still doing decent damage.
Yeah,
I feel like if you go to like 9 or 10, they just damage is a little bit overkill, and then it's like more of a liability, and you got to spend more CP on them.
Yeah, it's mostly good for like if you have the 9, it makes the efficacy of the psychic power for +1 strength, and then the locust there, and then the strat. It makes that one unit hit much harder than like 2 separate ones might separately, but it is much more unwieldy.
Yeah, if this list was running like a bunch of horrors and stuff, and I was synergizing more on that front, I'd probably consider doing the
9.
squad.
I guess they're not good warp surge targets because warp surge does literally nothing for them, so that's not actually a good call. I was about to say something about that, but that's not helpful.
Yeah, the base 4-up end ball too is another thing. Really good. 2 wounds. I mean, they're also like just randomly good at just wrapping something, and then like if it's infantry, awesome because I can just shoot it to death.
Yeah, they're very hard to shut off.
Yeah, yeah, I love them. They do everything I need them to do. Honestly, like one of the things that I wish I could get rid of in this list, but it's just kind of mandatory now, is the Nurglings. Because I feel like in most of my matchups, they just are sitting in my deployment zone anyways, because, you know, I'm not trying to give the opponent extra movement from like that first turn charge.
Yeah, you need something to hold that back objective, and unfortunately, Nurglings are just dramatically better than what are they? The flicker, they used to be horrors. 3 points. Yeah, flickering horrors, brimstone horrors. Yeah, they're like now that those are 5 points for some reason. It's like,
yeah,
they're just drastically worse.
And every once in a while, like I feel comfortable enough to just put them in the middle of the board and have them hold objectives all game. So yeah, they're still worth it. We'll see after the codex comes out.
Unfortunately, the blue Furies are like the worst Fury variety too. Right now, it's like 18 points for 2 toughness runes, or you could spend just a little bit more to get a flamer or a screamer, which have the better defensive stat line. Plus, they actually do something.
Yeah. I just saw a question in chat. Is it good if I answer it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can move on.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone was.
Yeah, Riao was asking about the reason for 2 Broodlords in Mitch's list.
Yeah. So that patrol is a custom high fleet to reroll advances is the main trait, and then also gives the Hormigons a 6-up in Vun. The HQ choice was effectively between either 1 Swarmlord or 2 Broodlords. So the things that 2 Broodlords have over 1 Swarmlord, you miss out on the cool move again, which is very cool, but oh well. The 2 Broodlords, they work very nicely with the reroll advancing trait of that detachment. They can be in 2 places at once, which 1 Swarmlord can't be. So you can get more Synapse coverage, you can get more Catalyst coverage. Because I'm not taking like a bunch of MSU units of Hormigons, I'm taking 2 blobs of 30 and 2 6-mans of Zoanthropes. So I've tried to make Catalyst as good a spell as it can be. So having 2 Broodlords both with that spell gives you more, lets you put that spell anywhere you need it to go. From the offensive, on the offensive as well, they have twice as many attacks as the Swarmlord. I've found that the Swarmlord is like, lackluster in combat feels like the wrong word, but gets bogged down easily. Like, gets tar-pitted very easily. And the 2 Broodlords have literally double as many attacks. I think they've got 6 apiece, and the Swarmlord has 6. Yeah.
Yeah, Swarmlord's got 7, but 1 is his tail. So.
Yeah, Swarmy hits individuals harder. But
Swarmy hits individuals harder. Broodlords hit like MSU units better or blobs better. Also, something I've been quite enjoying: mental interrogation. Psychic actions take your entire like psychic phase to do. So if Swarmy, a double caster, wants to do that, he cannot cast either spell. Like, rather than casting 2 spells, you get 1 mental interrogation. The 2 Broodlords are both single casters, so devoting 1 to a psychic action doesn't feel as bad. You can also psychic action after you advance, which works well with advance and charging, which works well with rerolling advances. Yeah. So that's been a like back pocket pick for this list against like Space Marine and Custodian lists. Lists that are very hard to pick secondaries against, because those ones often have characters that want to be in there. So you can mental interrogate them with a Broodlord that's just hanging back, casting Catalyst every now and again. Do you devote any extra points to upgrading Hormigons? No, I do not. You could say I'm spending 1 point per model to upgrade them from Termagants to Hormigons.
I was going to ask about that, actually.
Yeah, it's not that I dislike Termagants, it's that I really like Hormigons.
Yeah.
8-inch move is very useful. 12-inch move in the fight phase is incredible. You can do some really cool things where, like, you charge a 30-man of Hormigons in, but like get 1 guy in an inch of the unit you're charging, then 2 guys 2 inches away from that, and then the rest of the unit as far away from the thing you just charged as possible. And then with a 6-inch pile in 6-inch consolidate, just swing around the charged unit. You get like no attacks in, but Hormigons have no damage output anyway, so it doesn't matter. Beyond that, I have not spent any more points on upgrading the chaff, because they are supposed to be chaff.
Yeah. Sometimes bodies, just what you need. And that extra, move, extra movement in the charge and not charge, but a pile and consolidate can be like huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for the big units too, because like the little Termagant units that I think are okay at just like a 10-man, but for the big ones, being able to get that extra move on 30 models.
Oh, I think Trevi's muted. It looks like he's saying stuff, but it's not coming through. Unless other people
I'm
can
hearing
hear.
Trevi.
Oh, you are? Oh, it's just me. Oh, I had his volume down because we're on the other call. No wonder.
Also, I'm taking like 2 units of 30 rather than a bunch of MCU units because, as I said before, Catalyst is such a cool spell. It makes Catalyst so much better.
Yeah, our lists are kind of similar in that regard. Like, you want to maximize buffs, like as much as you can, because the Thousand Suns buffs are just insanely good, and there's so many of them.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, so let's try to abuse it while we can.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I don't think that there are any more questions from chat, so unless anybody has any last-minute things to ask the players, I think I'll let you guys go.
All right. Well, thanks for the stream, Trevi.
Yeah.
Thanks for the pod. I had a lot of fun.
Okay, so
Thanks
I'll
for
also
playing.
watch the stream later and have to listen to my own voice. Oh god.
Yeah, Mitch, congratulations on your win. This was your first pod, you said, right?
This was my literal first pod in this on this Discord server.
Awesome. Well, congratulations and welcome to the server. I hope you had a good time.
I think I'm in a couple more, and I think I've bombed out of one of them already.
No. Well, good luck on your other events.
Thanks. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for setting all this up. I think I've joked about this before. I found this Discord server because Trevi makes Tyranid content.
Yeah, we definitely have like an above average incidence of Tyranid players on the server because of that, for sure. Like, I think Tyranids are like overrepresented in the events on the server because of that. Which is which is good.
Thanks, Doots, for being very sportsmanlike through that whole thing and keeping you cool. That was quite a salt-inducing game.
Oh no, man! It was a great game, man. It was fun. I had fun. Congrats on the win, man.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
Cheers, guys.
All right. Later.
Okay, everybody. That's going to be it for us today. I'm going to be live again tomorrow at 4 p.m. And Shuma will be joining me, but not in a commentary role. Instead, getting a bunch of Blight Haulers killed by Sisters Repentia.
I mean, I'll probably have a lot to say, but I will not be commenting necessarily.
Yeah, he will be commenting, but not commentating.
Yeah, more through my teeth.
Yeah, so that's going to be the patron season 2 patron pod finals. It's going to be a fun one versus Ashley Thompson playing Adeptus Sororitas, and Shuma playing the Blight Haulers. So that's going to be good. That's in 16 hours or so from now. So stay tuned for that.
I gotta go to sleep, get my solid 14 hours in before that happens.
Yeah, it's a 14-hour beauty sleep. So yeah, come back and watch that game, I hope. And thanks everybody for watching all the way through. Thanks to all of the new people who followed. I really appreciate it. And keep it classy, folks.
Hold on, wait, Trevi.
I'm waiting. Are we gonna flip?
Trevi.
What are we doing?
Trevi. I'm gonna go. We had 69 people watching the stream.
Oh,
that's it. That was all.
yeah, yeah. 69.
All right.
Amazing. All right. Cheers, everybody.
Bye, everybody.